Konoha, the meeting room in Yu Yu's house. Uchiha Fugaku? Hearing Minato's words, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Yu frowned at the same time. What is he here for? What does the Uchiha clan want to do? Is it the same as other clan, to give some of the extra wealth and resources to Yu? The Uchiha clan, also know to bow their heads, still say. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, thinking secretly. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen succeeded in the position of Naruto, he did not suppress the Uchiha clan like the second Hokage Senju Tobirama and now Danzo. More, it acts as a mediator between the Uchiha clan and Konoha. But this does not mean that Sarutobi Hiruzen is completely defenseless against the Uchiha clan. In fact, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who studied under second Hokage Senju Tobirama from an early age, was also deeply influenced by Senju Tobirama. But because of character, Sarutobi Hiruzen's methods in some aspects are not as iron and blood as second Hokage Senju Tobirama. But for the Uchiha clan, Sarutobi Hiruzen is also defensive. After all, the arrogance of this clan is not unfounded. In the absence of wood style, Sharingan is the #1 blood successor in the ninja world. Sharingan, who owns the 3-hook jade, means Jonin's combat power, and among Jonin, it is also a very strong presence. But the combat power of 3 Tomo Sharingan is not enough to make Sarutobi Hiruzen and other Konoha high-level guards. What they guard against is the next stage of 3 Tomo Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan. As long as you have Mangekyo Sharingan, it means that a cage-level combat power is born. And with the control of Mangekyo Sharingan's pupil power, he can even manipulate the tail beast. This is the reason why Konoha's senior management really fears the Uchiha clan. After all, the original Uchiha Madara was manipulating 9 tails and fighting with first Hokage Senju Hashirama, and they all ended up together. As Naruto, Sarutobi Hiruzen also knows some secrets that others don't know. Sharingan of the Uchiha clan needs mental stimulation to open his eyes. For a long time, the ninja world has believed that the Uchiha clan is indifferent and ruthless, which also matches the behavior style of most Uchiha clan. But in fact, the Uchiha clan's feelings for love are extremely deep, but just because this feeling is extremely deep, it hides the risk of runaway. Once the emotional sustenance is destroyed, then the hatred will fill Uchiha's heart, causing her temperament to change drastically. In contrast, in the brains of the Uchiha clan, a special chakra will appear, and this special chakra will stimulate the evolution of Sharingan. Hate, anger. All negative emotions are catalysts for Sharingan's evolution. But the price of this evolution is too heavy. All Uchiha people who have awakened Mangekyo Sharingan are not only geniuses, but also a group of lunatics who have lost their love. This kind of madness is usually invisible, but once something stimulates them, it will cause extremely terrible consequences. With the Naruto level power and able to control the lunatic of the tail beast, how can Sarutobi Hiruzen not be vigilant? Although Uchiha Fugaku, the patriarch, frequently expresses kindness to Konoha, let's not say whether Uchiha Fugaku is sincere. As far as the Uchiha clan is concerned, it is not entirely under the control of Uchiha Fugaku. As far as Sarutobi Hiruzen knows, the atmosphere within the Uchiha clan has become very pessimistic because of the previous Tailman incident and Kakashi's Sharingan incident. At this time Uchiha Fugaku came to visit Yu. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes flickered, but when he looked at Yu who was also frowning, Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart was relieved again. Sure enough, Yu is also considering this issue. Yu's growth is not limited to strength. In terms of means and resourcefulness, Yu's performance during this period is above his third Hokage. Although Konoha's development by leaps and bounds is due to Yu's strength, it is also inseparable from Yu's methods. Just for the system management of the Tail Beast Coliseum, Sarutobi Hiruzen admired the 5-body cast. Unfortunately, Yu is not interested in the location of Hokage. Uchiha Fugaku? Who? Yu frowned, took a sip of the wine in front of him, and asked. When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, his expression suddenly became dull, and the corners of his mouth twitched. What's so special? He thought Yu was thinking about how to deal with Uchiha Fugaku for a while, but... You forgot Uchiha Fugaku? It's not Uchiha Fugaku's Uchiha clan patriarch. In Yu's eyes, even the name of the country of fire is the object of his calling. The main reason is that Yu has killed someone twice, but can you forget Uchiha Fugaku? Yu met Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Itachi father and son on the street, cut Uchiha Fugaku and taught Uchiha Itachi. Sarutobi Hiruzen knows the news. If you say that this time, Yu drank too much. What about the time when Uchiha Fugaku was carried out in the Hokage office to support him? After thinking carefully about Yu's state at the time, It seemed that he was really drinking too much. Thinking of this, Sarutobi Hiruzen's mouth twitched. You still don't be Hokage. If you become Hokage, one day you drink too much, and you don't know what kind of big things will happen. It's the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, Minato explained quickly. The patriarch of the Uchiha clan is here. What does it have to do with you? Hurry up and help me carry all the things in the yard to the warehouse. Yu Yu frowned and said to Minato. Minato heard that Yu needs manpower here, so he came to help. Yu Yu would not be polite to the coolie that was brought to the door. And with Minato's mentality that he wants to repay him, the more he uses him, the happier he gets. It was Kushina who asked me to help inform Uchiha Fugaku's wife Uchiha Makoto as Kushina's friend. Minato explained with a wry smile. Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha clan, after all, once had friction with Yu. Although he was unilaterally bullied by Yu, he rushed to the door and was afraid of shutting the door at Yu. Eating behind closed doors is a small thing. If it makes Yu feel unhappy, it will be a big deal. So I asked Uchiha Makoto's friend, Kushina, to help, and Minato to help inform Yu. Konoha is well known about the relationship between Minato and Yu. It can be said that Minato is not only a direct line of the Naruto family, but also a direct line of Yu. Through Minato, you can also convey the kindness of the Uchiha clan to Yu. Oh, Uchiha Makoto, Yu suddenly realized. Speaking of Uchiha Fugaku, Yu who has been in Naruto for more than 10 years, and I drank 2 more glasses today, I really didn't remember the name. But the name Uchiha Makoto is much more familiar. The clan chiefs present, including Sarutobi Hiruzen, all twitched their lips. Special, say Uchiha Fugaku, Yu forgot. But speaking of his wife, you remember it. If they hadn't known that the women around Yu were all young and beautiful, they would really suspect Yu had any strange hobbies. But Sarutobi Hiruzen is also a little confused. If he remembers correctly, Yu has never seen Uchiha Makoto, right? How could the impression of Uchiha Makoto be deeper than Uchiha Fugaku, who has been cut twice? But I was just a little puzzled, and Sarutobi Hiruzen stopped thinking about it in the next second. Yu has more secrets, and Sarutobi Hiruzen has never asked too much. Sarutobi Hiruzen, that is 100 rest assured. In Sarutobi Hiruzen's view, eliminating Yu's love of drinking, Yu is the perfect heir to the will of fire. Just knowing this is enough. You ask him to wait at the door and wait until I'm free. Yu waved his hand carelessly and said. Hearing this, Minato's expression changed a little, and the gods secretly wanted to come to Yu to say something. Just say what you want to say. Isn't it disgusting? Next time I let you see a book like the last time, I slashed you. Yu pushed Minato away, shuddering, and cursed. Especially, because he has a good relationship with Minato, some bastards on the market dare to maliciously arrange the story between him and Minato. You have to draw a clear line with the bastard Minato, otherwise, the book can be banned, and the rumors of the arrangement are indispensable. Uchiha Fugaku has brought a lot of things. Minato looked around for a week and saw that they were all the family chiefs of the Naruto family, and said with a wry smile. This is why he notified Yu. The gifts Uchiha Fugaku brought are so rich. Do you like these things? Seeing Yu's mouth today, Kakuzu hadn't closed it, you could tell. Otherwise, even if it was Kushina's request, he would not trouble Yu. Huh. A lot of things? Yu frowned. Well, a lot of things. Minato nodded, adding to his tone. Ah, you didn't tell me earlier, the patriarch Uchiha Fugaku should have something important to tell me. If it's delayed, can you take it? Yu gave a dry cough, his expression immediately became solemn, and taught him a lesson. Sarutobi Hiruzen and others saw Yu's performance and felt that their faces were cramping. The important thing about shit is obviously the things that Uchiha Fugaku brought. What if Uchiha Fugaku does nothing? The ghost knows when Yu will meet him. My fault, then I'll call him in. Minato has long been used to Yu's behavior and said with a smile. Well, call him to my private living room, I have to take a good look, cough, and listen to what important things he has. Yu stood up swayingly and said to Minato. Although the Uchiha clan has an awkward position in Konoha, the slender camel is bigger than the horse. At any rate, it is also the #1 giant in the ninja world, one of Konoha's 2 founding families. There must be a lot of good things. Old man, then I won't keep you for dinner. Yu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and others and said. When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard this, his face turned green. This is to drive people. Not to mention others, how many things their Sarutobi clan gave away. Where is a meal comparable? It's just crossing the river to demolish the bridge. Master Uyu, then we will leave. Sarutobi Hiruzen dared to have a green face, but the patriarchs of other families didn't dare to say hello to Uyu with a smile on his face, and then quickly resigned. Old man, why are you still not leaving? Uyu frowned as he looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was drowsy, and said. When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, his movements became stiff, and he immediately fought haha. What? Do you want to hear? Uyu raised his brows and asked with interest. Listen. That's okay. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Uyu and said with an awkward expression. Quickly leave. Work hard, don't work hard, and owe me the debt. How many years do you plan to pay it off? Uyu's face changed suddenly and said angrily. I didn't send so much. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned green. What's more, the little money on his IOU is nothing compared to what he sent today. He thought Uyu would return his IOU to him later, but Uyu had no plans at all. What does these things have to do with you? Didn't the great elder ask you to send them over? Uyu interrupted Sarutobi Hiruzen and said with a cold snort. Sarutobi Hiruzen's mouth twitched, but he couldn't find any rebuttal words. Indeed, as Uyu said, these things were sent by the elder. After all, although for his reasons, Uyu visits the Sarutobi clan from time to time, the Sarutobi clan is considered to be the family with the best relationship between Konoha and Uyu. But this time, all the families handed over their excess wealth and resources to Uyu. As the wise elder of the Sarutobi clan, as a wise man, he would naturally not rely on a good relationship with Uyu, so he would not take it seriously. Instead of taking advantage of this, the Sarutobi family has to hand in more than other families. It is precisely because of the wisdom of the great elder that the relationship between Uyu and the Sarutobi clan is getting better and better. Okay. I'm going to work for you now. Sarutobi Hiruzen gritted his teeth, then hummed and left. Sarutobi Hiruzen is also not worried. If you should tell him, Uyu will naturally tell him. And he is here, but Uchiha Fugaku has some scruples. After Uyu and Uchiha Fugaku have finished talking, he will ask Uyu again. But with Uyu's character, I'm afraid I have to knock myself. Thinking of this, Sarutobi Hiruzen's mood is not so good. But there is no worries about the debt. Anyway, he already owes Uyu a large sum, and he doesn't care if he owes another sum. Crack. After Sarutobi Hiruzen left, Uyu stepped open the door of the private meeting room. Master Uyu. Uchiha Fugaku knelt down and said respectfully. Master Uyu. Uchiha Fugaku knelt on the ground, pressing his forehead against the ground, and said respectfully. In the culture of this world, kneeling down to worship is not a humiliation of personality, but the most solemn etiquette. Furthermore, the Uchiha clan had a bit of an upset with Uyu because of the previous Sharingan incident. Although it was only their Uchiha clan being slapped unilaterally by Uyu, there are too many legends about Uyu. Even Danzo, who has made the Uchiha clan very embarrassed, is now willing to become Uyu's coolie. Uchiha Fugaku is naturally very careful when he comes to pay a formal visit this time. And with Uyu's current status and strength, he should salute. Uchiha Fugaku, right, get up, let's talk about anything. Uyu looked at Uchiha Fugaku, grinned and looked at the thing next to Uchiha Fugaku. Uyu has long been accustomed to the culture of this world, and Uyu didn't think anything was wrong with Uchiha Fugaku's salute. Uyu has seen a lot of people flattering than Uchiha Fugaku. The key now is, Uchiha Fugaku, how many good things did he bring? Master Uyu, first of all please accept our Uchiha family and my personal apologies. When Uchiha Fugaku heard Uyu's words, he didn't raise his head, but lowered his head lower, pushing the things next to him forward with both hands. Haha. Patriarch Uchiha is so polite, I'm not such a person, I won't be allowed to do this next time. Uyu's eyes lit up and laughed loudly, but still criticized Uchiha Fugaku. Uchiha Fugaku's head was low, and the corners of his mouth twitched. You are not such a person. Lie. He was called by his name just now, and as soon as the gift was given, the title was immediately changed to the Uchiha Patriarch. Uchiha Fugaku was very sure in his heart that if he hadn't brought these gifts, he would be thrown out by Uyu every minute. Master Uyu, this is the fine wine of our Uchiha clan. I have long heard that Mr. Uyu is a fine wine critic. Speaking of the evaluation of wine, Uyu-sama is definitely the number one in the ninja world. Our Uchiha clan shamelessly asked Uyu-sama to give us some opinions on our wines. Uchiha Fugaku slowly straightened up under Uyu's urging, pointed to the wine beside him, and introduced. Since it was an official visit, Uchiha Fugaku naturally took the time. And no one in the entire ninja world knows, Uyu is so addicted to alcohol? Even the compensation for defeating Iwagakure, Sanagakure, and Cloud Shinobi Village was a large part of various fine wines. If you want to please Uyu, good wine is indispensable. Fortunately, the Uchiha clan, who has a deep heritage, also has many good wines. Although the Uchiha clan is known as the #1 ninja clan in the ninja world, not all of them are combatants. Among the Uchiha clan, there are also many clansmen who are not talented in combat and are engaged in ordinary occupations. Winemakers, among the Uchiha clan, are not uncommon. After all, a ninja class, except for an invincible genius like Uyu, who can guarantee that he will not die in the next mission. Alcohol has naturally become one of the main ways for ninjas to vent their emotions. Especially for the Uchiha clan, which has a very long heritage. After all, in the original Sengoku period, there was so much chaos, it can be said that the world will always be in war. During the Sengoku period, the Uchiha clan was as famous as the Senju clan, and one of the two strongest ninja families in the world. Naturally, they were employed by various countries and participated in the war. In the long and cruel war, if there is no alcohol to vent, I am afraid that many people will go crazy. Therefore, in the Uchiha clan who was in the Sengoku period, winemaker is an indispensable profession. As the family with the longest heritage, although the Uchiha clan does not make a living by making wine, many excellent winemakers have been born. What Uchiha Fugaku brings is the fine wine that the Uchiha family has collected from the Sengoku period to the present day. In terms of quality, it is definitely the top wine in the Uchiha family. Even in the world of ninja, it can be considered a good wine of the first class. I can feel Uchiha's sincerity. After I have a good taste, I will give you the Uchiha clan comments. Yu casually opened a bottle of wine, sniffed the aroma, and grinned. Sure enough, it was the first family in the ninja world. Even if it was now excluded, the heritage of the long years of inheritance is still there. These fine wines are probably not inferior to the jelly collected by the famous mansion of the Country of Fire. Of course, you have to wait for Uyu to taste it carefully for the specific taste. Master Uyu is satisfied. Hearing Uyu's words, Uchiha Fugaku breathed a sigh of relief. Although the Uchiha clan has never offended Uyu, one of the few conflicts was that his son Itachi hit Uyu and was taught a lesson. And some frictions that occurred in the previous Sharingan incident. Although it turns out that the Uchiha clan suffered a big loss, who knows what this adult will think. Uyu's moodiness is famous in the shinobi world. Now facing Uyu, apart from a few specific people, who is not afraid to be frightened. The former Uchiha Madara and first Hokage Senju Hashirama were all called Ninja Shura. Just hearing the name is frightening. Not to mention that in today's era, there is only one Chimu Uyu. To put it bluntly, even if Chimu Uyu is in a bad mood and cuts him on the spot, the Uchiha clan has nothing to do. Let's talk about it. Besides apologizing, what else does your Uchiha clan do? Yu sat casually on the main seat, looked at Uchiha Fugaku and asked. He didn't think that Uchiha Fugaku was bringing good wine again, and he was dragging Minato to inform him, just to send the title deeds and wealth. If it's just like other families, just put these things in the yard, so why bother? And just now Uyu took a cursory look. Not only did the Uchiha clan turn in the benefits of these days, but there are also many treasures of the Uchiha clan for many years. For the Uchiha clan, who is being squeezed out of this matter, it can be said to be extremely difficult. For such a high price, Uyu didn't think that Uchiha Fugaku was just here to apologize. Sure enough, I can't hide anything from Master Uyu. Uchiha Fugaku smiled bitterly, his eyes hesitating. Although he had made up his mind, Uchiha Fugaku had to hesitate when it came to a juncture. This matter was his personal decision, and even the Uchiha clan elder did not know it. Having said that, it is to completely hand over the fate of the Uchiha clan to the man in front of him. For the Uchiha clan, whether this is good or bad, Uchiha Fugaku really doesn't know. Hey, just say it if you have something to say, drowsy, and be careful that I cut you off. Yu looked at Uchiha Fugaku's tangled and hesitant expression, and urged a little impatiently. Uchiha Fugaku exhaled heavily, his eyes gradually firming. It has been decided, there is no turning back. In the Sharingan incident and the Tail Beast incident, a big problem occurred within the Uchiha clan. The current Uchiha clan is not only dissatisfied with Konoha, but has hatred for Konoha. As the patriarch, he is very clear about the private discussions of some people. Some radicals in the clan are waiting for the appearance of Mangekyo Sharingan. Once Mangekyo Sharingan appeared, Uchiha Fugaku couldn't imagine what would happen. And about Mangekyo Sharingan, his patriarch knew more than these clansmen who blindly believed in the power of Mangekyo. Mangekyo Sharingan, must he be Chimu Uyu's opponent? What a joke. During the long inheritance years of the Uchiha clan, more than one Mangekyo Sharingan appeared, and it could even be said that there were many. However, there is only one Uchiha Madara. The gap between Mangekyo may even be greater than the gap between Mangekyo and Sangu. The man in front of him, Uchiha Fugaku, even doubted whether the original Uchiha Madara was the opponent of the man in front of him. This man, however, made 9 tails and many other tail beasts surrender, willing to become a cash cow in his hands. This is something that even Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama failed to achieve when they joined forces. The means that this man possessed were simply beyond his imagination. Using Mangekyo Sharingan to deal with this man is simply looking for death. And the man who angered this man, waiting for the Uchiha clan, only destruction. Instead of this, it is better to hand the future of the Uchiha clan into the hands of the man in front of him. Although the ninja world says that Chimuyu is cruel and ruthless, no clever person finds it, and the family that has a good relationship with Chimuyu, which one is not far better than before. Uchiha Fugaku believes in the idea of letting the Uchiha clan completely integrate into Konoha. And the core of Konoha now is the man in front of him. The invincible power possessed by this man is an opportunity. Master Uyu, how much do you know about us Uchiha? After making up his mind, Uchiha Fugaku calmed down instead. Although he intends to let the Uchiha clan fully integrate into Konoha, Uchiha Fugaku also wants the Uchiha clan to be valued, so it is natural to show their Uchiha clan's heritage. Even with Chimuyu's current strength, these strengths of the Uchiha clan cannot be looked down upon at all. But the Uchiha clan's background is still very deep, and with the current status of Chimuyu, it is impossible to do all the small things personally. Uchiha Fugaku imagined Uyu to show the value of the Uchiha clan. Is the Uchiha clan the eldest son of Sage of Six Paths, the offspring of Indra, inherited the fairy eyes of Sage of Six Paths? Uyu looked at Uchiha Fugaku, with a strange smile on the corner of his mouth, and said, What the hell? Uchiha Fugaku opened his mouth wide, his eyes rounded. What is this man talking about? Uchiha Fugaku felt his brain stagnated at this moment, as if countless bombs exploded in his mind. Sage of Six Paths? Indra? The Eye of the Fairy? What are these? He originally thought that even if Chimuyu knew it, he would only say those things about Uchiha Madara. But what Chimuyu is talking about now is something that even his patriarch doesn't know. Edited. Did you edit it? But how does he feel that this is the truth? Huh? Shocked? It seems that you haven't turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, the stone monument of the Uchiha clan. Can't you see the follow-up content? Uyu grinned. Last time Uyu's observation haki, I felt that Uchiha Fugaku's pupil power was too strong, but it seems that it has not yet turned on Mangekyo Sharingan. Ho stone, steel. What are you? Uchiha Fugaku was already in a cold sweat at this moment, looking at the man in disbelief in front of him. He knows the steel of the Uchiha clan, and also know the above content? Know that the steel needs to be interpreted by Sharingan's pupil power? How is this possible? The stone monument of the Uchiha clan is the absolute secret of the Uchiha clan. Compared to Sharingan, I don't know how many times it is confidential. Throughout the ages, even in the Uchiha clan, only a few people have been able to view it. As long as Sharingan is turned on, Sharingan can use Sharingan's pupil power to interpret. As Sharingan's pupil power becomes stronger, 2 Go Jade and 3 Go Jade will see more and more content. According to this calculation, after opening Mangekyo Sharingan, you can indeed see more content. It turned out that after opening Mangekyo Sharingan, what you saw was about the true origin of their Uchiha clan. But, how did this man know? Uchiha Fugaku at this time, as if he had been fished out of the water, panting with big mouths, completely lost. If he was not sure just now, then when the man in front of him said the stone monument of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku knew that what the man said was true. The Uchiha clan, in front of the man in front of him, I am afraid there is no secret at all. This man, after all, is... Bang! After an unknown period of time, Uchiha Fugaku slammed his head to the ground and bowed before Uyu. Master Uyu, the Uchiha clan, are willing to follow in your footsteps. Uchiha Fugaku said loudly. Master Uyu, the Uchiha clan are willing to follow in your footsteps. Uchiha Fugaku knocked his head heavily on the ground, his forehead pressed against the ground, and said loudly. In fact, this time Uchiha Fugaku came to Uyu, not intending to fully explain it today, but to express a tendency to Uyu. A tendency for him, Uchiha Fugaku, to be willing to devote himself to Uyu's command. After all, it is a major event for their entire clan. Although Uchiha Fugaku wants to fully integrate the Uchiha clan into Konoha as soon as possible, he will not act so hastily. Step by step is the best solution, but he didn't expect that he heard such a terrifying secret from this man's mouth. This man unexpectedly knew the core secret of their Uchiha clan, the content on the Uchiha clan monument. And even they know the secrets of the origin of the Uchiha clan. Although Uchiha Fugaku doesn't know how this man learned about it, he can be certain that this man must have an extraordinary relationship with their Uchiha clan. The rise of Chimu Uyu was originally full of legends. The civilians were born, their parents were just ordinary civilian ninjas, and their fathers were better, but they were just ordinary Jonin levels. Such a background, although it has surpassed many civilian ninjas, but in the entire ninja world, it is not outstanding. You know, in the entire ninja world, there have always been classes. Family ninjas, compared with the advantages of civilian ninjas, are far too big. The strength of a ninja is inseparable from his birth. A powerful blood inheritance boundary can make you a powerful ninja. In front of the ninja of the bloodline, the civilian ninja is too fragile. Coupled with the gaps in the family's secret skills, ninjutsu, training resources, etc., the ninja world is the stage of the family ninja. No one can deny this. Most ninjas born in civilian ninjas, even in Konoha, which treats civilian ninjas most, the ninjutsu they can learn is only the 3-body technique, shuriken throwing technique, and kunai learned during the ninja school period. Combat and a small amount of fighting skills. Chunin, or the veteran Chunin, is basically the culmination that ordinary ninjas can reach. And in the Ninja World War, what do ninjas of this level do? Cannon fodder. Chunin is cannon fodder in the battle of Ninja World. It takes life and blood to fill this meat grinder called war. And dating back to the Sengoku period before the creation of the ninja village system, there was no such thing as a civilian ninja at all. All ninjas are from families. The civilian ninja is just a product derived from the creation of the ninja village system. In today's ninja world, apart from Saiga Uyu, the most powerful civilian ninjas are Orochimaru, one of the Sannin, and Namikaze Minato, known as the Yellow Flash. But you know, they are all direct descendants of the Naruto family, disciples and grandsons of 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Strictly speaking, after they have this status, they are no longer civilian ninjas. The resources they enjoy, even some family ninjas, can't enjoy it. Let's say Namikaze Minato, if it's not Jiraiya, one of the Sannin teachers, where is there a way for him to learn Flying Thunder God technique? Not to mention learning Flying Thunder God technique, Namikaze Minato can't even see Flying Thunder God technique. And Namikaze Minato without Flying Thunder God technique may still be able to radiate his brilliance, but at best it is Jonin's level. This is reality. A civilian ninja in the true sense cannot become a true powerhouse. Any powerful ninja who has a name in the ninja world either comes from a big family, or is taught by the core figures of the big family, in order to obtain resources beyond ordinary ninjas. But all of this was broken by Chimu Uyu. Chimu Uyu is a real civilian ninja. No family, no teacher, no resources. With Chimu Uyu's birth, the only resource that can be enjoyed is the teachings of Jonin's father, but Chimu Uyu's father died in the mission long before Chimu Uyu was born. There is only one house and some inheritance left to Chimu Uyu. But even so, Chimu Uyu still rises at a terrifying speed, using countless corpses and blood in the 3rd Ninja World War to achieve his name of invincibility. And you know, Chimu Uyu is famous for his swordsmanship. However, Chimu Uyu's father is not a swordsman ninja. Where did the black sword Chusui, known as the most powerful knife in the history of ninja world, come from? Chimu Uyu's terrifying swordsmanship, where does it come from? There is no way to answer these countless questions. At the beginning, he emerged in the 2nd Ninja World War and was known as the Sword Ninja second only to Chimu Uyu in the history of the ninja. The rise of Konoha's White Fangfang, Hitaki Sakumo has some basis. Although the Hitaki clan, unlike the Uchiha clan, Hyuga clan, and Sarutobi clan, are big families in the ninja world, they also have a long history. The Hitaki clan also has a secret technique handed down from the family, the Hitaki knife technique. Hitaki Shumao has cultivated the Hitaki knife technique to ultimate, upgraded and improved it with his talents, and walked out of his own way. This has achieved his reputation as Konoha's White Fang. But what about Chimu Uyu? Not to mention his deceased Jonin father, no swordsmanship ninja has ever appeared even for several generations, not to mention the detailed swordsmanship passed down. And Chimu Uyu's swordsmanship is even more terrifying than any bloodline and ninjutsu in this world. With a single blow, you can cut a 100-meter high terrifying slash. Under that slash, the world seemed so fragile, even the Uchiha clan, The most proud Mangekyo Sharingan's ultimate pupil technique, Susanoo, can't do such a thing. The terrifying swordsmanship capable of cutting the earth apart and tearing the world apart has never occurred even in the long history of ninja world. But what if Chimu Uyu has a connection with their Uchiha clan? No. It shouldn't be the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan. Although there have been powerful sword ninjas, they are not as scary as Chimu Uyu. Chimu Uyu knows so much about the origin of the Uchiha clan, and even knows so much about Sage of Six Paths. For example, if you say Chimu Uyu's power comes from Sage of Six Paths? Does everything make sense? After all, there are too many legends about Sage of Six Paths. Sage of Six Paths is the origin of all ninjutsu, occult, and blood inheritance. If Sage of Six Paths was used, would the tail beast's submission seem reasonable? Uchiha Fugaku didn't even dare to think about it. He felt that he was so ignorant before. He may now be in contact with this world, the real secrets. If the man in front of you really has a close relationship with the legendary Sage of Six Paths, then the decision he made is even more correct. After all, if it is the same as Chimu Uyu said, if their Uchiha clan is the son of Sage of Six Paths and the offspring of Indra, then the ancestor is actually Sage of Six Paths. This point, if carefully considered, makes sense. From the Sharingan of their Uchiha clan, one can see one or two things. After all, Sage of Six Paths is most famous for the pair of Rinnegan who claims to control everything. And Sharingan, as the strongest pupil technique in the ninja world, actually inherited the pupil technique power of Sage of Six Paths, but the power of their descendants was too weak, causing Rinnegan to degenerate into Sharingan? The more I think about it, the more Uchiha Fugaku feels that he is close to the truth of the world. Wait. Suddenly, Uchiha Fugaku went stiff. Ninja world. But there are three major pupil skills. In addition to Rinnegan from the legendary Sage of Six Paths, there are Sharingan from the Uchiha clan and Byakugan from the Hyuga clan. If Sharingan is inherited from Sage of Six Paths, what about Byakugan? Difficult, can it be said? Yes, Lord Uyu. Uchiha Fugaku raised his head and stammered as Uyu looked at the land deeds and resources he brought with him with a smile on his face. Huh. What else do you have? Uyu glanced at Uchiha Fugaku impatiently. He is now busy looking at these title deeds. Come. Take the liberty to ask an adult, if our Uchiha clan are descendants of Sage of Six Paths, then, what about the Hyuga clan? Uchiha Fugaku took the courage and asked bitterly. This answer is very important to him. He needs more information to judge the truth of what Uyu said. This is related to the future of their Uchiha clan. The difference between Byakugan and Sharingan is huge. If they are completely homologous, Uchiha Fugaku absolutely doesn't believe it. If Uyu explained this to him, he still has to think about it. The Hyuga clan. It seems to be the younger brother of Sage of Six Paths, the descendant of Hamura. Okay, because you have brought so many gifts to me, you have told you enough, and you will not suffer. Nothing else, I will not keep you for dinner. Uyu waved his hand impatiently, hurriedly. Having been in this world for so many years, my memory of these things has long been blurred. As for why you told Uchiha Fugaku these news, if you want to tell, just tell. Uyu just wants to see Uchiha Fugaku's interesting reaction to these news. With Uyu's current strength and status, do you need to worry about anything? Now the interesting reaction, Uyu has already seen it, so it is natural to ask Uchiha Fugaku to do. 6. The younger brother of Sage of Six Paths, Hamura? Uchiha Fugaku's eyes rounded and looked at Uyu in disbelief. Sage of Six Paths, and a younger brother. So strictly speaking, they Uchiha and Hyuga are still cousins? At this time, Uchiha Fugaku no longer doubts the authenticity of this information. Because it makes perfect sense, and there are no loopholes. As for the compilation? You come to make up one. It's not that the Uchiha clan has no such information at all, but it's not as clear and accurate as Uyu. Some guesses are still there. Combined with what Uyu is saying now, he is not an idiot, so he can naturally tell the truth. Master Uyu, you and our Uchiha clan have a very deep relationship. We Uchiha clan, we are willing to do our best for adults. Uchiha Fugaku saw that Uyu did not respond to his request, and then bowed to the ground and said earnestly. The original Uchiha Fugaku is actually extremely tangled. He loves Konoha village and hopes that the Uchiha clan can be integrated into Konoha village, but he is also the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Choosing between family and Konoha, Uchiha Fugaku appeared to be quiet, but actually suffered torture and pain that outsiders could not imagine. But it's all right now, Chimu Uyu, but inherited from Sage of Six Paths. And Sage of Six Paths is the ancestor of their Uchiha clan. Following in the footsteps of this man, he can perfectly resolve the contradiction whether it is for the family or Konoha. Uchiha Fugaku perfectly completed a self-guided strategy. Yu Yu looked at Uchiha Fugaku with a, "Are you related to the Uchiha clan? Why doesn't he know? Uchiha Fugaku, is this to recognize the ancestor?" Yu Yu thinks that Uchiha Fugaku seems to have made a mistake. I said, "Can you represent your Uchiha clan?" Suddenly Yu seemed to have thought of something, touched his chin, and asked with interest. As for whether Uchiha Fugaku made a mistake, it has nothing to do with Yu. Sure enough, Lord Yu can't hide anything, but Lord Yu can rest assured that I will solve the problems in the clan. Uchiha Fugaku said with a serious face. Yu's power comes from Sage of Six Paths, then Yu has the power of their Uchiha clan ancestors. It is reasonable to follow the power of ancestors. The power of rebellious ancestors must naturally be eliminated. Moreover, with such important news in hand, Uchiha Fugaku is also confident, drawing a part of his tribe and making the right choice. Well, then you can do it. If it succeeds, I have an important task for you, the Uchiha clan. Yu thought for a while and said, "Just let Uchiha Fugaku go and make trouble by himself." What if Uchiha Fugaku succeeded? It just so happened that Yu just remembered Sharingan, who claims to be the strongest dynamic vision. Well, it couldn't be better for brewing. Every process can be done accurately. Yu-sama, don't worry. Uchiha Fugaku was overjoyed when he heard the words and promised. If he knew that the important thing Yu said was to let the Uchiha clan use Sharingan to make wine, he would be killed by a headshot. Sharingan, known as the strongest blood continuity, is the only use for you, is making wine? But Uchiha Fugaku, who didn't know all of this, was full of fighting spirit at the moment. After greeted Yu respectfully, he left with lofty ambition. After Uchiha Fugaku left with high spirits, Yu no longer took this matter to heart. After all, the Uchiha clan, although in the view of the ninja world, is the #1 wealthy family, the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan is also the #1 bloodline in the ninja world. But for the current Yu, the Uchiha clan and Sharingan are not important at all. The only reason Yu can accept the Uchiha clan is that Sharingan claims to have the best dynamic vision. This is a very good ability for winemaking. If Uchiha Fugaku succeeds, then Yu will let the Uchiha family make wine for themselves. If Uchiha Fugaku fails, leading to the early rebellion of the Uchiha clan. To put it bluntly, to eliminate the current Uchiha clan's combat power, from Yu's point of view, that is a smooth matter. Not to mention the Uchiha clan, who currently only owns 3 Tomo Sharingan. Even if the Uchiha clan is fighting, how many pairs of Mangekyo Sharingan are opened because of mental stimulation? As long as the eyes of eternity are not opened, there is no desire for Yu to draw the sword. But Yu doesn't care about this, someone cares. Early the next morning, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo gathered in the Hokage office impatiently, waiting eagerly for Yu's arrival. "Ape, Sarutobi. Yu, did you really meet Uchiha Fugaku?" Danzo looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen on the side. His face was a little hazy, and asked slowly. After the incident between Udatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura ended, most of Danzo's hostility disappeared. But Danzo has never let go of the guard of the Uchiha clan. No, it can't be called alert anymore. Danzo is even disgusted with the Uchiha clan, and even wants to get rid of it quickly. Otherwise, Danzo would not let Yu give him the task and came to Sarutobi Hiruzen early in the morning. "You should know, don't you know everything?" Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Danzo and said lightly. "Special, does this bastard think he knows more than him?" Sarutobi Hiruzen cursed secretly. What he knew was that Uchiha Fugaku visited Yu, and then went to Yu's private meeting room, nothing more. And the news was known to the patriarchs of the big families in Yu's house at that time. Danzo also got news from this channel. How can this be allowed? Why don't you stop? Danzo suddenly said angrily, like a mouse stepped on its tail. Now the Uchiha clan is in Konoha, even more dangerous than before. There are 6-tailed beasts in the Colosseum. What if the bastards of the Uchiha clan get nasty and try to use Sharingan's pupil power to control the tail beast? Even though Yu is in Konoha, these tailed beasts can't get over a big wave, but with Yu's character, maybe one day you are in a good mood, you will wander around the world. At that time, if something goes wrong, it will be a big trouble for Konoha. Therefore, Danzo has approached Sarutobi Hiruzen more than once during this period to deal with the problems of the Uchiha family, but has never received a clear answer. Huh. Why don't you wait for you to talk to Yu and ask him why he wants to contact Uchiha Fugaku? When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, he glanced at Danzo and snorted coldly. What's more, This bastard has drifted more and more since Udatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura died. Yu. Is your brain mad? When Danzo heard the words, his face suddenly became stunned. Let him question Yu. He was afraid of being hacked to death. Danzo, who had completely put down, still wanted to see how prosperous Konoha could be, but didn't want to die. Are all your things ready? Yu didn't order anything once, but he was going to get angry. Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Danzo, who was silly, and said, Yu now, it's not that they can be there on call, there must be a reason for everything. It's okay to find Yu on business matters, and Yu will not trouble him on business matters. But now, Sarutobi Hiruzen is eager to know about the purpose of Uchiha Fugaku yesterday. So, I found a reason, saying that Danzo hopes to hand over some land deeds to Yu personally, hoping that he will come to the Hokage office. Sarutobi. Don't go too far. Why do I have to do everything by myself? What about your share? When Danzo heard this, he was furious and pointed at Sarutobi Hiruzen. He originally thought that he and Sarutobi Hiruzen would be responsible for the expenses this time. After the result came, I learned that the special Sarutobi Hiruzen sold him directly. All the land deeds must be issued by Danzo alone. This makes Danzo's economy even worse, which was previously blackmailed by Yu for half of the demolition funds. My share was handed to Yu personally yesterday. Fart. It was from the Sarutobi clan, and our Shimura clan's share was given yesterday. Then don't listen, I will show you things. Hoo, Danzo flushed, staring at the calm Sarutobi Hiruzen with a murderous gaze, panting. What's so special? Sarutobi, the bastard, relied on the good relationship with Yu, and now he is getting more and more shameless. As for not listening to this sentence, Danzo would not have heard it. He has trouble sleeping and eating without hearing the news in person. Don't be long-winded, get the things out quickly, or you can ask Yu yourself. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Danzo's deflated appearance, feeling extremely comfortable in his heart, and said calmly on the surface. Danzo twitched at the corner of his mouth when he heard the words, and cursed at Sarutobi Hiruzen in his heart. He is not like Sarutobi Hiruzen. Although Yu meant last time that he didn't care about what he did to Yu before, but that doesn't mean Yu can talk easily. Sarutobi Hiruzen is called Yu, and Yu will give Sarutobi Hiruzen this face. He's going to call. The scene of the last violent beating is still vivid. There is still business. If you go to Yu with some trivial things, I don't know how badly it will be repaired. Sarutobi, the bastard, has never been so irritating before, but after spending a long time with Yu Chimu, he became so shameless. After cursing in his heart, Danzo put a few deeds on the table with a distressed look. Now it's no better than before, in the eyes of Danzo before, it's a fart. Before, Danzo was the assistant of Naruto, the head of the Shimura clan, and one of the Konoha Four. If you want a land, some are. But at that time, although Konoha's land was also valuable, it was not worth much at all. In some remote places, don't even give it to Danzo. But now it's different. Konoha's land price, that is 1 price per day, continues to soar. Even the previously uninhabited wasteland can be sold at a sky-high price. And under the control, you can't buy it at all. And this kind of price soaring is still going on. No one knows what kind of terrifying price Konoha's land price will reach in the future. With so many land deeds at once, even Danzo, who is not so sensitive to money, drew heartily. Pop. Look at your stingy look, you are so stingy. Sarutobi Hiruzen snatched the title deed from Danzo, looked at Danzo with a distressed look, and said contemptuously. Sarutobi. Danzo's expression suddenly calmed down and looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen quietly. Huh. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was counting the title deed, responded without looking up. Pop. What's the matter, labor and capital are fighting with you. Danzo stepped forward and slapped Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen was caught off guard and was slapped by Danzo. Then Danzo didn't stop, his eyes flushed and he slapped Sarutobi Hiruzen. This bastard, Tenten ran against him and didn't beat the bastard Sarutobi. It's hard to get rid of his hatred. Extraordinary. Danzo, are you crazy? Labor and capital or Hokage? Let's fight back again. Hokage shit. Labor and management call you this bastard so shameless now. Boom. Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo were fighting, the door of the Hokage office was roughly opened. The movements of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo suddenly froze. Huh? Old man, you called me here just to see this picture? Yu was taken aback when seeing the picture in front of him, and then asked with interest. At this moment, Danzo and Sarutobi Hiruzen were tangled in disorderly clothes. Sarutobi Hiruzen's hands were holding Danzo's hair, and Danzo's hands were pinching Sarutobi Hiruzen's face, as if a child was fighting. Sure enough, the old man and the bastard Danzo really have a passion. Yu gave an exaggerated smile. Yes, it's not what you think. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo's faces turned green and they separated quickly. Sarutobi Hiruzen explained dryly. If this is to make Yu go out and talk nonsense, then do you want his Hokage's face anymore? And the possibility of Yu talking nonsense is as high as 99%. After Yu was drunk before, the incident of stabbing Jiraiya and some of his scandals is still vivid. But at that time, Yu was not well known, and others would only regard Yu as a drunkard. But it's different now. Yu's current status in Konoha is too high. The prestige is higher than his Hokage. I don't know how much. If the drunk tells this about it, there will definitely be a lot of people who believe it. Then his fame as Sarutobi Hiruzen would be ruined. Diaresis alright. Needless to say, I understand. Yu stopped Sarutobi Hiruzen's movements, with a look that I understand you. What do you know? Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to cry without tears, and then gave Danzo a fierce look. It's all so damn Danzo bastard. I heard that Danzo, you bastard, is going to contribute something to me? You bastard will have a day of resuscitation? Yu sat down on the sofa, looked at Danzo and praised. Danzo laughed and didn't say anything. What a damn, he would rather not get the hang of it. Yu, these are, just look. Sarutobi Hiruzen pushed the title deed in his hand to Yu and said. Danzo's mouth twitched sharply. What's more, the things he brought made the bastard Sarutobi Hiruzen borrow flowers to offer Buddha, and he felt aggrieved after thinking about it. But Danzo, who is eager to know the situation of the Uchiha clan, has to rely on Sarutobi Hiruzen to ask Yu about the specific content. He asked, Yu must ignore him, so Danzo could only smash his teeth and swallow in his stomach. Fortunately, in the fight with Sarutobi Hiruzen just now, he took advantage of it, otherwise Danzo would be stunned now. The place is a bit small, forget it, it's better than nothing. Yu looked at it for a moment, said in disgust, then put it in his arms. Looking aside Danzo's mouth, Kakuzu's mouth is getting crooked. Special, if you dislike it, give it back to him. And this is already one of the few good places he has on hand, a little bigger, should he take out the ancestral house of their Shimura clan? Ah, Yu, what did Uchiha Fugaku tell you yesterday? After chatting with Yu for a while, Sarutobi Hiruzen gave a dry cough and pretended to ask casually. When Danzo heard the words, he hurriedly raised his ears, for fear of missing any relevant information. Tons. Ha. I didn't say anything. Yu drank the wine in his hand, exhaled a breath of alcohol, and thought for a while and said. Just like you guys, I gave me some land deeds, fine wine or something, and didn't say anything important. Yu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen's nervous expression and grinned. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo looked at each other, and the corners of their mouths twitched. Especially Danzo, Kakuzu's mouth is almost crooked. Because of this information, he lost so many land titles? Now Danzo has torn up Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo are also secretly vigilant in their hearts. Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha, what are they going to do? He didn't say anything else. Sarutobi Hiruzen asked unwillingly. Oh, by the way, Uchiha Fugaku still has to take the Uchiha clan to run to me. I asked him to clean up the Uchiha clan, and then come to me, privately. Wait a minute. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes rolled round and reached out to stop Yu from continuing. You called this and didn't say anything important? The Uchiha clan want to clean up? Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo glanced at each other, and a huge wave rose in their hearts. Clean up. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo's eyes were round, and they looked at Yu who was downplayed in disbelief and didn't care at all. Glancing at each other, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo made a huge wave in their hearts. This incident, for Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo, was even more shocking than Yu captured a few tail beasts. The Uchiha clan has now become Konoha's biggest heart disease. The Uchiha clan, as the family that co-founded Konoha in cooperation with the Senju clan, can be said to have a very special position in Konoha. Even Konoha's Shadow and Naruto are named after the fire style, which Uchiha Madara is best at. At that time, the Uchiha clan was undoubtedly the core family of Konoha. Even when Uchiha Madara decided to leave Konoha, the Uchiha family did not choose to leave with Uchiha Madara. Instead, they chose to stay in Konoha and betrayed Uchiha Madara as the patriarch. And Senju Hashirama, because of the guilt of Uchiha Madara, and in other respects, compensated the Uchiha clan. It can be said that that period was the time when the Uchiha clan and Konoha got along best. But in Uchiha Madara, because of unknown reasons, when controlling 9 tails to attack Konoha, everything has changed. First Hokage, Senju Hashirama was killed. Although Uchiha Madara has left the Uchiha clan, no one can deny the relationship between Uchiha Madara and Uchiha clan. In addition, Mangekyo Sharingan's pupil power can control Konoha's most important tail beast, 9 tails. After the death of Senju Hashirama, the successor second Hokage Senju Tobirama, unlike Senju Hashirama, has an overwhelming horror power. If it was an accident that caused 9 tails to be manipulated by the pupil power of the later Mangekyo Sharingan of the Uchiha clan, it would be a disaster for Konoha. But this is not the most important thing. The most important reason for the problems faced by the Uchiha clan is that second Hokage Senju Tobirama hates the Uchiha clan. The battle between the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan has been going on for a long time. As the two families with the longest heritage and the strongest, the Senju family and the Uchiha family have never stopped fighting. During the chaotic Sengoku period, the major ninja families could not be self-sufficient at all. They could only be employed by various countries and participated in the war. As the two most powerful families, the Uchiha family and the Senju family have naturally become the best employment targets in the eyes of major countries. Once the opponent hires the Uchiha clan, the other party can only hire the Senju clan, and vice versa. Because only Uchiba can fight Senju, similarly, only Senju can fight Uchiha. The Senju clan and Uchiha clan have also forged feuds in the Long War. Before the rise of Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama, the two families were always incompatible. Senju Tobirama hates the Uchiha clan, because Senju Hashirama and Senju Tobirama's two younger brothers, Senju Wajian and Senju Banjian, died because of the Uchiha clan. Especially Senju Itama, who had a good relationship with Senju Tobirama, was brutally killed by 5 adult ninjas of the Uchiha clan when he was young. Since then, Senju Tobirama hated the Uchiha clan to the ultimate level. Even if he killed Uchiha Madara's younger brother, Uchiha Izuna, Senju Tobirama's hatred of the Uchiha clan could not be eliminated. Even after the establishment of Konoha, Senju Tobirama secretly revealed to Senju Hashirama his idea of suppressing the Uchiha clan. But all of this was suppressed by Senju Hashirama. The death of Senju Hashirama completely exploded Senju Tobirama's hatred of the Uchiha clan. Suppression became the way Senju Tobirama treated the Uchiha clan at that time. The Uchiha clan was gradually excluded from Konoha's core circle, and even forced to move the ancestral home from Konoha's core area to Konoha's periphery. Senju Tobirama even set up the Konoha security force to house the Uchiha clan. For the proud and wary Uchiha clan, where should they do this? The conflict between the Uchiha clan and Naruto Senju Tobirama began to conceive. What makes the Uchihas unbearable is that they and Senju Hashirama established Konoha village together. The name of Naruto is named after the fire style of the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan is the most qualified family to compete for the position of Hokage. But Senju Tobirama does not give the Uchiha family an opportunity at all. Not only that, but the Sarutobi and Shimura families who later joined Konoha have gradually surpassed the Uchiha clan in terms of status and importance. This makes the proud Uchiha family completely unacceptable. The conflict between the Uchiha clan and Konoha was intensified after Sarutobi Hiruzen succeeded 3rd Hokage and Danzo became the assistant of Naruto. The Uchiha clan has not only a contradiction with Hokage, but also a huge contradiction with Konoha. The solution to the contradiction is also very simple: as long as the promise is made, the position of 4th Hokage belongs to their Uchiha clan. But at this time, Konoha's high level, the Uchiha clan was too late. How could it be possible to give the position of Hokage to the Uchiha clan? In addition, Danzo inherited the will of 2nd Hokage Senju Tobirama and used more severe methods to suppress the Uchiha family, which completely intensified the contradiction. And this contradiction reached a peak in the time of the Tail Beast in the Sharingan incident that happened not long ago. Danzo, who was so defensive against the Uchiha clan, naturally also left a lot of dark hands in the Uchiha clan. Danzo still knows the current situation in the Uchiha clan. The attitude of the Uchiha clan towards Konoha has changed from contradiction to hatred. If it weren't for Yuyu's powerful strength to deter them, the Uchiha clan might have a coup. In Danzo's view, this is absolutely intolerable. Even Sarutobi Hiruzen is very entangled, not knowing whether to kill the harm in the cradle. But now Yu tells them that the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku, wants to eliminate the Uchiha clan and then defect to Yu. What a joke. This person Uchiha Fugaku, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo know it. Generally speaking, Uchiha Fugaku has a friendly attitude towards Konoha. From several key decisions, Uchiha Fugaku's choice can be seen. But Uchiha Fugaku's love and loyalty to the Uchiha clan is also absolute. To say that Uchiha Fugaku will kill his relatives for Konoha, Danzo is the first to not believe it. So for Uchiha Fugaku, Danzo's attitude is that Uchiha Fugaku is no different from other Uchiha people. Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude is to try to use Uchiha Fugaku to open a breakthrough and ease the contradiction between the Uchiha clan and Konoha. But even for Sarutobi Hiruzen, the contradiction between the Uchiha clan and Konoha is mostly negative. Even if it can be resolved, it will be an extremely long process. But now Yu tells them that Uchiha Fugaku is going to clean out the Uchiha clan by himself, and then go to Yu's subordinates. It's like a joke. Yu, what did you do to make Uchiha Fugaku make such a decision? As for the fake, neither Sarutobi Hiruzen nor Danzo thought about this possibility. Yu's character is already well known in the ninja world. Cheating Yu? Finding death is not such a way to find it. To put it hard, there is no Uchiha clan of Mangekyo Sharingan. Even if there are 10, they are not enough for Yu. But why is this? What made Uchiha Fugaku so determined to completely defect to Yu? While Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo were shocked, there was also a huge sense of frustration in their hearts. In particular, they have had a headache with the Uchiha clan for decades. To solve the problems of the Uchiha clan, how many years it will take. As a result, Yu and Uchiha Fugaku met once, or Uchiha Fugaku begged Yu to meet once, and that was the solution. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo both have the urge to kill them. After confirming with Yu many times, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo sat on the seats with blank eyes. Is the problem of the Uchiha clan really going to be solved? Zibo Fugaku's guarantee, coupled with Yu's strength, in the eyes of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo, there is no suspense in solving the problems of the Uchiha clan. Yes, you call it, isn't it a big deal? Sarutobi Hiruzen is trembling a little now, looking at Yu who is nonchalant, his lips tremble and ask. Otherwise. Is this a big deal? By the way, Danzo, you bastard, give me a little faster and build the wine storage base. When the time comes, the Uchiha family will have a place to go. Yu waved his hand indifferently, then remembered something and looked at Danzo viciously. Chew, wine storage base. Danzo's mouth twitched when he heard the words. It's not because Yu scolded him. To be honest, Danzo has become a bit accustomed to the scolding of Yu. The reason why Danzo's mouth twitched was the second half of Yu's sentence. Yes, you plan to let the Uchiha clan. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Yu in disbelief, his lips trembled. Well, then let a few famous brewing masters give lessons to the Uchiha clan guys and make wine for me. Sharingan's dynamic vision is just right, Yu grinned. The corners of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo's mouth twitched. By the way, Byakugan from the Hyuga clan guys seems to be able to help, so let them go too. Yu added. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo's mouth Kakuzu was about to squeeze. The Uchiha clan, the Hyuga clan, and the two major eye surgery families in the ninja world, use their most proud eye surgery to make wine? Yu can figure it out. Especially Danzo, now he has the desire to die. He originally thought that the reason Yu accepted the surrender of the Uchiha clan, like him, was because he fell in love with Sharingan from the Uchiha clan. In Danzo's life, he was only interested in two bloodline boundaries. Wood style and Sharingan. Even if it is said to have surpassed the boundary of blood succession, Danzo has no interest in it. It is said that it has surpassed the boundary of blood inheritance. When the original second Tsuchikage faced Uchiha Madara, there was no way to fight back. In front of Wood style and Mangekyo Sharingan, Chen Yun is a fart. Wood style, which has been completely buried following the death of Senju Hashirama, can only be studied through Senju Hashirama's cells. And Sharingan, there are many more now. Danzo has been watching the power of Sharingan. Danzo has been suppressing the Uchiha clan, and even wants to destroy the Uchiha clan, Sharingan, which is also one of the important reasons. But now, Yu accepted the Uchiha clan because of Sharingan. But what's so special, Yu is for the Uchiha clan to use Sharingan's dynamic vision to make wine. How can this not let Danzo's mentality, who has been hoping for the power of Mangekyo Sharingan, explode? Okay, is it okay? It's okay, I'm leaving. Yu looked at the two old guys with hollow eyes, curled their lips, didn't bother to talk nonsense with them, and said. Yu, do you care about the Uchiha clan? Sarutobi Hiruzen came back abruptly, looked at Yu and asked quickly. Listening to the meaning in Yu's words, are you not planning to intervene in the elimination of the Uchiha clan? What do you care about them? Uchiha Fugaku can be cleaned up. I will let them go brewing and clean up the failure. Yu Yu waved his hand indifferently, and walked out as he spoke, his final words blurred. When Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo heard this, the corners of their eyes twitched. Indeed, the Uchiha clan is really nothing to Yu. Yu, there is really no need to spend a lot of energy to deal with the Uchiha family. Watching Yu's back disappear into the Hokage office, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo let out a long breath. They were almost not scared to death just now. After slowing down, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo had a heated discussion. Yu doesn't take the Uchiha clan seriously, they can't do it. For the Uchiha clan to clean up such a big thing, it must be done relatively smoothly. In Konoha now, there are nobles of every country. What if something happens to the Uchiha clan and the lives of these powerful people are endangered? It's not the Sarutobi Hiruzen forces, but now these powerful people are golden money. If something goes wrong, how much will Konoha cost less? This is absolutely sloppy. At the same time, in a hidden place in the ninja world. A hidden place in the ninja world. Tick, tick. In the dark cave, water drops slowly dripping from the top of the cave, arousing light spray on the ground. Uchiha Madara is leaning against the Gedo statue, and the connecting pipe of the Gedo statue is inserted in the back. The only one transplanted from Sharingan, his eyes are dim, his breathing is already full of air intake, less air, and full of death. The whole person looks like one. Dead. Absolutely, my life is coming to an end. The chapped lips moved slowly, Uchiha Madara said lightly. Although he was about to die, there was no fluctuation in Uchiha Madara's tone. His body has already reached its limit. After handing Rinnegan to Nagato, Uchiha Madara's life entered the countdown. If it hadn't been for the Gedo statue to continuously provide chakra to his broken body, with his physical condition, I'm afraid I would have gone underground to see Senju Hashirama go. But even if there is a huge chakra life extension, Uchiha Madara's body has reached its limit. The energy of the body is that chakra can be supplemented, but the vitality is dissipated, but chakra cannot make up. Now Uchiha Madara, the vitality in his body has already come to an end. Even if there is more chakra, he can't continue his life. What's the situation with Obito? Uchiha Madara asked faintly. Mr. Madara, don't worry, everything is under your control. Black Zetsu said hoarsely. The follow-up plan is left to you. You have to keep an eye on Konoha's movement, and after the plan is opened, use the revolving heaven technique to revive me. Uchiha Madara's dim eyes suddenly flickered like a flashback, and said to Ju faintly. It was too late when he turned on Rinnegan. Otherwise, where does it need to be so troublesome? With Rinnegan, if he had a healthy body, he would have swept the ninja world and completed Project Tsuki no Mi. Unfortunately, when Senju Hashirama's power was just transplanted to himself, there was no reaction at first. Even Uchiha Madara was ready to accept failure at the time. But when he was about to die, Rinnegan turned it on. Good luck, when he turns on Rinnegan, his life has come to an end. The body that was so dilapidated and walked to the end of life couldn't bear Rinnegan's terrible power at all. Only through the Gedo statue, chakra can be transmitted to his body to continue life. Fortunately, he found a perfect carrier for Rinnegan, Nagato from the Uzumaki clan. Coupled with the current Uchiha Obito Kazuzu, the completion of the plan is just around the corner. Understood, Mr. Ban. Black Zetsu responded. In fact, without Uchiha Madara's explanation, he will go all out. Waiting for this day, he has been waiting for 1,000 years. To resurrect Otsutsuki Kagaya, there are 3 main conditions. Rinnegan. 10 tails. Infinite Tsukuyomi. Rinnegan is the top priority and the foundation of everything. Because only Rinnegan can summoning out the Gedo statue. Gedo statue is the sacred tree, its 10 tails is shell. As long as the 9-tailed beasts separated from the original sage of 6 paths and 10 tails chakra are sealed in the Gedo statue, 10 tails will reappear in the world. Then, when Infinite Tsukuyomi turns on, swallowing all chakras in the world, Otsutsuki Kagaya will reappear to the world. It took 1,000 years for Black Zetsu to start Rinnegan alone. Although the appearance of Yu Saiga brought a lot of uncertainty to the plan, Black Zetsu decided to go all out to carry on the plan. He waited for 1,000 years before he appeared to Uchiha Madara, a powerful reincarnation almost comparable to the original Indra. Even Uchiha Madara was extremely lucky, and Rinnegan was turned on at the last stage of his life. If you miss this time, the next Uchiha Madara, I don't know how long it will take to reappear. And even if it appears, it may not be able to open Rinnegan. So, even if you want to face the monster Chimu Yu, Black Zetsu will continue the plan. Besides, Chimu Yu is so young now, far from the age of the peak of a ninja, so terrifying. After a while, who knows how terrible Chimu Uyu will be. If Uyu Saiga is only powerful, then Black Zetsu may really be curled up in the shadow of the ninja world, waiting for Uyu Saiga's life to end. After all, his lifespan is still long. As long as you keep this pair of Rinnegan well, and wait for Chimu Uyu to reach the end of life, it will be no more than 100 years at most. Even at that time, Nagato, the carrier of Rinnegan, will also die. But Rinnegan's carrier, he can find it again. The Uzumaki clan and Uchiha clan still exist in the world. Even if you can't find a carrier that fits Rinnegan as well as Nagato, even if you can only use Rinnegan's power, it is enough to capture the tail beasts. But Chimu Uyu's perception really chilled Black Zetsu. It was no worse than Sage of Six Paths before, and perhaps even more terrifying perception, which made Black Zetsu feel chills every time he thought of it. Moreover, just now, Chimu Uyu's perception is so terrifying, then, what about the future? In the future, if Chimu Uyu's perception becomes even more terrifying, together with Chimu Uyu, he has already discovered his existence. When the time comes, the ninja world is big, will he still have a place for Black Zetsu? If you don't continue to advance the plan, he will be able to face Chimu Uyu with his strength at that time. It will not be enough for Chimu Uyu to slash. Chimu Uyu. Black Zetsu chanted the name in his heart, shaking unconsciously. The pressure on Konoha last time was too great. Up to now, the place where he was chopped by Chimu Uyu is still in pain. This kind of power that can directly slash his essence makes Black Zetsu terrified. Last time, Chimu Uyu put more energy on the Tail Beast Colosseum. Even so, Chimu Uyu almost killed him with a stab. Next time, Black Zetsu is sure that with the prepared Chimu Uyu, it is absolutely impossible to give him another chance. With his weak strength, facing the prepared Chimu Uyu, is there still suspense in the end? Huh. What's the matter? Uchiha Madara looked at Ju, who was not in the right state, and asked faintly. Although his life has come to an end, the change in Ju's state cannot be concealed from him. No, it's nothing, Mr. Madara, I'm thinking about Chimu Uyu. I don't know if this guy will affect our plan. Black Zetsu looked at Uchiha Madara and said. Black Zetsu did not hide the situation that Uyu Saiga discovered him, but played down the horror that Uyu Saiga felt. For a character like Uchiha Madara, it is true or false to be able to play with it. For Black Zetsu, who has existed in the ninja world for thousands of years and played countless generations of Indra and Ashura reincarnations between the palms of his hands, dealing with an arrogant Uchiha Madara is really simple. Chimu Uyu. It's kind of true to be able to find you, but in front of my Rinnegan, he is not afraid. After you resurrect me with the revolving heaven technique, I will resolve it myself. Uchiha Madara looked at Black Zetsu and said lightly. The news passed to him from Konoha really surprised Uchiha Madara. 9 Tails, succumbed to Chimu Uyu. And it's not just surrendering, but willing to become a cash cow in the hands of Chimu Uyu. Although Uchiha Madara never looked at the tail beast, it was regarded as rubbish. But 9 Tails, among the tail beasts, is a special existence, extremely powerful. Otherwise, Uchiha Madara would not bother to control 9 Tails to fight Senju Hashirama. In the eyes of Uchiha Madara, the power of 9 Tails is at least qualified to participate in the battle between him and Senju Hashirama. Although in front of his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, 9 Tails has no resistance and can only be controlled by him. But that is the effect of eternal Mangekyo Sharingan's pupil technique, and 9 Tails never really succumbed to him. Chimu Uyu does not have the blood of Uyu Chiba clan, and there is no eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which means that Chimu Uyu can make 9 Tails surrender. There must be some unusual means. What exactly is this method? Uchiha Madara hasn't thought about it for the time being. After all, even he hasn't let 9 Tails really succumb. But for Uchiha Madara, all this is an accident, but it is just an accident. Although Nagato, who was chosen by him as the carrier of Rinnegan, could not exert Rinnegan's true strength at all, it is unknown whether he can defeat Chimu Uyu, who possesses unknown means and can make 9 Tails surrender. But for Uchiha Madara, does it matter whether Nagato can beat Uyu Saiga? It's not important at all. He only needs to wait for Nagato to be able to control Rinnegan and use the revolving heaven technique to resurrect him. Nagato's role is only here. Use Nagato's life in exchange for his Uchiha Madara's reappearance in the world. As long as he resurrects and restores his youthful strength, coupled with Rinnegan, who belongs to him, even Senju Hashirama at the beginning cannot be his opponent. Why should you be afraid of a mere Chimu Uyu? Uchiha Madara's originally dim Sharingan exudes a dazzling brilliance. Understood, Mr. Madara. Black Zetsu adjusted his mentality, nodded, and responded. But in his heart, he was determined to pay attention, and he wouldn't go to Konoha until Nagato completely took control of Rinnegan's power. Konoha, at this time, has been completely regarded as a restricted area by Black Zetsu. Only in the final battle is the time to contact Konoha and Chimu Uyu. By that time, Uchiha Obito and Nagato had already grown up completely. With the power of a pair of Rinnegan and a Mangekyo Sharingan, it is possible to have more confidence when facing Mu Uyu. Well, then, everything is up to you. Uchiha Madara nodded and slowly closed his eyes. Exhale. Breath. Exhale. After a while, Uchiha Madara's head slowly drooped, and the breath of life slowly dissipated. The reincarnation of this generation of Indra, the life of Uchiha Madara, has come to an end. Bang. A huge white smoke rose, and the Gedo statue behind Uchiha Madara disappeared. Black Zetsu looked at the Gedo statue that had lost the breath of holy life and disappeared, and his eyes flickered slightly. The next time the Gedo statue appears, is when Nagato completely controls Rinnegan. At that time, the plan to resurrect his mother, Otsutsuki Kagaya, will begin. Mr. Madara, is he dead? At this time, from a secret room, Obito's figure slowly appeared. He looked at Uchiha Madara and asked with a complex expression. Although Uchiha Madara threatened him at the beginning and wanted to use him, in the days that followed, he could be regarded as half of his mentor. Ah, Mr. Madara's life has reached the end, and the rest of the work needs you to complete, Obito. Creating a real world is what you want, isn't it? Black Zetsu nodded and said. During this period of time, Black Zetsu and Uchiha Madara have used various means to make Obito hate the world and believe that the current world is false. And the Lin of Konoha is naturally false. Everything is the conspiracy of Chimu Uyu. With Obito's current weak strength, in front of Uchiha Madara and Black Zetsu, it is like a doll. You can handle it as you want. You don't need to say, I will do it naturally. Obito said indifferently. The Guyu in Sharingan was spinning quickly, and a sickle-like shape appeared faintly. Bring it. From now on, your name will be Uchiha Madara. Black Zetsu took out a spiral mask from behind, handed it to Obito, and said slowly. As long as Obito's strength and age are higher, he will take Obito to contact Nagato and Akatsuki in the name of Uchiha Madara. Then, the plan officially began. Crack. Obito slowly put the spiral mask on his face. The scarlet Sharingan light flashed away. Time passed slowly. Since Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo began to prepare to deal with the possible changes of the Uchiha clan, the storm of the death of Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura gradually subsided at a very fast speed. Although these two people have very deep roots in Konoha, there are two confidants in Konoha's various departments. Even after Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura brought the elite of the clan to the capital of Fire Nation, they still had a huge influence on Konoha. But Konoha today is no longer the Konoha it used to be. Every major family clearly understands that Konoha has entered the age of Lord Chimu Uyu. Although Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura had a great impact after their deaths, as long as Mr. Chimu Uyu was there, Konoha would be as stable as Mount Tai. In addition, Konoha has now entered the fast lane of rapid development. The current major families and former Udatain Kaharu, Mitokado Homura's cronies, and even the two original families, are busy riding on the fast lane of Konoha development, where there is still time to manage Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura. Now, following in the footsteps of Master Chimu Uyu, which family is not making a lot of money? Even if the surplus property is handed over to Uyu, the wealth of the major families is now 100 times more than before. The land price of Konoha has already reached a sky-high price. Most of Konoha's land is in the hands of major families. Although they have consciously handed over the excess land to Master Chimu Uyu, what they have left is still a horrible treasure. Coupled with today's Konoha, it seems that it has become the center of the world. Even the dignitaries and merchants from remote countries come all the way to Konoha to get a glimpse of the tail beast. Population and wealth are madly gathering in Konoha. The opposite is the rapid development of Konoha's various industries. Relying on the industry owned by the family itself, all major families make a lot of money. Under such circumstances, who remembers who Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura are? It is not Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura that have brought them huge wealth and benefits, but Mr. Chimu Uyu. The many families of Konoha clearly know that only by following the steps of Master Chimu Uyu and abiding by the rules set by Master Chimu Uyu can their family become stronger. And let alone Konoha, now the entire ninja world is respected by Lord Chimu Uyu. I didn't see that even the former third Raikage of Cloud Shinobi Village died under the sword of Mr. Yu Saiga. Don't you still respect Mr. Yu Saiga? Originally, Udatain Kaharu, Mitokado Homura's confidants, are busy showing loyalty to Konoha and Uyu at this time. Where can there be time to grieve for the deaths of Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura? Moreover, Uyu, after accepting the wealth and resources handed in by the major families, also let the major families breathe a sigh of relief and took a reassurance. After all, Chimu Uyu-sama's behavior style, who does not know about the ninja world? If I wanted to cut you down, I would cut you into pieces with a single knife, so I wouldn't be able to collect these things. Even some families who feel they have found the right way plan to take out a separate copy of the wealth earned by the family's industry and hand it over to Uyu on time. And the family who did this really received Uyu's commendation. Even the verbal awards made the major families overjoyed. The remaining families who did not participate also urgently handed over part of the family's industrial profits to Uyu on time. After all, if you give something, you may not be remembered, but if you don't give it, it will definitely be remembered. In this way, the wealth of Uyu's family is climbing at a terrifying speed. And the Tail Beast Coliseum also maintained the frequency of once a week, opened in an orderly manner. Every time it was opened, it brought countless sensations, especially when 8 tails, second only to 9 tails, appeared on the stage, showing incomparably terrifying power, which made this sensation reach its peak. 8 tails is so terrifying, then, what about the legendary 9 tails? But it is a pity that Konoha has always been dangling the appetite of the rich and powerful from all over the world, and 9 tails has not yet appeared. However, this did not affect the popularity of the Tail Beast Coliseum, but the field was full. Now Konoha, under Uyu's order, is planning to broadcast the exciting matchup in the Coliseum of the Tailed Beast, so that civilians from all over the world can also see the demeanor of the Tailed Beast. And the purpose of doing this is of course not to do good deeds, but to make more money. Although civilians may not have much wealth, as long as there are enough viewers, some people are willing to pay for it. Although the technology is not mature enough, under the temptation of money and profit, technological progress is only a matter of time. Uyu and Konoha don't even have to pay for it themselves. Konoha has just released some news, and countless consortia and businessmen have heard the wind and are willing to pay a big price to obtain the right to develop this project. After all, there is only Konoha in the world with the Coliseum of Tailed Beasts. No one does not know how much benefit this represents. They couldn't get involved in the previous matter, but they could take the broadcast rights. Although it is conceivable that Konoha will definitely offer sky-high prices here, no matter how high the price is, some consortia and businessmen are rushing to do it. Sometimes, making money is second, and influence is the most important. Who can get the exclusive authorization of the Tail Beast Coliseum, then who can gain a huge influence, for this, let alone make money, even if it loses money, there are some consortia and business people rushing to do it. As a result, the sky-high prices that shocked Sarutobi Hiruzen and Konoha were offered one by one. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Konoha wanted to swallow these quotes into their stomachs on the spot. But it's a pity that they don't count, but Uyu is the one who counts. What made Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes even more staring was that even at such a terrifying price, Uyu was extremely disgusted, and after picking and choosing, he set extremely harsh conditions. Even so, there are still consortia and businessmen who are willing to do so. With the participation of businessmen and consortia, the hype for the tail beasts began immediately. Including a series of peripherals, toys, models, and even movies related to the tail beast, have all been launched. Of course, all the copyrights are in Uyu's hands, and the big heads are in Uyu's pockets. This made Sarutobi Hiruzen and others' envy eyes red. Uyu is really making money lying down. Uyu's current wealth is even more terrifying than Konoha. In the future, there will be even more terrifying wealth, which will continue to flow into Uyu's pocket. This made Sarutobi Hiruzen feel extremely shocked. Although he knew that Konoha would develop rapidly after the opening of the Coliseum of Tailed Beasts, but at such a terrifying speed, Sarutobi Hiruzen was stunned. At the beginning, Uyu's rhetoric of buying the entire country of fire is being realized step by step. What makes Sarutobi Hiruzen feel bitter is that even if Uyu now has a terrifying wealth that can't be spent, he still often gets debts for the money he owes Uyu. Dignified third Hokage, completely reduced to Uyu's exclusive employee. And as the Tail Beast Coliseum became more and more popular, Konoha not only did not open the Tail Beast Colosse frequently. Instead, the Tail Beast Coliseum was changed to once every 2 weeks. As for whether it caused dissatisfaction among the powers of various countries, Konoha didn't care at all. Dissatisfied? You don't have to come to see it. In the whole world, only Konoha can see the Tail Beast on the spot. You don't want to watch it, and some people are willing to watch it. Tickets for the Tailed Beast Coliseum are only available when they are not enough to sell. In this way, Konoha developed steadily and rapidly. Soon, A year passed in a flash. Ah. Come on, kid, give me a drink. Yu is holding a baby with blonde hair in one hand and a wine bottle in the other, and is about to pour it into the baby's mouth. Little devil, cry again, be careful I slashed you. Yu fiddled with Naruto's head and said viciously. Kids can't drink. Minato's face turned green, and he hurried to the side of Yu, pulled Yu, and persuaded him with a wry smile. Today, it is Minato's son, the third day of Naruto's birth. Minato is now one of Konoha's most famous jonin. Although Minato's military exploits were not as prominent as the original work because of the appearance of Yu, it is still one of the most prestigious jonin in Konoha today. Minato's descendants are born, so naturally we have to celebrate. So Yu took the girls, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru to Minato's home to celebrate Minato. Huh. Can't you drink? I was drinking when I was born. Why is this little guy so useless? Yu frowned and said in dissatisfaction. Minato, Sarutobi Hiruzen and others heard the words, and the corners of their mouths twitched. Do you treat everyone like you as a freak? Alcohol, but one of the 3 bands of ninjas, alcohol, can make chakra ninja chakra, and cause harm to the body, long-term alcoholism, and even make the ninjas back in strength. Even a ninja can't stand the perennial ravages of alcohol, let alone a newborn baby. In the entire ninja realm, there is only Yu, the more you can drink, the stronger. Yu, it really doesn't work, Naruto is too young to work. Minato smiled bitterly and took Yu's hand with the wine, persuading him. As for Kushina, she was shivering on the sidelines. If others dared to treat her son like this, she would have punched him up early, but for Yu, she really didn't dare. And Yu, who is kind to their family, toss Naruto, just toss. Anyway, if Tsunade-sama is here, Yu won't be messed up. Don't worry, your son is not ordinary. Drinking will never cause trouble. Yu patted Minato on the shoulder, grinning. Perceived by the power of 6 paths, Yu clearly perceives the chakra hidden deep in Naruto's body. That chakra belongs to Ashura. Really? When Minato heard Yu say this, he touched his head and smirked. And Kushina on the side was also surprised. Even Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya and others stared. Yu, I've never been so exaggerated. As far as Sarutobi Hiruzen and others know, the person who can be admired by Yu is also the 3rd Raikage who died by Yu's knife. Besides, I didn't hear any praise from Yu. Although Naruto is just a baby now, but Yu's terrifying ability to perceive, no one in the audience knows. It seems that Naruto's body contains huge potential. Everyone sighed. Tons. At this time, a swallowing sound caught everyone's attention, and everyone looked for reputation, and they were immediately dumbfounded. Minato looked at Naruto, who was flushed and scented with alcohol, and his face turned green. They were immersed in Yu's words just now. During this period, Yu poured a bottle of wine into Naruto. That's a whole bottle. I said, are you so nervous? If I say it's okay, then it must be okay. Yu looked at everyone dumbfounded and frowned. Huh. Tsunade hurriedly carried Naruto from Yu's hand and checked it carefully. Tsunade-sama, is Naruto okay? Minato looked at Tsunade in a panic and asked eagerly. Huh. It's weird, indeed, as Yu said, after drinking so much alcohol, Naruto has no physical problems. Tsunade looked at Naruto's body, her beautiful eyes filled with doubts. Tsunade was also scared just now. After all, such a small baby, let alone a whole bottle of wine, even a few drops of wine may bring serious consequences. But Naruto drank a whole bottle of wine, nothing happened. This is not a normal reaction of an average baby at all. It seems that Naruto, as Yu said, is very unusual. Call. Hearing this, Minato breathed a sigh of relief. Boom. I said, Minato, you stinky boy, can I still kill him? Yu came up and punched Minato and said dissatisfiedly. As Ashura's reincarnation, how could something go wrong with a mere bottle of wine? Am I not afraid? Minato clutched his head and said nonchalantly. As soon as Yu came up, he poured alcohol into his newborn son. Can you not scare him to death? But although he was relieved, Minato's mouth twitched while watching Naruto, who opened his mouth and babbled. His son, won't he be an alcoholic in the future? At this time, in the Uchiha clan, a baby named Uchiha Sasuke was also crying in the crib. In a crib, a baby with black hair was crying. Sasuke, stop crying. Uchiha Itachi came to the crib with a touch of doting in his eyes, and he held Sasuke in his arms and nudged Sasuke's black hair. Yeah. Sasuke looked at Itachi, and the crying stopped immediately, with a smile on his small face, he went to pull Itachi's hair. Although Itachi felt pains in his scalp, he was still smiling and allowed Sasuke to pull his hair. Huh. Watching the two sons play, Uchiha Fugaku relaxed with some hazy expressions, exhaled a long breath, and the corners of his mouth were slightly raised, showing a smile that he hadn't seen for a long time. Your pressure, don't be so much. Aside, Uchiha Makoto, who had just given birth, looked at the expression on Uchiha Fugaku's face and comforted. For more than a year, Uchiha Makoto hardly saw any smile on her husband's face. Even with the family atmosphere, the atmosphere of the Uchiha clan is extremely tense. Although Uchiha Fugaku doesn't say anything, as the wife of the patriarch, Uchiha Makoto still has some understanding of some things. Within the Uchiha clan, many elite ninjas and elders have mysteriously disappeared or died in missions over the past year or so. This is not the age of war. Even in the age of war, the casualty rate of elite ninjas of the Uchiha clan has not reached the level of this year. In addition to the deaths of some elders, although it is said that they were old, natural deaths are deaths due to illness, but within a year so many elders died at the same time, it is not right to think. Recently, the atmosphere in the Uchiha tribe can be said to be very tense, even to the point of tension. Even the Konoha garrison patrolling missions, the Uchiha clan has fewer. Most of the elite ninjas are in the Uchiha clan. I don't know what they are doing. Uchiha Makoto's face was deeply worried. I heard that Minato's child was also born. You have a good relationship with Uzumaki Kushina. You can move around more. Looking at the worry on his wife's face, Uchiha Fugaku didn't say anything, but talked about the usual things. In today's Konoha, the Naruto system, or the Chimu Uyu system, it has long been clear. The families headed by the Sarutobi clan, including the Nara clan, the Yamanaka clan, and the Akamichi clan, are firmly attached to Chimu Uyu. Even the Shimura clan, after the Utatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura incidents, were gradually accepted by the Naruto family. Although not in the core position, it can also be regarded as the power of the Naruto system. The Hitomi family, which is as famous as their Uchiha clan, and the Hyuga clan, also frequently show good wishes to Chimu Uyu. As far as Uchiha Fugaku knows, the Hyuga family paid a huge price for this, and even part of the ancestral land was handed over to Chimu Uyu. In the past year or so, all the families closely related to Chimu Uyu have achieved tremendous development. As for the Uchiha clan, although life is much better than before, they are nothing compared to those families with whom Chimu Uyu is closely related. If this continues, the gap will only widen, and Konoha's resources will also be limited. Konoha's rapid development period is still a few years at most, and when these few years have passed, then the gap really cannot be made up. The fact that those families have a close relationship with Chimu Uyu is actually only because someone in the family has a good relationship with Chimu Uyu. Needless to say, the Sarutobi family, the relationship between Sarutobi Hiruzen and Chimu Uyu is unknown to Konoha. Like the Nara clan, the Akamichi clan, and the Yamanaka clan, although these three families are considered famous in Konoha, they are not in the forefront of many families. In fact, even in the Sengoku period, these three big families were only middle-class families. Otherwise, the three big families would not unite together, advance and retreat together, and faintly attached to the Sarutobi clan. The reason why they are able to obtain their current status is only because Nara Shikahisa, Akamichi Choza, and Yamanaka Yuichi were the few direct descendants of Saiga Uyu in the Third Ninja War. Now, these three people have already become the patriarchs of their respective families. Although these three people themselves are candidates for the next generation of patriarchs, in terms of their qualifications, these three people should work for a few more years. The most important reason for being able to succeed the patriarch ahead of time and having the power of the master family is because they were originally the direct line of Chimu Uyu. And the entire Konoha, and even the entire shinobi world knows that Chimu Uyu's true direct line is only one person. Konoha, Yellow Flash, Namikaze Minato, even as Sanin, the relationship between Jiraiya and Orochimaru, the core of the Naruto system, and Uyu Saiga are not as close as Namikaze Minato. Today's Namikaze Minato has a part-time job in Konoha, and even faintly becomes Konoha's third person. Although it is also related to Jiraiya, Orochimaru and others not fighting for power, it is undeniable that it is precisely because of the identity of Chimu Uyu's direct line that Namikaze Minato's road goes so smoothly. Since his wife has a good relationship with Namikaze Minato's wife, Uzumaki Kushina, it's not a bad thing to walk so much. In addition, the children of Sasuke and Namikaze Minato were born almost within a short period of time, so it is not impossible to build some relationships. Well, I got it. Knowing that her husband didn't plan to talk to himself, Uchiha Makoto nodded silently and said, "Well, The day after tomorrow, take Sasuke and Itachi to visit Namikaze Minado's house. Uchiha Fugaku calculated the days and said lightly. Itachi, take care of your brother. Uchiha Fugaku stood up and said to Uchiha Itachi. Well, don't worry, father. Uchiha Itachi said with a smile on his face. Yeah. Sasuke stretched out his hands and babbled at Uchiha Fugaku. Uchiha Fugaku nodded with a flat expression, turned and left. After turning around, the corners of Uchiha Fugaku's mouth were slightly tilted, and a warm arc was evoked. It's over. In the next moment, a cold light flashed in Uchiha Fugaku's eyes. Whether it is for the family or for his two sons, the problems within the Uchiha clan must be resolved. Sharingan was turned on, a flash of scarlet light flickered, and 3 Go Jade quickly rotated, and a strange pattern appeared faintly. Mangekyo Sharingan. During this cleaning process, 3 Tomo Sharingan's pupil power had reached its peak, Uchiha Fugaku, and Mangekyo Sharingan was turned on. The reason is because he personally killed a companion who had a good relationship with him. That companion is also an elite ninja of the Uchiha clan, but unfortunately, unable to communicate. For the future of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku personally understands it. After that, Mangekyo Sharingan was turned on. Although Mangekyo Sharingan was turned on, Uchiha Fugaku did not raise other thoughts, on the contrary, he strengthened his decision. Because of Mangekyo Sharingan, I can finally see more content on the monument of the Uchiha clan. It's exactly the same as Chimu Uyu told him at the time. No, Uchiha Fugaku even thinks that Chimu Uyu knows more than his Mangekyo Sharingan sees countless times. Sin Luo Wanxiang. Uchiha Fugaku murmured. After opening Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Fugaku also has a deeper understanding of the legend of their Uchiha clan, Uchiha Madara. There is also some speculation about Uchiha Madara, who left Konoha regardless of the Uchiha clan, and then even attacked Konoha to fight with first Hokage Senju Hashirama. Senluo Vientian, is this the power of Sage of Six Paths Master in the first place? Is this the power of Uyu Saiga, Master? The more Uchiha Fugaku understands, the more he becomes in awe. But there are still some things that Uchiha Fugaku doesn't understand. Saiga Uyu's power comes more from Kendo, but neither the Uchiha clan related to Indra nor the Senju clan related to Ashura Yu's Kendo. Chimu Uyu, where does the power of this part come from? Although very confused, Uchiha Fugaku is not a fool, and naturally knows that there are some things that he can't explore. He only needs to know that the Uchiha clan can only continue to follow in the footsteps of Chimu Uyu. This is enough. 2 days later, he will completely eliminate the Uchiha clan and dedicate a clean Uchiha clan to Lord Chimu Uyu. Although 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, as well as Danzo for more than a year, have frequently hinted that he can produce energy to help him eliminate the Uchiha clan. But Uchiha Fugaku didn't mean to accept it at all. Although accepting the help of Sarutobi Hiruzen and others, the Uchiha clan's casualties can be reduced a lot, but what the Uchiha clan has to do now is to show value to that adult. The value of families that can't even clean up the clan is naturally greatly reduced. Mangekyo Sharingan's pupil power, he is almost completely master. Together with most of his master's clan power, it is enough to completely wipe out the remaining diehards. The big deal is to fight against the risk of blindness, use Susanoo to minimize the loss of the clan. Although he can't turn on the full-body Susanoo, he can still do it in a semi-full body. In Uchiha Fugaku's Sharingan, Lai flashed past. Boom. Boom. Crack. Hu. Ha. Makoto. Why are you here? Kushina opened the door, looking at Uchiha Makoto, her eyes gleaming with surprise. Well, Kushina, I heard that your child was born, I will come to see you. Uchiha Makoto hugged Sasuke, looked at Kushina and smiled. Now? Why don't we go out for dinner? Kushina's expression became a little unnatural, and she said dryly. Huh? What's the matter? Looking at Kushina's strange expression, Uchiha Makoto asked strangely. That. Haha, kid, give me another drink. Yuyu, really can't do it. Naruto is still young. Just as Kushina stammered, there was a sudden burst of noise in the house. Kushina, is there anyone at home? Uchiha Makoto heard the obviously drunken voice and looked a little weird, and asked. Itachi, who was standing next to Uchiha Makoto, suddenly changed his expression and trembled all over. Kushina, hurry up and call Master Tsunade. We can't stand it anymore. At this time, Minado's cry for help sounded, making Kushina's expression frantically changed. Makoto, you can go in first, Minado is at home, I'll go find Master Tsunade first. Kushina said a word and hurriedly ran out. Why, what's the matter? Uchiha Makoto looked at Kushina, who disappeared in a hurry, with a stunned expression on his face. But after thinking about it, Uchiha Makoto walked in with Itachi. After all, they came to visit. Kushina let them in, and Minato knew that they were coming. If they didn't go in again, it would be a bit rude. Nagging. Uchiha Makoto walked into the house with Uchiha Itachi, who was on the verge of an enemy. Before he could say anything polite, he was dumbfounded by what happened before him. I said, Minato, you bastard, are you good at it? And you, white-haired bastard, be careful, I slashed you. Yu held Naruto with one hand, and pressed the aggrieved Minato and Jiraiya with the other hand, cursing. Yes, Naruto, he really can't drink anymore. Even if he doesn't have any physical problems, he will become. Minato pleaded bitterly, but halfway through, he didn't dare to go on. Do you want him to say that Naruto might become the same little drunkard as Yu was when he was a kid? As for Jiraiya, he was aggrieved. He just came to see Naruto. He has special feelings for Naruto. Not only is Naruto a child of Minato, but the name Naruto is derived from the name of the protagonist in the book he wrote. But in the end, who knew, Yu was there too. As a result, the gun was lying innocently. What do you know? I'm training him to be an excellent ninja. This is something no one can ask for. Yu scolded. Minato and Jiraiya twitched their mouths. This is true, but your teaching method, they are really frightened. How can you drink alcohol for a baby who will be born soon? Stop talking nonsense. Huh. Yu frowned just as he was about to swear, and looked at Uchiha Itachi, who was confused and horrified. Yeah, it's just time to come and let the uncle hug. Yu raised Naruto with a blushing blush, and stared at Sasuke with a blank face with bright eyes. Now, Ashura and Indra, aren't they all together? Come on, kid, let uncle hug. Yu looked at Sasuke, who was ignorant, and grinned. Itachi shuddered when he saw that Sasuke was being targeted. The body that was trembling all the time suddenly seemed to gush out of endless power, and tremblingly stood in front of Yu. Yes, Yu-sama. Sasuke is innocent. Uchiha Itachi looked at the man in front of him, frowned slightly, and said with trembling lips. Boy, you have become bolder. Yu looked at Uchiha Itachi, raised his eyebrows, and gave a smirk. When Uchiha Itachi saw Yu's expression, he was shocked. Yu, but once left a terrible shadow on his soul. Yes, Lord Yu. Uchiha Makoto held Sasuke and looked at the young man in front of him with shock and trepidation in his eyes. As the wife of the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Makoto is not stupid. Through the performance of Kushina, Minato and Jiraiya, combined with their names, Uchiha Makoto immediately understood who the man standing in front of her was. Chimu Yu, Konoha, and even the strongest in the entire ninja world. Even the entire Uchiha clan, in front of this man, is as small as dust. The reason why her husband asked her to visit Kushina today was because of the man in front of him. But who would have expected that this man would be in Kushina's house today? To be honest, Uchiha Makoto is afraid of Yu Saiga. The reason is naturally her husband, Uchiha Fugaku, was seriously injured twice by this man. Even Itachi was seriously injured once because of offending this man. Facing this man directly now, Itachi is still so rude. How can he not make Uchiha Makoto terrified? Yes, Lord Yu, please forgive Itachi for the offense. Uchiha Makoto was so scared that he hugged Sasuke and knelt down, begging. I said, am I so scary? Are you the white-haired bastard talking nonsense everywhere? Yu looked at Uchiha Makoto, who was so frightened that he collapsed, and looked at Jiraiya with a stiff expression in dissatisfaction. It makes him look like a villain, Konoha, who doesn't know that Yu is the kindest. Jiraiya looked at Yu's fierce gaze, and the corners of his mouth twitched. Special, are you scared? Don't you know it in your heart? At every turn, he would pick up a black knife and slash at people, and even the tail beast succumbed to Yu's brutality. In Konoha now, in the ninja world, who is not afraid of Yu? Such Yu, still need him to talk nonsense? Little devil, get out of the way, be careful that I cut you off. Yu looked at Itachi, who was stubbornly blocking him, with a nasty smile at the corner of his mouth, and knocked Itachi to the ground with Chushui's scabbard. Itachi only felt a burst of terrifying force pressing on him. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get rid of it. Sasuke. Seeing Yu who was lifting away from his mother with Vice Admiral Sasuke, Itachi let out a roar. Sharingan turned on automatically, and Guyu rotated quickly, with bloodshot eyes in his eyes. To Guyu? You deserve to be the guy with Brokan's attributes. Yu looked at Sharingan in Uchiha Itachi's eyes with interest. It's a pity, let alone the two Guyu Sharingan. Even if Mangekyo Sharingan is in front of you, it is not worth mentioning. Uchiha Itachi could only watch with tearing eyes. Yu brought his dearest brother in front of him, and then tons. Uchiha Itachi and Uchiha Makoto looked dumbfounded at Sasuke, who was being filled with alcohol. Ah! Sasuke's small face quickly turned red, and her dark eyes were filled with ripples. How is it? Little devil, it tastes good, isn't it? This is my treasure. Yu looked at Sasuke, who was dizzy and drunk with satisfaction. Indra's physique still seems to be inferior to Ashura. After half a bottle of wine, he will be drunk. Yes, it's hard, isn't Sasuke's physique unusual? Minato was startled at first. After all, Uchiha Makoto is a good friend of Kushina. If there is something short and long, he can't explain it to Kushina. But seeing that he was filled with half a bottle of wine, but only drunk, Sasuke, who had no problem, Minato suddenly reacted. It seems that Yu felt something unusual in Sasuke's body. Do you think I'm going to spoil two little ghosts? Yu glanced at Minato. That's right, I am the two brats. Turn Indra and Ashura into two alcoholics. When the old man of six paths appears, the scene must be very exciting. A nasty smile came up at the corner of Yu's mouth. Haha. Minato looked at the nasty smile at the corner of Yu's mouth and twitched. You didn't mean it. Minato could let Yu cut off his head. However, it seems that the children of Kushina's friends also have extraordinary potential hidden in them. After all, as Yu said, Yu poured Naruto and Sasuke into very rare and good wines. For these wines, Lord Third Hokage licked his face and asked Yu for a few bottles last time, and because of this, he took a heavy debt. But these days, Naruto alone drinks more than the ones that Mr. Third Hokage wants. Yu, don't take out these good wines casually. And Yu not only met two children, Naruto and Sasuke, like Narashikamaru of Narashikamaru, Yamanaka Ino of Yamanaka, and Yu, but also did not see Yu filling them with alcohol. Although Naruto has been drinking a lot of alcohol by Yu these days, his body has not been affected, but he has become healthier. This made Minato breathe a sigh of relief, but also felt a little tangled. Naruto, what if you become the same as Yu when you were a kid? Minato shivered severely when he thought of how Naruto would look for alcohol to drink. Yes, Lord Yu, who are you? Uchiha Makoto, who was also scared to death just now, looked at Yu tremblingly. Your child is more congenial with me, so let me train him in the future. Yu looked at Uchiha Makoto, slid Sasuke and Naruto casually, and said carelessly. Really? Uchiha Makoto was stunned for a moment, and then a look of disbelief and surprise appeared in his eyes. This is Master Chimu Yu, Konoha's famous family, who don't want their offspring to be able to learn under the sect of Master Chimu Yu. But it is a pity that until now, the only person who can really study under Master Chimu Yu is the only one who was lucky enough to have the opportunity to learn under Master Chimu Yu during the Third Ninja War. Azuki Uyan is also the most dazzling ninja among Konoha's new generation. Among the new generation ninjas, even those born into famous families are far from Azuki's opponents. According to legend, Azuki Uyan now has the strength of Jonin. The Azuki clan was originally just a small family among Konoha's many families. Azuki Uyan, before entering the door of Mr. Chimu Yu, was not very noticeable among Konoha's new generation ninjas. However, he only became the strongest of the new generation in just 2 years after entering the door of Mr. Chimu Yu. As for Konoha, which family doesn't want their descendants to be lucky enough to worship Lord Chimu Yu? Uchiha Makoto thought that such a thing had nothing to do with Sasuke. After all, the relationship between the Uchiha clan and Chimu Yu-sama is not good. But who would have thought that when I visited Kushina today, I ran into Mr. Chimu Yu himself and also liked Sasuke. A huge surprise suddenly fell from the sky, making Uchiha Makoto feel a little dizzy. As for Sasuke being filled with alcohol, that's all trivial. Maybe this is the special way of educating Master Chimu Yu? Yu, don't drink Naruto anymore. At this moment, Tsunade was pulled by Kushina and walked in through the gate, walking helplessly and said. Although Tsunade has already confirmed that Naruto's physique is very special, alcohol does not cause harm to his body at all. But looking at Kushina's crying expression, Tsunade still followed Kushina helplessly. When I saw the scene in Kushina's house clearly, I looked at the two little ghosts who were casually lifting in Yu's hands, and the corners of his mouth twitched sharply. Why, there is one more. Ah. At this time, Naruto and Sasuke waved their hands wildly in a drunken dream, and then hugged them tightly. Tweet. Uchiha Itachi's face turned green, and he stared at Naruto with eyes that could kill people. His dearest brother was. Tisk, Kushina, Naruto's wine is not very good. Yu Yu lifted up the two little ghosts in his hand, looked at the famous scene in front of him, laughed loudly. The faces of Kushina and Minato are both green. Isn't it you who caused this situation? And the word wine, when used on a baby just a few days old, is it a bit too much? Diaresis Yu Yu, separate the two of them, let me check their bodies. Tsunade looked at the scene in front of him, the corners of his mouth twitched, and he walked to Yu Yu's side helplessly, and stretched out his hand to try to separate Naruto and Sasuke. Tweet. Tweet. Hold tightly. Tsunade separated the two with a black line on his face. On the side, Uchiha Itachi, with scary eyes looking at him, wanted to fight to the death with this kid who dared to attack his brother. Don't worry, there is no problem. Tsunade slipped Naruto and Sasuke in his hands, checked, and said with a smile. Call, Minato, Kushina and Uchiha Makoto. Uchiha Itachi all breathed a sigh of relief. White-haired bastard, call the snake player when the time comes, and train these two little ghosts. Yu Yu looked at Jiraiya on the side and said. Me? And Orochimaru? Jiraiya's expression froze, and she pointed to herself incredulously. Didn't you say that you train Naruto and Sasuke yourself? Why is it related to him and Orochimaru again? Let you just teach it. If there is so much nonsense, you should pay off the debt. If you are expected to make money, when can you fill in the debt? Yu Yu came up with a scabbard, which made Jiraiya scream in pain. As for training, Yu Yu is only responsible for training Naruto and Sasuke into little alcoholics. The teaching is naturally handed over to Jiraiya and Orochimaru. No, got it. Jiraiya said with an aggrieved expression. He has to go to various places to collect materials, and now getting a drag oil bottle, even Minato's child, makes Jiraiya feel a little headache. Besides, Minato's strength is not inferior to him. For teaching, isn't Minato enough? It's great. When he gets to sage mode, he will teach again. Isn't it enough? Originally, Zillai thought that way. But now that Yu speaks, he can't run anymore. Fortunately, being accompanied by the hapless guy Orochimaru is not lonely anymore. Jiraiya forcibly comforted herself. Huh? At this moment, Yu Yu's brows narrowed slightly. It's interesting. That's what the guy Uchiha Fugaku meant to let you come here. Observation Haki quickly covered the position of the Uchiha clan. Yu raised his brows and grinned. Susanoo, what a good job. Yu sensed a huge chakra and said with interest. It seems that Uchiha Fugaku has already turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, no wonder he chose to do it at this time. Yu, what do you mean? Hearing Susanoo, Tsunade's expression suddenly became serious. As one of the Sanin, the princess of the Senju clan, Tsunade naturally knows the ultimate pupil technique of the Uchiha clan. That was the terrible pupil technique that was as famous as her dead grandfather, Senju Hashirama's wood style. The original Uchiha Madara, relying on Susanoo, achieved its name of invincibility. Woo. Just as Yu spoke, an Anbu suddenly appeared and knelt in front of Yu on one knee. Master Yu, Master Third Generation asked me to tell you that the elimination of the Uchiha clan has begun. The Anbu lowered his head extremely low, and said respectfully. Clean up. Uchiha Makoto's pupils shrank suddenly, and Uchiha Itachi on the side also looked incredulous. Boy, I just happened to be bored, so I'll take you to have a look. Yu grabbed Uchiha Itachi in his hand like a baby chick, his figure flashed and disappeared in place. The Uchiha clan. Enchantment Technique Quartet Enchantment. The four elite ninjas of Anbu quickly formed seals and slammed their hands on the ground. Om. The jet black light rises from the four positive corners outside the Uchiha clan and intersects in the sky, forming a jet black square barrier, completely enclosing the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan is like being separated from Konoha. All chakra fluctuations are completely blocked. And on the periphery of the black enchantment, a hexagram enchantment slowly rises, isolating the place. At this time, Konoha looked at the Uchiha clan from the outside, as if it were in a normal day. And in the core area of the Uchiha clan's clanland, a roar is endless. Uchiha Fugaku, you even united with Konoha, are you going to betray the Uchiha clan? An elite of the Uchiha clan, Jonin, 3 Tomo Sharingan stared at Uchiha Fugaku in front of him, and roared. Betrayed the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the dozens of Uchiha clan members in front of him, and Sharingan was full of coldness. I gave you a chance, and it is you who betrayed the Uchiha clan. Om. 3 Tomo Sharingan spins quickly, and a strange pattern appears in Uchiha Fugaku's Sharingan. The terrifying pupil power that was completely different from Sanguyu swept towards the dozens of ninjas of the Uchiha clan in front of him. This is. Seeing the pattern in Uchiha Fugaku's eyes and feeling the horrible pressure, the pupils of the leading Uchiha clan elite Jonin shrank suddenly, making an incredibly shrill voice. Mangekyo Sharingan, have you turned on Mangekyo Sharingan? The scene suddenly became quiet, and dozens of Uchiha ninjas who were opposed to most Uchiha ninjas such as Uchiha Fugaku stopped their movements and looked at the patterns in Uchiha Fugaku's eyes in disbelief. Mangekyo Sharingan, worthy of being the patriarch of our Uchiha clan, since you turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, why don't you lead us to get back from Konoha what should belong to our Uchiha clan? The Uchiha ninja in the lead gritted his teeth and roared with anger in his eyes. It's really ignorant, you are already enchanted, Mangekyo Sharingan, in front of the adult. What is the difference from the ordinary 3 Tomo Sharingan? Uchiha Fugaku looked cold and looked at the already maddened people, his eyes were full killing intent. This group of people is crazy. Do you really think Mangekyo Sharingan is invincible? If you haven't seen the strength of that adult, they are so crazy Uchiha Fugaku can still understand. But the leaders of these tribesmen, together with him, had experienced Shimu Yuyu's strength in the Hokage office. That kind of power is overwhelming. Especially when Mangekyo Sharingan was turned on, Uchiha Fugaku had a deeper understanding of the power of that horror. He is quite sure that in front of the adult, his Mangekyo Sharingan is no different from the ordinary 3 Tomo Sharingan. If there is a difference, it is that the strength of the adult swinging the knife may be different. But now the appearance of this group of people is obviously a little crazy, thinking that Mangekyo Sharingan can break the wrist with the adult. This is undoubtedly pushing the Uchiha clan into the abyss. This became more determined, and Uchiha Fugaku's determination to purge these people. If it continues to procrastinate, based on the current Uchiha clan atmosphere and situation, a new Mangekyo Sharingan may be born. If this group of already crazy people get Mangekyo Sharingan and provoke that adult, then the only thing waiting for the Uchiha clan is destruction. And you? Why do you follow Uchiha Fugaku and betray the proud Uchiha? Go to that bastard. Fire style how fire dragon technique, boom. The terrifying flames turned into 3 roaring fire dragons, exuding terrifying heat, strangling all the targets in front of them from 3 directions. Damn it. Boom. Although these ninjas of the Uchiha clan tried their best to avoid the roaring flames, they were caught off guard, and several Uchiha ninjas were swallowed by the terrifying flames. Only you dare to insult that adult. Beside Uchiha Fugaku, a Uchiha tribe with 3 Tomo Sharingan, maintaining a fire-style posture, said indifferently. Uchiha, Fire Core. The leading Uchiha ninja looked ugly at the ninja named Uchiha Fire Core. This person, who was originally a good friend with him, is also one of Uchiha who is extremely dissatisfied with Konoha. But now, he just scolded Shimu Yu. Before he could finish his words, Uchiha Fire Core hit their Shiri companions to death. Why? Is it because of Uchiha Fugaku's one-sided words that I believe that Yu Saiga is a descendant of our Uchiha clan ancestor? The Uchiha ninja, with blood-red eyes, roared. Well, I've said enough about what to say. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the frantic people indifferently, and slowly made a seal. Om. The orange chakra exuding a cold air completely envelops Uchiha Fugaku's figure. Kacha. Kacha, in the terrifying orange chakra, a huge skeleton slowly emerged. Drink. Uchiha Fugaku yelled angrily, the blue veins on his forehead soaring, his hands were pinched, and the terrifying chakra surged toward the huge skeleton frame behind him like a tide. Ba. Ba. With the huge influx of chakra, the huge skeleton swelled suddenly, head, arms, and sternum. In the next moment, the flesh and blood formed by chakra completely covered these skeletons, and an orange lightsaber exuding terror waves appeared in the hands of the giant. Half of the giant's body slowly emerged. Susanoo. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes shed 2 lines of blood and tears, and looked at the opposite Uchiha ninjas indifferently. Susanoo, I didn't expect Uchiha Fugaku to be able to do this. At the intersection of the Uchiha clan and the enchantment, Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the orange giant in the distance, feeling the terrifying chakra fluctuations, and sighed. Danzo on the side was also full of emotion. Susanoo, Mangekyo Sharingan's ultimate pupil technique. Susanoo, who is completely body, is a terrible pupil technique that can break his wrist with wood style. This is also Danzo's ultimate goal in pursuing Sharingan. Although Uchiha Fugaku did it, it was not Susanoo. But with this trick alone, Uchiha Fugaku's strength at this time has reached cage level, and it is still a very strong cage level. But, those guys of the Uchiha clan, Why do you say Yu is their ancestor? Thinking of the quarrel that happened just now in the Uchiha clan, Sarutobi Hiruzen's mouth twitched. Yu, what did you do to make the Uchiha guys have such an idea? It is said that Sarutobi Hiruzen is a big flicker, but no matter how much he can he flicker more than Yu? This is so special that the Uchiha clan regards him as an ancestor. No wonder Uchiha Fugaku has the confidence to eliminate the Uchiha clan alone. Sarutobi Hiruzen originally thought that this would be a big purge. As a result, all those who opposed Uchiha Fugaku would add up to only a few dozen people. Most of the power of the Uchiha clan supports Uchiha Fuyue. No, it should be said that they all want to recognize Yu as the ancestor. Coupled with Uchiha Fugaku's Mangekyo Sharingan, there is really no problem in solving the remaining diehards of the Uchiha clan. But Sarutobi Hiruzen still didn't figure out how the proud Uchiha clan believed in Yuyu's nonsense. Sarutobi Hiruzen was incomprehensible, and chatted with Danzo. Old man, Danzo, you two are very courageous. At this time, a gloomy voice sounded, making Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo's faces stiff, and their bodies stiffened. Yes, Yu, when did you come? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Yu gloomily at them, and swallowed. On the side, Danzo was already wiping the cold sweat on his forehead. Chong. Go on. Why don't you keep on talking? Didn't you say that I was a big flicker just now? Yu grinned and rubbed the half-sheathed chusui blade in his hand. Yes, Yu, misunderstanding. When Sarutobi Hiruzen saw this, his face turned green. He was too happy just now. After all, the Uchiha clan, it can be said that Konoha is now one of the few hidden dangers. Sarutobi Hiruzen is naturally extremely happy to quell this hidden danger. For a long time, he and Danzo have been somewhat different in their attitudes towards the Uchiha clan, or in their opinions. What Danzo advocates is to directly kill the hidden danger of the Uchiha clan, completely destroy the Uchiha clan. And Sarutobi Hiruzen advocates looking for the Uchiha clan like Uchiha Kagami from within the Uchiha clan, and save this as much as possible along with the Senju clan to create the Konoha clan. Now, the ending of the Uchiha clan is even better than Sarutobi Hiruzen expected. How can we not make Sarutobi Hiruzen happy? But this person, happy, must not forget. No, let Yu hear you if you are joking. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the half-sheathed chusui in Yuyu's hand, and his regretful intestines were turning blue. The last time he provoked Yu, his beard was cut off. Now, I don't know where to explain. Yes, Yu, I am willing to give you another year, no, 3 years' salary. Sarutobi Hiruzen noticed that Yuyu's eyes became more and more dangerous, and said quickly. He always feels that Yuyu's eyes are looking at his eyebrows. If this makes Yu chop off his eyebrows, do you want his Hokage's face anymore? Come on, draw it. Yu skillfully took out a chapter of IOU from behind and patted it on Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hey. Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed, and skillfully signed the IOU with twitching corners. In his whole life, don't even think about paying off Yuyu's debt. This skillful look caused Anbu next to him to lower his head. Master Naruto, it's miserable. Why do you bastard appear here? Does the matter here have anything to do with you? Don't do business all day, be careful I cut you off. Yu took the IOU into his arms with satisfaction, then frowned and looked at Danzo next to him, cursing. Danzo, who was still a little grateful, had a green face when he was scolded. What does it mean to have something to do with him? At any rate, he still bears the name of Naruto assistant, okay. And what does it mean that he doesn't work? The conscience of heaven and earth. How is the Tail Beast Coliseum built? How is your wine storage base built? Didn't he do all the overtime? But Danzo didn't dare to refute face to face, otherwise, he was afraid that he would not see the sun the next day. Vomit. At this time, Uchiha Itachi, who was thrown on the ground casually by Yu, suddenly turned pale and threw up to the side. Even Jiraiya and Orochimaru can't bear Yuyu's terrible speed, let alone Uchiha Itachi. At this time, Uchiha Itachi only felt that his intestines were about to vomit out. Yu, this is Uchiha Itachi, right? At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen also noticed Uchiha Itachi, who seemed to be vomiting all his intestines, and the corners of his mouth twitched and asked. Yes, I brought this kid to see the world. Yu lifted the relieved Uchiha Itachi, lifted it up like a chicken cub, and said with a twitching expression on the corners of Uchiha Itachi's mouth. You are really. For Yuyu's evil taste, Sarutobi Hiruzen is also a little speechless. However, Uchiha Itachi and Sarutobi Hiruzen still know about it and have done detailed investigations. Uchiha Itachi is extremely mature, hates war, longs for peace, and has a sense of belonging to Konoha. Originally, Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to use Uchiha Itachi as a breakthrough point to solve the internal problems of the Uchiha clan. In this case, it is not necessarily a bad thing to let Uchiha Itachi see it with his own eyes. Okay kid. Let's take a closer look, your father did a good job this time. Yu slid through Uchiha Itachi, observation haki permeated, and felt that the clearance in the field was at the final stage, and grinned. Father? Uchiha Itachi looked dumbfounded. He is still at a loss. He doesn't know what the man in front of him brought him here. But now calm down and take a look, isn't this the land of their Uchiha clan? Wow. Again, here again? Uchiha Itachi's eyes were full of panic. Boom. The orange lightsaber wrapped in orange chakra slashed fiercely on the ground with a loud thunderous noise. Kacha. Kacha. Under the terrifying force, the earth shattered like a spiderweb, and the violent pressure generated by the force caused the surrounding houses to shatter. Puff. The few elite ninjas of the Uchiha clan who survived the war just now spouted a mouthful of blood in the terrifying air pressure, staring unwillingly at Uchiha Fugaku, whose eyes kept bleeding and tearing. Susanoo, is this Susanoo? As expected, it is the strongest pupil technique of the Uchiha clan. It is a pity that you, a traitor of the Uchiha clan, opened the Sharingan. The Uchiha clan ninja headed by his face was full of unwillingness and resentment, clutching his wounded heart, and said unwillingly. At this point, are you still obsessed with it, Uchiha Shu? Uchiha Fugaku was holding his right eye in pain, his eyes shed blood. For Uchiha Fugaku, using Susanoo, although it is only the second stage, the burden is still too terrible. After just using it for a short period of time, Uchiha Fugaku felt tingling pains in his eyes, including his brain. Even the line of sight in front of him is a bit blurred. This is Mangekyo Sharingan. Even if the single-wheel dynamic vision is better than 3-Tomo Sharingan, I don't know how much. But now, even looking at things, it is a little vague. No wonder that Mangekyo Sharingan's fate is gradually losing its light. If you want to obtain eternal light, you can only obtain the so-called eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. However, according to the content of the clan steel, the price of obtaining eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is too great. And he does not need to obtain eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the Uchiha clan who had come to the ground, and thought to himself. Isn't it? You who own Mangekyo Sharingan can already control the tail beast, right? Although Chimu Uyu is powerful, he hasn't heard of his great accomplishments in the field of illusion. With the pupil power of Mangekyo Sharingan, it is completely possible for him to fall into illusion. At that time, our Uchiha clan will be able to regain the glory of the past. Uchiha Shu looked mad, his eyes were bloodshot, and he roared madly. Oh? It's an interesting statement. At this time, a burst of approval sounded. Huh? You think this plan is perfect, too, and you think. When Uchiha Shu heard someone agree with him, he was overjoyed when he was in a crazy state. While talking, he turned his head to look at the source of the words. After seeing the incoming person clearly, Uchiha Shu looked like a ghost, shaking his whole body, and his eyes were full of panic. Chimu. Uyu. Uchiha Shu looked at Uyu, who was full of approval, with an indescribable look of horror in his eyes. He stepped back abruptly, and fell to the ground. Cold sweat spread all over Uchiha Shu's body in an instant, and soon, he wetted his clothes all over, as if they were picked up from the water. The memory hidden deep in the mind completely drowned Uchiha Shu at this moment. Uchiha Shu, even in the Uchiha clan, is also the top-ranked elite Jonin. Naturally, during the Sharingan incident, I followed Uchiha Fugaku and the elite of the clan to the Hokage office. I thought I could take this as an opportunity to witness the Uchiha family regain their glory, but the appearance of this man changed everything. One knife. Extremely random knife. That terrible pressure almost destroyed all pride in Uchiha Shu's heart. In the face of that terrifying power, Uchiha Shu couldn't even raise the idea of resistance. And that was just this man, taking a casual knife. Although he was extremely reluctant to admit it, the moment he saw this man again, his extreme fear almost overwhelmed him. He was afraid of the terrifying power of this man. Yes, Lord Uyu. This guy is talking nonsense, I will get rid of him right now. Uchiha Fugaku looked at Uyu, and suddenly said in a panic. I regret that I was not decisive enough just now. Uchiha repairs this bastard's gibberish, if you were taken seriously by Uyu-sama. Uchiha Fugaku's heart is extremely heavy. It was seen that he had turned on Mangekyo Sharingan now and was able to use Susanoo, but in front of this adult, it might not be enough for this adult to slash. Maybe only Susanoo who is completely physically qualified can compete with this adult. But if Yu-sama, if you listen to Uchiha's nonsense, then the matter will be serious. Controlling the tail beast, this one thing alone is enough to betray the Uchiha clan to death. The current tail beast, for Konoha, can be said to be extremely important for this adult. Konoha's rapid development at this time was due to the existence of the tail beast Colosseum. If it's the idea of a tail beast, let alone whether Yu-sama can accommodate the Uchiha clan, even Konoha can't accommodate the Uchiha clan. However, Uchiha Madara, the ancestor of their Uchiha clan, proved with practical actions that Mangekyo Sharingan can control the tail beast with his pupils. Konoha's defense against the Uchiha clan, to a large extent, is also the defense against Uchiha clan Mangekyo Sharingan, who can control 9 tails. Although Uchiha Fugaku couldn't even think about this idea, the bastard Uchiha Shu blatantly said it, and it was heard by Master Yu. If this is misunderstood by Master Yu, Uchiha Fugaku thought with some trepidation, wow, vomit. Just when Uchiha Fugaku was worried about gains and losses, a violent vomiting sound interrupted Uchiha Fugaku's thoughts. Why is this vomiting so familiar? Uchiha Fugaku raised his head subconsciously and looked at the source of the sound. Itachi? Uchiha Fugaku's pupils shrank suddenly, his eyes widened, and he looked at Uchiha Itachi, who seemed to be vomiting all his intestines. Itachi, how come here? Uchiha Fugaku kept sweating on his forehead. Uchiha Fugaku didn't want Uchiha Itachi to see what happened here. Uchiha Fugaku hopes that in Uchiha Itachi's heart, the goodness of Konoha will be fully maintained. Only in this way can the Uchiha clan integrate into Konoha faster. Although the Uchiha clan was purged this time, they were righteous, but after all, it was against their own clan. If this lets Itachi see it, will he have any bad thoughts in his mind? Numerous thoughts flashed in Uchiha Fugaku's mind. Father, vomit. Looking at Uchiha Fugaku, Uchiha Itachi felt like his abdomen turned upside down just as he wanted to say something, lying on the ground, constantly retching, snot and tears streaming out. You mean this kid? This kid must come and have a look after he hears about it here. Yu looked at Uchiha Fugaku with a panic face and grinned. Uchiha Itachi, who was vomiting constantly, his expression stiffened suddenly and his face turned green. Is he coming? Is he coming? He was just about to plan to take measures against Naruto, who dared to behave indiscriminately against his brother, and was caught here. That terrifying high speed almost didn't let him die halfway. Uchiha Itachi only felt that he was about to vomit out his intestines, and his head was dizzy. Although he was very aggrieved in his heart, Uchiha Itachi obediently closed his mouth considering his life. He has no doubt that if he dares to talk nonsense, this man will definitely let him experience the pain of dead in vertigo. Itachi is ignorant, which is causing trouble to Master Yu. Uchiha Fugaku said quickly in fear. This kid really needs to be disciplined, and your tutor should be stricter. Yu said to Uchiha Fugaku. Understood, Lord Yu. After I go back, I must strictly discipline. Uchiha Fugaku heard the words and understood that Yu didn't take what Uchiha Shu said to his heart. He breathed a sigh of relief, and then said in a more serious tone. And Uchiha Itachi, his face turned blue at this time. It was not only caused by vomiting and dizziness, but more because of the strict discipline his father Uchiha Fugaku said. That kind of tone, that kind of attitude. You can't go wrong. The days to come will be sad. Uchiha Fugaku's tutoring is extremely strict, and the demands on him are extremely high. Although Uchiha Itachi has long been accustomed to such days, and can understand Uchiha Fugaku's good intentions. But the situation now is a bit different. This was a strict order from a man who even his father did not dare to defy the slightest. This is no longer a question of discipline, this is to kill him. Uchiha Itachi looked at Yu with a bad smile on his face and shivered severely. How did he offend this man? Uchiha Itachi wanted to cry without tears, didn't he just hit this man accidentally before? But he was beaten to death by this man at the time. This adult, at any rate, is also the first person in the entire ninja world, so he won't even hold a grudge even now, right? Very well, I will check it regularly, and I will give you a word. Yu nodded in satisfaction. Itachi, a guy like this, owes a severe beating to the society. Master Yu, you said, I must keep it in my heart. Uchiha Fugaku was surprised and made a respectful expression. Uchiha Fugaku is indeed a pleasant surprise. After all, in Konoha, how many can be remembered by this adult? Could it be that Yu-sama, did you like Itachi? If this is to be able to visit Lord Yu, Uchiha Fugaku has already begun to imagine the future. The so-called filial son under the stick, I hope that when I check, I can see the results. Yu grinned as he looked at Uchiha Itachi, who was stunned. Uchiha Itachi's face turned green when he heard the words. God is a filial son under the stick. He Uchiha Itachi, why is he not filial? This man clearly wants him to die. When Uchiha Fugaku heard the words, his expression stiffened. But soon, Uchiha Fugaku reacted and quickly showed respect. Understood. Lord Uyu, I must strictly follow your requirements and strictly discipline. Uchiha Fugaku said. The final tone has even taken on a cruel look. Compared with the future of the Uchiha clan, this is nothing but suffering from some flesh and blood. Even in his mind, Uchiha Fugaku had already begun to plan how to make Itachi look miserable. Uchiha Itachi on the side turned pale when he heard the cruel expression in his father's mouth. Then what are you waiting for? Let's start. Yu frowned, looked at Uchiha Fugaku and shouted. What? Uchiha Fugaku's expression suddenly stiffened, and his face was full of. But soon, Uchiha Fugaku reacted. Master Uyu is asking him to educate his son on the spot. Ming, understand, Lord Uyu. Although it feels that there is something wrong with educating the son on such occasions, since Master Uyu has said so, Uchiha Fugaku naturally dare not disobey. Uchiha Fugaku looked around quickly, looking for some tools. Come on, use this. Yu smiled and handed Uchiha Fugaku a stick made of iron. When Uchiha Itachi saw this, his face turned green. This preparation is really complete. Is this man worth the effort so much? Father? Uchiha Itachi turned pale and looked at Uchiha Fugaku who was approaching him. Itachi, you disappoint me very much. Uchiha Fugaku said while Yu Guang watched Yuyu's face, and when he saw Yuyu's expression of impatientness, his face suddenly changed. Itachi. Don't blame father. Uchiha Fugaku secretly said in his heart, and then his eyes suddenly fierce. I killed you, an unfilial son. Boom. Wow. Uchiha Itachi couldn't control the severe pain, and started howling miserably. No matter how precocious he is only 5 years old now, and he still can't control his emotions perfectly. Effective. When Uchiha Fugaku saw Yuyu's approving gaze, he was immediately happy, feeling that the master had learned his skills and looked at Itachi with a cruel look. Compared with fate and future, what kind of suffering is this bit of flesh and blood? Bang. 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 While cursing, Uchiha Fugaku bowed left and right to beat Uchiha Itachi to death. But Uchiha Shu and the remaining Uchiha clan ninjas watched the scene in front of them with their mouth twitching. Can you respect them? It's so deceiving. This is simply ignoring them. Uchiha Shu felt that his arrogant pride was insulted. Oh, yes, I almost forgot you. At this time, Yuyu's words made Uchiha Shu and the others tremble, and they watched with horror and slowly turned around to face their Chimu Uyu. You still continue to insult us. Uchiha Shu and others looked at the slowly raised black knife in horror. By the way, I almost forgot about you. Yu happily watched Uchiha Fugaku beat Uchiha Itachi, then raised his brows, holding Chusui in his hand, and looked at Uchiha Shu and the others. Uchiha Shu and others looked at the slowly raised black knife, and there was endless panic in their eyes. Black Knife Autumn Water. The scariest sword ever in the ninja world. Even the thunder god of second Hokage Senju Tobirama and the white fang short blade of Hitaki Sakumo, known as Konoha's White Fang, are far inferior to this black knife Chusui in terms of fame and achievements. The name of Black Blade Autumn Water is made up of countless bones. I don't know how many cage-level powerhouses died under this knife. This is a real knife of killing. Oh, damn, can't move. Uchiha Shu and the others only felt a terrible aura coming, and suddenly felt completely locked in, cold hands and feet, completely out of control. Don't say it's a rebellion, it's a kind of extravagant hope to even move around. The last time I was in the Hokage office, it was Uchiha Fugaku who stood in front of Uyu Saiga. They were only affected by the aftermath. After facing Chimu Uyu directly, Uchiha Shu waited for a few people to truly understand what the name of Chimu Uyu really means. This is an era in which a truly invincible existence, with a terrifying swordsmanship, has won the title of a new generation of ninja gods. With such an existence, they actually tried to resist before? A touch of despair emerged in the hearts of Uchiha Shu and others. Don't you beg for mercy? It's quite spine. Just when Uchiha Shu and others were desperate, Uyu spoke slowly. Uchiha Shu and others' eyes widened suddenly, and there was a look of hope in their eyes. So, can you beg for mercy? The reason they were desperate just now was because the name Chimu Uyu was too terrifying. This is synonymous with brutality, cruelty, and killing. There are probably nearly 10,000 ninjas who died under the Black Sword Autumn Water. What is this concept? Even in the remote Sengoku period, where the killings continued, there has never been such a terrible killing god. Even Uchiha Madara, who was called Shura and frightened countless people in the ninja world, is far inferior to Chimu Uyu when it comes to killing. And it is rumored that Chimu Uyu's methods are extremely cruel and outrageous. The one killed by Chimu Uyu, naturally needless to say. Anyone who was lucky enough to have a life in his hands for various reasons, as long as they mentioned the name Chimu Uyu, their faces were pale and terrified. Even the so-called natural disasters, the extremely proud tail beasts, succumbed to Chimu Uyu's brutal means, willing to become a cash cow in his hands. With such an existence, you go begging for mercy? What a joke. I'm afraid that I didn't die fast enough. But now, the words of the man in front of him gave a glimmer of hope in the hearts of Uchiha Shu and others. Could it be that the man in front of him, for Sharingan's sake, intends to make an exception to let them go? Yes, Lord Uyu, can we beg for mercy? The desire for life made Uchiha say tremblingly. Of course I can beg for mercy. Uyu nodded and grinned. Then, shall we beg for mercy? Uchiha Shu and others said cautiously. Huh. Under the gaze of Uchiha Shu and others' hope, a black and purple princess lighted up. The black and purple horses are cold and beautiful. Puff. A bloodstain appeared on the necks of Uchiha Shu and others, and the hope in his eyes was completely covered by fear. Didn't you say that you can beg for mercy? The last thoughts of Uchiha Shu and others flashed through their minds, and then plunged into darkness. Bang. The bodies of Uchiha Shu and others fell to the ground feebly, and the ground was soaked with blood red. Uchiha Fugaku, who was teaching Uchiha Itachi, shuddered. It's so cruel. It's so moody. I just said that Uchiha Shu and others could beg for mercy, but when Uchiha Shu and others opened their mouths, the next second, they died under the horrible light of the sword. Rumor has it that this adult is moody and has a bad personality. It really is not groundless. Uchiha Fugaku felt chills in his heart. When he felt a glare, Uchiha Fugaku only felt his heart tighten. Just now, he focused on Uchiha repairing them, and the education of Uchiha Itachi was naturally relaxed. In addition, he felt sorry for his son, and Uchiha Fugaku unconsciously reduced the strength of his hands. But now, looking at Uchiha Shu and others who fell on the ground, and then felt the piercing gaze, the corner of Uchiha Fugaku's mouth twitched, and in Sharingan, a fierce color flashed past. I killed you, an unfilial son, bang. Wow. A sharp pain came, Uchiha Itachi's nose and tears all came down, and he howled miserably. After Uchiha Fugaku saw Uyu's slightly satisfied expression, he added a little more effort. Uchiha Itachi's miserable howling sounded endlessly. The other Uchiha people in the court knelt down on the ground respectfully and fearfully. Too cruel, too cruel. First, give Uchiha some hope for them, and then kill it when the hope reaches its peak. The eldest master of the patriarch was beaten to death by the patriarch with a word from Chimu Uyu. The rumors of Chimu Uyu-sama are moody, it seems to be true. Fortunately, they chose the right path. If they choose to resist like Uchiha Shu and the others, they really don't know how to die. Woo. Uchiha Itachi was beaten up and was about to pass out of a coma. Seeing this, Uchiha Fugaku didn't dare to beat him again, for fear that something would happen to Uchiha Itachi. Master Uyu, the lesson for unfilial sons, let's come here first. Master Uyu's matter is the most important thing. After 2 more hits, Uchiha Fugaku looked at Uyu respectfully and said with trembling lips. If he continues to fight, he is really afraid of something wrong with his son. Very well, the tutor of the patriarch Uchiha is really strict, and I will continue to work hard in the future. After watching Uchiha Fugaku's beating, Uyu, honestly, a lot of Uchiha Itachi, patted Uchiha Fugaku on the shoulder, and encouraged. I will make persistent efforts. Uchiha Fugaku's mouth twitched. And Uchiha Itachi, his face turned purple when he heard these words, and the spirit that was about to pass out was unable to hold on anymore, his head tilted and passed out. Itachi. Uchiha Fugaku saw Uchiha Itachi, who had passed out of a coma, and hurriedly went over to hold Itachi in his arms. When he noticed that there was no major problem, he was relieved. Patriarch Uchiha, doting, but you can't have it. The faint word sounded, causing Uchiha Fugaku to shiver sharply. Yes, Lord Uyu, don't worry. After this unfilial son wakes up, I will strictly discipline him. Uchiha Fugaku said dryly, swish, swish. At this moment, the figures of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo appeared beside Uyu, looking at the Uchiha clan that had been cleaned up, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes flashed. The hidden dangers that have plagued Konoha for decades have finally been resolved, and in the most perfect way. Master Naruto. Uchiha Fugaku and others saw Sarutobi Hiruzen's figure and quickly said respectfully. Well, Uchiha Shu and others tried to rebel. Uchiha Patriarch Uchiha Fugaku led the Uchiha tribe to fight the rebellion. The specific rewards will be decided after the presbytery. Sarutobi Hiruzen's words gave Uchiha Fugaku and others a sigh of relief. Sarutobi Hiruzen's words represent the matter of their Uchiha clan, completely settled. However, Uchiha Fugaku and others were not busy with thanks, but turned their attention to Uyu. It was not Konoha that they really took refuge in. When Sarutobi Hiruzen saw this scene, the corners of his mouth twitched. What's so special, as this stinky boy Uyu Hokage, or is he Hokage? If it weren't for this stinky boy, Sarutobi Hiruzen would have to fight Uyu. It's really bullying the elderly. Well, that's it. Uyu nodded. Uchiha Fugaku and others immediately thanked. Why are you bastards still here? Don't you hurry to work? Uyu collected the autumn water and was about to leave. Suddenly he saw the sneaky Danzo in his eyes, snorted coldly and cursed. I'm all done. When Danzo heard the words, the corners of his mouth twitched and said dryly. Both the Tail Beast Coliseum and the wine storage base have been completed. Danzo has had a good night's sleep during this period, and even his face has improved a lot. Oh? Everything is done? That is to say, you are useless? Uyu raised his brows and narrowed his eyes slightly, looking at Danzo whose face was gradually turning green. Danzo looked at Uyu's increasingly dangerous eyes, his face turned green. Cross the river and demolish the bridge. This is definitely crossing the river to demolish the bridge. Danzo roared in his heart. Miss him Danzo, for the sake of Konoha's development, even his former companions were sold. Even more conscientiously, built the Tail Beast Coliseum and wine storage base for Uyu. Now that the matter is over, it is too much to say that he is useless. Yes, it's useful. I think I'm still useful. Some people in the Tail Beast Coliseum are reluctant to pay, so I'll leave it to me. Danzo looked at Uyu's increasingly dangerous eyes, and hurriedly shouted. If you don't speak again, it is estimated that the black knife will be cut over in the next second. Danzo at this time has already reacted. Chimu Uyu is chasing him for mixing with the Uchiha clan without permission. Danzo at this time, his intestines are all regretful. During this period of leisurely life, his vigilance has dropped a lot. Without permission, can he participate in such things as the Uchiha clan? As for what Danzo said about the Colosseum of Tailed Beasts, someone is arguing. This is what the benevolent sees. In the early days of the Colosseum, many teams from small countries were buried in Konoha forever because of unruly behavior. As for whether someone dared to risk death by relying on gambling bills that could have been paid, everyone at the scene knew everything. Moreover, the Tail Beast Coliseum has always paid money first, and then bet. How to reckless is also a problem. On the side, Sarutobi Hiruzen twitched his mouth. Danzo, bastard, is going to spend his life. But why is it so happy in my heart? Seeing Danzo's horrified expression, Sarutobi Hiruzen thought a little bit ill-intentioned. Oh? Someone owes me an account? It's simply unforgivable. By the way, is it the land at the front door of Konoha that I owe? Uyu looked at Danzo and asked angrily. Danzo's face turned green when he heard the words. Black-hearted. It's really black. The land at the front door, but their Shimura clan, is one of the few good land besides the clan land. The location absolutely belongs to Konoha's core area. Judging from the current value, it is definitely an astronomical figure. No, that's right, it's that piece of land. Seeing Uyu's angry expression, Danzo suffocated and said bitterly. After speaking, Danzo only felt a heartache in his heart. Distressed. The distressed Danzo wanted to slap himself. I asked you to come here to join in the fun. Is this all right? Not only did I not get any benefits, I also got a large piece of good land. Moreover, that piece of land belongs to the Shimura clan. Although he is the head of the clan, if he has to pay for that piece of land, the trouble is not small. But fortunately, it is Uyu who wants this piece of land. In this case, the resistance will be lower. Danzo thought painfully in his heart. Very well, it seems that you still use it a bit, so before tomorrow, I hope to see this debt to understand. Uyu looked at Danzo's painful expression and encouraged. This old boy, who hasn't beaten for a few days, has become more and more floating recently. Seeing Danzo's painful face in horror, Uyu nodded in satisfaction. Isn't this more interesting than just hacking Danzo? Ming, understand. Danzo twitched the corners of his mouth when he heard the words, and bit his head and nodded. Uchiha Fugaku and others on the side didn't dare to say a word. Who didn't know that Konoha belonged to the Shimura clan? When thinking about the current land price, even Uchiha Fugaku feels distressed for Danzo. Yu-Yu-sama, how ruthless. In the early morning of the second day, with Danzo's painful expression, he presented Yu with a precious piece of land. At the same time, news that the Uchiha family's rebellion was resolved by the Uchiha family's elite ninjas led by the patriarch Uchiha Fugaku spread through Konoha. But for Konoha today, although there is a sensation, there is no panic or anxiety. At most it can be regarded as a conversation after a meal. The incident of the Uchiha clan subsided at an unimaginable speed. After all, Konoha said that it was the Uchiha clan who dealt with the rebellion, and only the dozens of Uchiha ninjas died. The strength of the Uchiha clan has not suffered much. Instead, the head of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku, opened Mangekyo Sharingan, making the Uchiha clan more powerful than before. And the people of Konoha firmly believe that Konoha is as stable as a mountain as long as Yu-Sama is there. Not to mention that dozens of ninjas of the Uchiha clan rebelled. What happened when Sand Shinobi, Cloud Shinobi, and Rock Shinobi jointly dealt with Konoha? Hasn't it been easily solved by Yu-Sama? The senior officials of the various Shinobu villages gathered in Konoha were speechless about Konoha's statement about the internal problems of the Uchiha clan. What a lie. Although Uchiha Fugaku started Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Shu and others are not unknown people in the ninja world. With the strength of the Uchiha clan, after Uchiha Shu and others rebelled, it was impossible for there to be no news until the rebellion was resolved. Moreover, no one in the entire ninja world knows that Konoha's head, Chimu Yu, is a hegemonist. Regarding the rebellion of Uchiha and others, it is not surprising that Chimu Yu wiped out the Uchiha clan. However, the Uchiha clan was unscathed after this rebellion. To say that Chimu did not know the rebellion of Uchiha Shu and others. They could cut off their heads and play for Chimu Yu. Maybe, this is a play directed by Chimu Yu. However, the changes of the Uchiha clan still made many seniors in Ninja Village feel condensed. The Uchiha clan, after all, is still the #1 giant in the ninja world, Sharingan, who is known as the strongest blood lineage. But Konoha and the Uchiha clan are at odds, which can be said to be an undisclosed secret in the ninja world. Since first Hokage Senju Hashirama and the legend of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Madara died together, the relationship between the Uchiha clan and Konoha has been very delicate. For Konoha, the Uchiha clan is also a help, but it is also a time bomb. Many families in the major ninja villages had a lot of dealings with the Uchiha clan during the Sengoku period. For the Uchiha clan, they know too well. Although this family is strong, every Uchiha tribe is more or less neurotic. This kind of neuroticism is not visible in normal times, but when you encounter certain things, it will explode. Although the Uchiha clan is strong, is it a problem for Konoha who supports Chiba clan? Good things, the benevolent sees the wisdom. This is why, in the Second Ninja War, even Rain Shinobi village dared to touch the Konoha tiger's whiskers. Konoha's interior is not stable, and sometimes, the final result of the war is not just the superficial strength. It is not the first time that major Shinobu villages have done this by making use of the Uchiha clan. But in the current situation, Chimu Yu, the invincible existence in the ninja world, is not mentioned. Konoha's internal problems have been completely eliminated. In the past, Konoha's 4 people were famous, but no one in the ninja world knew that these 4 people were involved in each other. Under this kind of involvement, Konoha's power was developing and being consumed. But now, Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura among the Konoha 4 have died. Shimura Danzo, known as the Darkness of Konoha, has long become the dog leg of Chimu Yu. Rumor has it that the deaths of Udatain Kaharu and Mitokado Homura are also closely related to Danzo. And now, even the Uchiha clan, which Konoha has always had the most headache, has been completely resolved. Konoha's interior can be said to be completely stable. Coupled with the existence of Chimu Yu, it is like a big mountain, pressing in the hearts of the big ninja villages. Although Konoha is now the most well-deserved ninja village, and its position is even stronger than when Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara were both present. But this does not mean that the major ninja villages have completely accepted this fact. After all, Chimu Yu's cruelty is well known to everyone in the ninja world. What if Chimu Yu kills them on a whim? And now Konoha's development, which Shinobu village, which country is not jealous? The Tail Beast Coliseum is like a black hole, constantly drawing on the wealth and resources of the world to satisfy Konoha's rapid development. Over the past year or so, an industrial chain centered on the Coliseum of tailed beasts has been completely spread all over the world. The speed of acquiring wealth and resources is several times faster. Although some consortia and wealthy businessmen have also shared a piece of the pie, the real big heads are all taken away by Konoha. What they got was nothing but Konoha's eyesore. Before that, the most prosperous city in the world was the capital of the country of fire. But now, Konoha's prosperous level can't keep up with the capital of the country of fire. Konoha's terrifying land price alone is enough to prove everything. Today's Konoha, after more than a year of development, the price of land in the core area alone is enough to buy more than half of the country of fire. Even with such a high price, the dignitaries from all over the world continue to gather in Konoha. Money and resources from all over the world are gathered in Konoha. If this continues, the gap between the major ninja villages and Konoha will only widen. In the end, even if Konoha does not have Chi-Mu-Yu, the major shinobu villages will not be able to contend. To put it ugly, when Konoha takes the money and smashes them, they will all be smashed to death. As a result, in the dark, the major ninja villages frequently made some small actions in an attempt to reverse this trend. The key to reversing this trend lies in Chi-Mu-Yu. Chi-Mu-Yu's power is really too terrifying. Compared with the current strengths of the major shinobu villages in Konoha, it is simply swept away. In the ninja world, it is possible to fight against Chi-Mu-Yu's power, and only the legendary Wood Style and Mangekyo Sharingan. Wood Style has already disappeared with the passing of first Hokage Senju Hashirama. And now, even the Uchiha clan has completely succumbed to Chi-Mu-Yu's feat. This caused some of the secret actions of the major ninja villages to stop immediately. In the current situation, if you still try to make some moves, it is simply looking for death. The black knife in Chi-Mu-Yu's hand is the prestige piled up by countless corpse mountains. They can only wait for the opportunity now. As for when the opportunity will come, no one knows. But all this has nothing to do with Yu. Some undercurrents in the ninja world, Yu don't even have the desire to know. Now Yu has found new pleasures. Young Sasuke, flushed and full of alcohol. With arms waving wildly, Sasuke had a drunken smile on his face, and under Orochimaru's green expression, he kept pinching Orochimaru's face. And Jiraiya on the side was not much better. Naruto, who was full of alcohol in his arms, was scorched. Jiraiya. Orochimaru's face was ravaged by Sasuke into various shapes, and the snake eyes were full of bloodshot eyes, staring at Jiraiya firmly. This bastard. Tell him that something good is looking for him, and Yu is looking for him. This made Orochimaru overjoyed. Orochimaru has been obsessed with seeing Yu's miraculous power since he was on the battlefield that day. That can completely restore the dying tail beast to its original strength. Even if it is a god, it is nothing more than that. Since seeing the power that can be called a god, Orochimaru has shown little interest in all other powers. The forbidden techniques he studied were just like a joke in front of Yu's power. This is the great power that can make his dream of eternal life come true. If it were placed on someone else, Orochimaru would have cut it apart and studied it carefully. But facing Yu, Orochimaru wants to live a few more years. Don't say it was cut open. Even if it was like Yu begging for some strength, Orochimaru didn't dare to say it, for fear of being hacked to death by Yu on the spot. But now the opportunity is here. Yu has something to find him. Maybe you can take this as an opportunity to get some of Yu's power and study it. Orochimaru didn't dare to ask for too much, just a little bit was enough. Because of this, Orochimaru rarely thanked Jiraiya for a few words. But Orochimaru, who came to Yu's house with excitement, was immediately stunned. Yu directly threw a kid to him and let him teach. What a joke. This kid is only a few months old, right? This can teach you a fart. He Orochimaru, as one of the Sannin. Where do you have experience with children? But facing Yu, Orochimaru still accepts aggrievedly. Isn't it just teaching a child who has not been weaned? In order to have a chance to obtain Yu's godlike power, Orochimaru decided to bear it. And to Orochimaru a little bit comforting. This child is the son of Uchiha Fugaku, the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Sharingan of Uchiha has always been the bloodline that Orochimaru is more interested in. After all, the legend of Uchiha Madara is too deafening. Even Orochimaru, who had never experienced that era, was deeply influenced by it. And as the commander of the Second Ninja War and the pre-Third Ninja War, Orochimaru has also personally experienced the power of the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. While taking care of this kid, you can also observe and study Sharingan carefully, which makes Orochimaru feel acceptable. But then Yu's operation completely stunned Orochimaru. Even the kid who is these few months old, drink alcohol. That's right, it's drinking, and it is a wine with a height. If you continue to drink like this, let alone a kid who is a few months old, even an alcoholic like Jiraiya will probably be unconscious. The kid who is a few months old drank so much alcohol, I am afraid that he would go directly to the ancestors of the Uchiha clan. Could it be that Yu is trying to show the power of his magical power? Orochimaru at that time, thinking so expectantly. But what happened next completely subverted Orochimaru's cognition. This kid who is a few months old has nothing to do except for being drunk. Just as Orochimaru looked confused, the kid named Uchiha Sasuke in his arms started a drunken madness. Just ask you, have you ever seen a kid who is a few months old and drunk crazy? During these hours, Orochimaru was almost tortured and collapsed. Scratching face, poking eyes, pulling hair, even tweeting indescribable places. His heart was turned into breast milk by a stinky little drunk who was a few months old. At that time, Orochimaru even had the urge to kill this kid named Uchiha Sasuke. But looking at Yuyu's warning eyes, Orochimaru quickly regained his senses, his face turned green, and the kid named Uchiha Sasuke began to fight wits. But this is completely a contest of inequality. Although Orochimaru is a Sannin with cage-level strength, but with Yu staring at him, does he dare to show his strength? And the kid named Uchiha Sasuke in his arms had no qualms about drunkenness. How was that crazy? How did it come? In these short hours, Orochimaru felt like he had gone through a few days, extremely difficult. Finally, even his summoning snake was used by Orochimaru as a toy, and after a lot of effort, the kid in his arms finally fell asleep. Orochimaru breathed a sigh of relief. Looking at the sleeping little face of the little devil named Uchiha Sasuke in his arms, Orochimaru thought it was surprisingly cute. Well, as long as you don't go crazy, it's cute for Orochimaru. But then, Yuyu's actions directly caused Orochimaru to collapse. Yuyu unexpectedly slapped the kid up with a slap, and then poured a few more bottles of wine. The kid named Uchiha Sasuke didn't even make any movement to cry, and once again started a drunken madness. Orochimaru looked at Uchiha Sasuke who was constantly drunk and had an urge to cry. What's so special? He thought this stinky kid was cute just now. Orochimaru thought about crying without tears. Konoha, the Uchiha clan. Guru, Uchiha Fugaku sat at the dinner table with many small dishes in front of him. Uchiha Fugaku took a bite of a side dish and a sip of wine, his face flushed, and his eyes trance. Obviously, Uchiha Fugaku, some drank too much. This is extremely rare for Uchiha Fugaku, who is the head of the Uchiha clan and has always been serious. As the patriarch of the Uchiha clan and at a time when the Uchiha clan's future crossroads, Uchiha Fugaku must remain awake and majestic as the Uchiha patriarch at all times. On weekdays, Uchiha Fugaku can be said to be non-drinking, let alone being a little drunk now. The reason why I was a little drunk today is because Uchiha Fugaku is so happy in his heart. Jonin, an elite member of the Uchiha clan, was officially appointed as the captain of the Anbu squadron today. For Jonin, an elite of the Uchiha clan who started 3 Tomo Sharingan, this position is not very eye-catching. But this is a signal. Konoha's senior management began to accept the signals of the Uchiha clan again. Anbu, as the core force in Naruto's hands, can be said to be the direct line of the Naruto family. Coupled with the rapid development of Konoha nowadays, and the once roots have been completely banned, the importance of Anbu is becoming more and more important. In every pro-Naruto clan, elites from the clan join Anbu and hold important positions. This is the embodiment of Hokage's trust in these families. In the past, Anbu almost rejected the Uchiha clan, not to mention the important role of Anbu team leader. When this appointment was made, the Uchiha clan was extremely excited. How many years has it been? The proud Uchiha clan can only huddle in the corner of Konoha and serve as Konoha's guard force. Forget it. After all, protecting Konoha's safety is indeed an important task. But in fact, it is said to be the Konoha garrison, but the most common task on weekdays is to patrol the streets. As for Konoha's own safety issues and secret missions, Konoha's Anbu is more responsible for this. Even Konoha's guard work was crushed by Anbu. How could this not make the proud Uchiha clan feel aggrieved? The Uchiha clan is known as the strongest fighting clan. The name Uchiha was established in countless blood and battles. Some people in the ninja world even said that the Sharingan of their Uchiha clan was dyed red with countless blood. But since first Hokage Senju Hashirama and their Uchiha clan legend, Uchiha Madara died together, the status of Uchiha clan has become extremely embarrassing. After second Hokage Senju Tobirama took office and formed the Konoha garrison, the proud Uchiha clan was completely excluded from Konoha's core circle. On weekdays, apart from patrolling Konoha, there is actually no important task to perform. Even during Konoha's war, the Uchiha clan could not be reused. Only when Konoha can't help it, will they think of the Uchiha clan. The proud and good fighting Uchiha clan can only pick up some leftovers in the war, which makes the Uchiha clan unacceptable. But now it's different. Konoha's senior management has accepted them again. Anbu's team leader is just the beginning. Uchiha Fugaku believes that the future Uchiha clan will take on more important duties and contribute more strength to Konoha. How can Uchiha Fugaku not be pleased with the fulfillment of many years of wish? All this was brought about by the adult and his correct choice. What makes Uchiha Fugaku more pleasantly surprised and honored is that his youngest son, Uchiha Sasuke, was chosen by Lord Uyu. In front of his wife, Uyu-sama called for Sasuke to be instructed. What an honor it is. As for Konoha, no family wants their descendants to get any guidance from Uyu-sama. His son, Uchiha Fugaku, was actually taken by Uyu-sama and taught him personally. Although I heard from my wife that Uyu-sama had some strange behaviors, but from Uchiha Fugaku's point of view, these are all women's opinions. Chimu Uyu-sama is the legend of this ninja world. It is a new generation of ninja god. They are the ancestors of the Uchiha clan and the successor of the legendary sage of six paths. This kind of existence, the behavior is not understood by mortals, that is normal. Sasuke can be favored by Master Uyu. It is Sasuke, it is him Uchiha Fugaku, it is a great honor for the whole Uchiha clan. So after his wife came back, Uchiha Fugaku criticized her severely before listening. And let it follow all the requirements of Lord Uyu. And Sasuke, as of today, has been with Uyu-sama for a week. From Uchiha Fugaku's point of view, he values Sasuke's performance. Although Uchiha Fugaku doesn't know how to teach a few months old baby. But because he doesn't understand, it doesn't mean that Lord Uyu doesn't understand. Sasuke must be able to become an excellent ninja under the guidance of Master Uyu. Thank you Lord Uyu. The slightly drunk Uchiha Fugaku raised the glass, and gently bowed in the air, muttering. Crunch. At this time, a door opened, attracting Uchiha Fugaku's attention. Uchiha Fugaku looked up, and saw Uchiha Itachi flushed and wandering into the house. Itachi, have you drunk? Uchiha Fugaku frowned slightly and asked in a deep voice. For his eldest son, Uchiha Fugaku can be said to have placed important emotions. Even after Sasuke was selected by Uyu, it did not weaken in the slightest. Seeing Uchiha Itachi drinking drunk, disheveled, ragged, and very decadent, Uchiha Fugaku felt distressed. His eldest son, the mood during this period is a bit wrong. Uchiha Fugaku has already felt it. But for a long time, Uchiha Fugaku believed that his eldest son, although young, was already an excellent ninja. Otherwise, Uchiha Fugaku would not choose to take Uchiha Itachi to the battlefield during the Third Ninja War. Although for various reasons, the war with Kirigakure did not finally start. But before stepping on the battlefield, Uchiha Fugaku went with the mentality of letting Uchiha Itachi see the war. Uchiha Fugaku really had high hopes for his eldest son. Itachi, during this period of time, I have been too harsh on you, but this is for a reason. You can't use alcohol to dissipate your sorrows. Uchiha Fugaku motioned to Uchiha Itachi to sit down, and said with a touch of pity in his eyes. Uchiha Itachi, who was drunk, looked at his father's pampered eyes with a stunned expression. Where did he go to drink his sorrows? This was given by Master Uyu. As for the emotional problems during this time, it is because Uchiha Itachi has been worried about his brother. His younger brother, along with the stinky kid named Naruto, received the teaching of Lord Uyu. This makes Uchiha Itachi feel sleepy and sleepy. Uchiha Itachi tickles his teeth at the thought of what the stinky kid named Naruto did to his brother Sasuke that day. And today, it is already the 7th day that he hasn't seen his brother. Without him looking at his younger brother, I still don't know what that stinky kid named Naruto would do. Finally, Uchiha Itachi, who couldn't stand it, sneaked into the training ground at Uyu's house today. The result was caught on the spot. Although he was arrested, he was very happy to see his younger brother Uchiha Itachi. Brother Sasuke, except for the drunk, is intact. Fart. His brother Sasuke, why is he so drunk that he is drunk crazy there? And the object of the drunkenness is the legendary Sannin Orochimaru-sama, who is also known as Cold-kun. Uchiha Itachi was dumbfounded on the spot. But before Uchiha Itachi was dumbfounded, his nightmare began. At that time, Uchiha Itachi only saw Master Uyu approaching him with a grin, and then poured bottles of spirits into his throat. Spicy, painful. This kind of spirit is too intense for Uchiha Itachi, who is first exposed to alcohol. But soon, Uchiha Itachi felt that his body was not under his own control and was completely drunk. At the last moment Uchiha Itachi lost consciousness. He only heard Lord Yu say, "Snake player, take good care of this kid." Then he lost consciousness. When he woke up, he was already thrown out of Master Yu's house. And his body was also blue and purple, ragged and extremely embarrassed. What Uchiha Itachi didn't know was that these injuries were exorcised by Orochimaru. Orochimaru suffocated in Sasuke's place, and when he saw Uchiha Itachi, his eyes gleamed. When I heard Yu say to let him take care of this kid, Orochimaru felt that every cell of him was jumping. Special. Can't beat Uchiha Sasuke, can't beat a mere brother of Uchiha Sasuke? Orochimaru suffocated his stomach and vented all his energy on Itachi. It can only be said that fortunately, Uchiha Itachi was completely drunk and has no memory of what happened. Otherwise, for Uchiha Itachi, it must be a nightmare that can be remembered for many years. Uchiha Itachi, who was a little awake, knew that he could not sneak in anymore, so he had to return home. There is this scene now. Diaris's father, I'm fine. Uchiha Itachi raised his face and said nervously. This is the first time he deceived his father, but he couldn't help it. Could it be that he tried to sneak into Master Yu's house secretly? That's just looking for a fight. Uchiha Itachi, not long after he was born, is considered a genius who has been rare in the Uchiha clan for many years, and his father Uchiha Fugaku has high hopes. Although Uchiha Fugaku was very harsh on him, let alone beating, he rarely scolded him. But the most recent Uchiha Itachi was beaten by Uchiha Fugaku. Because that was an order from Lord Yu. Although what Master Yu said was that he would be checked occasionally if his father was to discipline him strictly. But for his father Uchiha Fugaku, and even for the entire Uchiha clan, that is the supreme command that must be obeyed. Even sometimes, his father Uchiha Fugaku felt distressed and didn't want to beat him again. The elders of the clan came to the house and urged his father to beat him harshly. Even the elderly Uchiha elders took their own hands and beat him with a cane. Uchiha Itachi can be said to have suffered extensive cuts and bruises recently. Although they are all skin traumas, they will soon be healed, but Uchiha Itachi doesn't want to fight. Itachi, what's the matter with your face? When Uchiha Itachi's face was blue and purple, Uchiha Fugaku said in surprise. Face? Uchiha Itachi was dumbfounded for a moment, and subconsciously touched his own cheek with his hand. Hiss. Uchiha Itachi only felt a tearing pain, and took a few breaths. At this time, he just woke up a lot from the wine, and when he woke up, he felt soreness from all over his body. Itachi, what's the matter? Who beat you like this? Father is in charge of you. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the eldest son who was all blue and purple in distress, and said angrily. I fell myself. Looking at his father's angry expression, Uchiha Itachi was so moved that he almost told the truth. But when the words came to his lips, Uchiha Itachi quickly changed his words and said. Fall. Uchiha Fugaku heard the words, and looked at his son's body being bruised and purple, and the corners of his mouth twitched abruptly. How can you fall like this? It seems that the son does not want to cause trouble to his father. Uchiha Fugaku thought distress-edly. Itachi, who did the fight? Tell your father, no matter who it is, your father won't let you suffer this beating in vain. In distress, the slightly drunk Uchiha Fugaku said something he would never say before. Father. Yes, it was Orochimaru-sama who beat it. Uchiha Itachi looked at Uchiha Fugaku's eyes full of pity, and his slightly mad brain heated up, and blurted out. Among the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Itachi were staring into the panda's eyes, speechless for a long time. Who did it? After a long silence, Uchiha Fugaku, who was slightly drunk, was already sober, looking at Uchiha Itachi and asked dryly. Great, Lord Orochimaru. At this time, Uchiha Itachi was also sober a lot, with regrets in his heart. However, under the influence of alcohol, the brain was still a little dizzy. Facing Uchiha Fugaku's questioning, he said dryly. Big, Orochimaru. Uchiha Fugaku shuddered sharply and murmured in disbelief. Orochimaru, one of the legendary Konoha Sannin, even faintly ranked first among Sannin. But this is not the most important thing. In fact, for Uchiha Fugaku who has already turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, Orochimaru's strength does not feel too oppressive. Most importantly, the identity of Orochimaru. The most proud disciple of third Hokage, the core figure of the Naruto family. Before Yu's rise, Konoha's character was undoubtedly Orochimaru. From the early stage of the Third Ninja War, Orochimaru served as the commander-in-chief of the front line, and Orochimaru's position in Konoha can be clearly seen. Will such an existence beat his eldest son, Uchiha Itachi, for no reason? Wait. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes suddenly widened. Uchiha Fugaku suddenly remembered that because the news had sobered a lot. Orochimaru seems to come and go frequently to Yu-Sama recently, right? Why did Orochimaru beat you? Where did you beat it? Uchiha Fugaku asked sternly. I. Listening to his father's stern tone and looking at his father's serious expression, Uchiha Itachi hesitated, unable to speak for a long time, thinking carefully about what to say. But lying is still too difficult for Uchiha Itachi. In addition, Uchiha Itachi's brain was under the influence of alcohol. At this time, it was a paste. After a long time, he was dry to tell the ins and outs of what happened today. You sneaked into the training ground of Lord Yuyu's mansion? After listening, Uchiha Fugaku almost didn't bite his tongue, his tone changed, and he said loudly. Uchiha Itachi was jumped by Uchiha Fugaku's sudden change of tone and nodded subconsciously. Why are you so courageous? Uchiha Fugaku trembled violently as if she had gone mad. He really didn't expect that the eldest son, who has always been mature and stable, and he had high hopes, would be so reckless. That's Master Yuyu's residence. Sneaking into Master Yuyu's mansion secretly, is this something normal people can think of? Yuyu-sama's perception ability is so strong, who does not know in the shinobi world? Not to mention his son Uchiha Itachi, he is one of the best infiltrating elite ninjas in the ninja world, and there is nothing to hide in front of the terrifying perception ability of Lord Yu. At this time, Uchiha Fugaku, watching Uchiha Itachi's body turn blue and purple, instead of any irritation, deep great rose in his heart. Fortunately, I came back alive. If Mr. Yuyu was killed by a spy on the spot, it would be really useless. As for whether this kind of thing will happen, Uchiha Fugaku can only say that the probability is extremely high. Among other things, as far as Uchiha Fugaku knows, Hitaki Kakashi, who had become Anbu, was almost drunk when he was in the ninja school. He was killed as a spy. Speaking of familiarity, how is his eldest son familiar with Hitaki Kakashi and Yu? Then I have been a classmate for so long, Yuyu-sama will admit mistakes when he is drunk. Not to mention that he has only seen Yu-sama several times, and his son, Uchiha Itachi, who has been beaten by Yu-sama several times. Yuyu-sama, after getting drunk, even the one who has been hacked can be forgotten even when you look back, let alone the one who has just been beaten. I'm just worried about my brother's safety. Seeing his father go crazy, Uchiha Itachi stammered. Uchiha Fugaku heard the words and looked at his eldest son quietly, his mouth moved but said nothing. It turned out that it was because of worrying about Sasuke, that Itachi, who has always been a mature and stable man, lost his squareness. Uchiha Fugaku murmured in his heart. Soon there was a touch of relief in my heart. Uchiha Fugaku is the head of the Uchiha clan, but he is also a father. For the two sons, although Uchiha Fugaku is harsh and indifferent on the surface, in fact, the emotions he put into him need not be different from any father. Especially for his eldest son, Uchiha Fugaku has high hopes. After the birth of the youngest son Sasuke, Uchiha Fugaku, the father, occasionally suffers from gains and losses. Itachi, will you feel some psychological gap with your younger brother who was born suddenly? Brothers, will there be problems in the relationship afterwards? But now it seems that his worries are all superfluous. The relationship between the two brothers was deeper than he thought. In this way, he was relieved. Uchiha Fugaku thought with satisfaction that he was not angry with the eldest son's reckless behavior. Itachi, let's wash it first, and then my father will treat you. Don't let your mother see and worry. Uchiha Fugaku looked at Uchiha Itachi and said warmly. As for what I said before, Uchiha Fugaku has long ignored Uchiha Fugaku's words to make those who beat Uchiha Itachi pay the price. Who will pay the price? Orochimaru? Are Yu-sama? Should he run to Master Yuyu's mansion and hang Orochimaru with Mangekyo Sharingan? He was afraid of being hacked to death by Lord Yu. Finding death is not such a way to find it. After speaking, Uchiha Fugaku stood up and took the initiative to help Uchiha Itachi take off his tattered clothes. Father, I'm fine, father. Looking at Uchiha Fugaku's actions, Uchiha Itachi warmed his heart and spoke, but in the middle of the conversation, he suddenly noticed that Uchiha Fugaku's movement stopped. His expression was as if he had seen a ghost. Uchiha Fugaku looked at the neckline of Uchiha Itachi's clothes, and the corners of his mouth twitched slowly. In the end, as if he had a stroke, Kakuzu's mouth was about to twitch. Itachi. Uchiha Fugaku called with trembling lips. Father, father, what's the matter? Uchiha Itachi shuddered suddenly and looked at Uchiha Fugaku, who was in a mood. I killed you, an unfilial son. Uchiha Fugaku roared suddenly, picked up an iron rod from the side, and screamed at Uchiha Itachi. Unprepared, Uchiha Itachi was hit by an iron rod and screamed in pain. The eyes are full of incredible and puzzled. Just now, he and his father were filial piety to their father and son, why suddenly? But Uchiha Itachi quickly didn't have time to think. Looking at the iron rod waving again, Uchiha Itachi's face turned green, and he ran out of the house rolling. Father, this is a real fight. Uchiha Fugaku, on the other hand, was reluctant and chased after holding an iron rod. Among the Uchiha tribe, there was a flurry of turmoil. In Uchiha Fugaku's home, a clear handwriting can be seen on the collar of Uchiha Itachi's taken-off clothes. It says, "Educate your son well." The next day, Yu's mansion. Tons. Yu sits on a recliner, with rare game and fruits beside him. Holding the rare jelly in the world, Yu gulped and exhaled a breath of alcohol. Yu just received the news that the little guy Uchiha Itachi was beaten into the hospital by Uchiha Fugaku. Orochimaru looked at Yu, who was full of enjoyment, and reported. Orochimaru, who knew the news, was so relieved. These days, he is really going to be tortured crazy by Uchiha Sasuke. It stands to reason that babies who are a few months old should spend most of their day asleep. But what's so special? Yu won't let Uchiha Sasuke sleep. Pour a bottle of spirits down. Uchiha Sasuke, this stinky kid, doesn't know what kind of ghost physique it is. There is nothing to do, but the drunken madness is getting worse. Even if Yu goes to bed, Uchiha Sasuke will have to go drunk for a while before he can fall asleep. In just 1 week, Orochimaru felt even more difficult than going through the Third Ninja War, and he was extremely exhausted. Fortunately, yesterday Uchiha Itachi, that stinky kid, dared to sneak in here. This gave Orochimaru a way of venting, who was so frustrated. Yesterday, Orochimaru did all he could to Uchiha Itachi and vented on Uchiha Itachi. But after all, Yu was there yesterday, and Orochimaru didn't dare to go too far. Who knows what Yu thinks? Today, I heard that Uchiha Itachi was beaten into the hospital by Uchiha Fugaku. This kind of pleasing thing made Orochimaru even happier than the results of the research. On the side, Jiraiya's face was crooked. Holding Naruto in one hand and Sasuke in the other, with a big face, the faces of Sasuke and Naruto, who were drunk crazy, were torn off. Staring fiercely at Orochimaru, who threw Sasuke to him in order to report to Yu. Huh? Uchiha Itachi was beaten into the hospital. What does it have to do with me? Yu took a sip of wine, looked at Orochimaru, narrowed his eyes and said. Orochimaru's mouth twitched when he heard the words. The words on Uchiha Itachi's neckline were written by Yu. As a result, Yu actually said that it has nothing to do with him. Is it related to Orochimaru? Snake player, have you been too idle lately as a bastard? All trivial things have to come to me? Yu looked at Orochimaru and suddenly cursed. Orochimaru's face turned green when he heard this. Is he too idle? He has been tossed to death by the kid Uchiha Sasuke recently? In his entire life, he never felt that a week was as difficult as this week. Tired now, tossed, and scolded by Yu, it's so deceptive. It is tolerable, which is not. Huh? Yu frowned while looking at Orochimaru, who was turning blue. Forbearance. Orochimaru bit his tongue and woke up, showing a smile that was uglier than crying. Yes, Yu, I actually came here to ask you about the plan for the next stage of training Sasuke. Orochimaru asked with a smile more ugly than crying. Strong. Shameless enough. Jiraiya on the side was stunned by Orochimaru's shamelessness. Training plan for the next stage? There is a fart training plan. A week has passed. Apart from drinking Naruto and Sasuke, Yu is to see how Naruto and Sasuke are drunk and toss them both. He, Jiraiya, can be regarded as a famous teacher in the ninja world, and he has taught Namikaze Minato, an elite ninja. But in his life, he has never seen such a training. Cultivation plan? Yu looked at Orochimaru and smashed his mouth. I have to think about the training plan. You can take these two little ghosts away first. Yu said righteously. When Orochimaru and Jiraiya heard this, their expressions became stiff, and the corners of their mouths twitched. Think carefully about the training plan. I think you are tired of playing. Seeing Yu's dispirited expressions, Orochimaru and Jiraiya looked at each other, their faces turned green. Yes, you mean to send Sasuke back to the Uchiha clan, right? Orochimaru looked at Yu and asked dryly. Snake player, is there a problem with your brain? What I said is that you two brought these two little ghosts back. After I want to play, and think about the training plan, you will bring them back. Yu said cursingly. Orochimaru and Jiraiya turned green. I missed it. You missed it. Sure enough, Yu just thought it was fun and brought Naruto and Sasuke to the mansion. But now, if Yu is tired of having fun, let them take Naruto and Sasuke back to raise them. This is a nightmare for a man in the ninja world who is looking for materials in a Jiraiya and Orochimaru who are constantly doing research. Why? Do you two have any opinions? Just say if you have any. I am a very enlightened person, and Konoha knows it all. Yu looked at Orochimaru and Jiraiya, who turned blue, and said with a grin. No opinion. Jiraiya and Orochimaru really want to yell, they don't want to bring children. But in the end, I could only say so. As for what Yu said about being enlightened. Whoever believes is so stupid. If you really say your opinion, the black knife will probably be chopped over in the next second. The whole Konoha, no. Who does not know in the entire ninja world, Yu is the most powerful person? Dare to comment? Tired of life, bang. Jiraiya and Orochimaru looked aggrieved with Naruto Sasuke, and were thrown out of the mansion by Yu. Jiraiya. As soon as he left the door of the mansion, Orochimaru's face changed abruptly, staring at Jiraiya viciously, the snake's eyes full of murderous aura. This time, he was really miserable by Jiraiya. Think of him Orochimaru, who is also a well-known figure in the ninja world. On the battlefield, which ninja in the ninja village does not fear him for 3 points. As a result, now, he was reduced to the point of taking care of a few months-old stinky kid. Thinking of those few days when the stinky kid in his arms treated his heart as breast milk, Orochimaru had the urge to kill. All of this is thanks to Jiraiya. At this moment, Orochimaru killed Jiraiya all the hearts. Oh, Orochimaru, what are you going to do? Me, I was also forced. Feeling the fierce murderous aura, Jiraiya's complexion changed and said dryly. I can't blame him. Yu's order, does he dare to disobey Jiraiya? Don't you cheat Orochimaru? Then he can directly choose a feng shui place in Mount Myoboku. If you are forced, drag me into the water. Orochimaru gritted his teeth, trembling all over, and rushed towards Jiraiya with a fierce murderous intent. Under the terrible murderous effect, Naruto and Sasuke opened their throats and cried. Don't cry, don't cry. Sasuke's cry made Jiraiya and Orochimaru's complexion suddenly change, and they subconsciously coaxed Naruto and Sasuke. Suddenly, Orochimaru, who was coaxing Sasuke, looked stiff and turned green. What a special thing. Orochimaru is not a daddy. Orochimaru looked at Sasuke in his arms with an urge to kill him. In these days, his coaxing Sasuke has become a subconscious move. Because if Sasuke cries and makes Yu noisy, Sasuke is most likely to be drunk by Yu, but he will be miserable. A severe beating is the lightest. If you happen to meet Yu's drink, it will end. Orochimaru shuddered sharply, and after the end, just thinking about it, I felt shivering. As a result, he immediately coaxed Sasuke's behavior as soon as he heard Sasuke's crying. Naruto, this little guy, crying really hard, Orochimaru, why is your face wrong? After Jiraiya stopped Naruto from crying, he wiped the sweat from his forehead and looked at Orochimaru questioningly. Jiraiya is different from Orochimaru. Naruto is his disciple, the child of Namikaze Minato. Naturally, Jiraiya and Naruto have a natural closeness. Moreover, the factors of intergenerational relationship have caused Jiraiya to care about Naruto extremely. Therefore, Jiraiya has no resistance to taking care of Naruto. At most, when Naruto went drunk, he felt a headache. Jiraiya, first of all, let's go back separately and arrange these two brats, otherwise, you know the consequences. Orochimaru said with a smile suddenly. Well, it is true. Upon hearing this, Jiraiya thought Orochimaru had forgiven him, and said in his heart that he deserved to be his best teammate. Sure enough, the feelings of decades are there, and I think about him everywhere. Then he nodded suddenly and said, although you may not think of Sasuke and Naruto at any time afterwards, as long as you think of it, it is a big deal. If they don't follow Yu's request, then he and Orochimaru will suffer. Moreover, he and Orochimaru have nothing to say, he and Orochimaru still owe Yu a large debt. Wait, it's arranged first, then what's next? Jiraiya, who was a little slow in his reaction, suddenly noticed something wrong, and shivered suddenly when he looked at Orochimaru with a strange smile on his face. Secondly, you'll know when the arrangements are made. See you on the 48th exercise site. Orochimaru, who was all smiles, stood up, said with a faint smile, and then left with Sasuke in his arms. Although Jiraiya felt something was wrong, he nodded subconsciously and left with Naruto happily. Jiraiya, with a carefree personality, didn't take Orochimaru's previous words to heart at all. The next day, a piece of news spread throughout Konoha. Lang-kun, Orochimaru, also known as Sannin, and Mad Ghost, Jiraiya, fought at the Konoha 48 exercise ground. The entire number 48 exercise site has become a battlefield between the two, Sannin. According to an unknown person familiar with the matter, this time, the two had a real fire, and the entire exercise site number 48 was almost razed to the ground. There are fire style and wind style everywhere, as well as traces of battles with huge summoning beasts. The battle was extremely tragic. Jiraiya and Orochimaru, two legendary ninjas known as Sannin in the ninja world, were admitted to Konoha Hospital hand in hand with serious injuries. This incident swept across Konoha in an instant. After all, Konoha now has Master Chi-Mu Uyu sitting in front of him. It has been a long time, and nothing so interesting has happened. The two of Konoha's Sannin, two disciples of 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. What caused the two men to fight? There are too many imaginable spaces in this. The fight between the two, Sannin, instantly turned into a conversation for all the people of Konoha after dinner. At this time, Konoha gathered the most wealthy and powerful people in the world, and it was not an exaggeration to call it the center of the world. What happened to Konoha could spread throughout the world in an instant. As a result, the whole world knew that the two disciples of Konoha's 3rd Hokage, Jiraiya and Orochimaru, known as Sannin, had fought extremely violently for unspeakable reasons. And this unspeakable reason, its meaning, can be enough for the people to use their imagination. Konoha Hospital. So, for this reason, you played this way on the 48th exercise field? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the two disciples on the hospital bed. His whole body was like a sheep having a seizure, and his whole body trembled violently. I saw Orochimaru and Jiraiya at this time, both extremely embarrassed. Both of them were wrapped with gauze all over. Orochimaru had burn marks all over, and the skin was burned by Jiraiya. And Jiraiya was not much better either. There were multiple entangled fractures all over the body, and Lion Majesty of Orochimaru was bitten by Lion Majesty on the face. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at his two disciples, remembering the gossip he heard today, and had the urge to kill them. The reason for the discord between his two disciples is because his teacher, Sarutobi Hiruzen, is partial. What black-hearted 3rd Hokage caused the two disciples to turn against each other? What unknown reason caused the legendary Sannin to fight? The unknown reason for God. His old face is lost, all gone to the world. These two bastards, just because they watched the two babies, they fought? Beat yourself into the hospital? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Jiraiya and Orochimaru, and even wanted to roar. Why don't you two bastards beat yourself to death? It's none of my business, old man, it was the bastard Orochimaru who attacked me. Jiraiya looked like a sheep having a seizure, and even Sarutobi Hiruzen, who wanted to give them twice, shrank his neck and said. He is also very innocent, he just went to Orochimaru's appointment. Who knows, Orochimaru, the bastard, went crazy when he arrived at the 48th exercise. It was a level ninjutsu that came up, making it clear that he was going to beat him to death. Originally, Jiraiya felt a little guilty for Orochimaru. After all, in this matter, he really pulled Orochimaru into the water. But as Orochimaru's eyes were red, he couldn't run away when he was chasing him, and Jiraiya's eyes were also red. Orochimaru, bastard, do you think Jiraiya is still the tail of the crane? Without showing his toad sage Jiraiya's power, Orochimaru is afraid that he is regarded as a toad. As a result, Jiraiya fought Orochimaru, and as a result, he burned Orochimaru, and Orochimaru wounded him with a snake and broke him. Huh, idiot. Orochimaru looked at Jiraiya, who was wrapped in plaster and fixed boards, and sneered. As a result, this smile pulled the wound. Burn wounds hurt countless times than normal wounds. Suddenly, the painful Orochimaru grinned a little. At this time, Orochimaru regretted it very much. If he knew it, he should do more to this toad idiot. For this teammate, he still started too lightly. This bastard should be beaten to death. Snakes, who are you, idiot? Jiraiya suddenly became angry and glared at Orochimaru and roared. Is he an idiot? Can his idiot take you asshole into the hospital? Playing with snakes? You toad bastard, white-haired idiot. Orochimaru's face turned black suddenly. Snake Eye looked at Orochimaru coldly, and said angrily. What's so special, this idiot? What can't you learn? Learn Yuyu's tone. Wow. Come on, let's fight another 300 rounds. Jiraiya rolled up his sleeves and roared. HMPH, this time, I will make you a dried toad. Orochimaru's snake eyes stood up. Boom. Wow. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who couldn't bear it, hit Jiraiya and Orochimaru twice, making the injured Jiraiya and Orochimaru howl. You two bastards. Give me a good reflection. Sarutobi Hiruzen roared with black lines on his face. Jiraiya and Orochimaru suddenly looked aggrieved and wanted to resist, but after feeling their own injuries, they both chose not to suffer. The old man is still at the end of his peak after all. As far as strength is concerned, even if they are not injured, one-on-one is not necessarily an opponent, let alone them who are lying in the hospital bed now. There is really going to be a conflict, and that's the only place to be beaten. Bang. Bang. Wow. Suddenly, Sarutobi Hiruzen slammed Jiraiya and Orochimaru, who were all aggrieved, and made Jiraiya and Orochimaru howl. You two bastards, have you reflected on it? Sarutobi Hiruzen was secretly refreshed. Since the two disciples broke the name of Sannin, Sarutobi Hiruzen has not beaten them. In particular, Orochimaru, who has always done everything without leakage, made Sarutobi Hiruzen no chance to learn. Now, finally, the opportunity has come, and you can teach these two bastards at will, as if it was collecting the interest of Konoha's rumors that damaged his image. Well, it's really enjoyable to beat. Sarutobi Hiruzen moved his wrist and murmured. No wonder Yu likes to beat people, it feels really good. As Jiraiya and Orochimaru listened to Sarutobi Hiruzen's murmur, Kakuzu's mouth was crooked. What a special thing. Old man, you are too much, deliberately beat them both. What's going on with Konoha nowadays? Why are you learning with Yu? Can this Konoha stay? Jiraiya and Orochimaru roared in their hearts. But on the surface, he didn't dare to say more. The old man had already learned badly from Yu. If the two of them compare each other, Jiraiya and Orochimaru have no doubt that the old man will continue to beat them. Don't you just bring two kids? Look at you like this. I thought I brought Asuma back then. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Jiraiya and Orochimaru with aggrieved faces, and he was very happy in his heart. On the other hand, Jiraiya and Orochimaru were very aggrieved. Asuma, can you compare to Naruto Sasuke? Moreover, there is another Yu that increases the difficulty. Just ask you, have you ever seen a few months old baby drunk crazy? Moreover, as the disciples of Sarutobi Hiruzen, they don't know how. When Asuma was born, the old man was not less frustrated. Old man, bragging. So, old man, you have a lot of experience in raising children. Just as Sarutobi Hiruzen talked and taught Jiraiya and Orochimaru, a voice suddenly sounded. Of course, when it comes to bringing children, I'm the first one. Speaking of Sarutobi Hiruzen on the head, he subconsciously said, then his face suddenly stiffened. This voice is so familiar. That happened that Jiraiya and Orochimaru were injured. The task of leading those two little ghosts will be handed over to you, the old man. Sarutobi Hiruzen turned his head stiffly, and saw Yu looking at him with a smile on his face. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned green at once. On the side, Jiraiya and Orochimaru were secretly refreshed. Tell the old man to beat them just now, deserve it. Yes, Yu. When did you come? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Yu with a green face, tried to change the subject, and asked dryly. In my heart, I yelled at the two unfilial disciples Jiraiya and Orochimaru. He was facing the door of the ward just now, and Jiraiya and Orochimaru must have seen Yu coming. I definitely didn't remind him on purpose. Sarutobi Hiruzen was itching with hatred, and thought to himself that he must make these two bastards look good. But now the most important thing for Sarutobi Hiruzen is to pass Yu first. I'm here when you brag about the old man. If you don't tell me, I don't know that old man you are so good. Yu took out a bottle of fine wine, took a sip, looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen like a show, and said. Blow. A word from Yu made Sarutobi Hiruzen's face all green. What's the matter? He is also third Hokage anyway, don't you want to lose face? On the other hand, Jiraiya and Orochimaru agreed with each other in their hearts. Yu, they said what was in their hearts. The old man now likes bragging more and more. Oh. It seems that you don't agree with what I said, the old man. Then the opportunity to prove it is here. When the snake player and the toad idiot are injured, the two little ghosts will be handed to you. Yu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and grinned. When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, the corners of his mouth twitched. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen can't wait to shave his ears. I made you so ecstatic, now it's alright, I put the handle to Yu's hand. Yes, Yu, what I said was when Asuma was born, now. Sarutobi Hiruzen said dryly, but he was not willing to say that he was old or that he was bragging just now. However, the current Sarutobi Hiruzen is indeed somewhat powerless. Konoha is now busy with things every day, plus Udatane Kaharu and Mitokado Homura. The two who once held half of Konoha's power died, and more things are weighed on him. Yuyu is another person who doesn't care about anything. He can't count on any of his 3 disciples. He, third Hokage, has really become Yuyu's wage earner. Had it not been for Danzo who was inferior to him, Sarutobi Hiruzen would have the urge to die. Now, let him take care of 2 more months-old babies, wouldn't that kill him? Huh. I'm not discussing with you. Yuyu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen strangely and said. The old man really doesn't know his status, and still want to bargain with himself? When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, his expression froze, and after a while, the corners of his mouth twitched fiercely. It's too much. Yuyu, this stinky kid, is too much. His Sarutobi Hiruzen is also third Hokage, the leader of Akira Konoha, so. Huh. Just as Sarutobi Hiruzen was filled with outrage, Yu took out a stack of IOUs with Sarutobi Hiruzen's signature and slapped them in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Old man. What do you want to say? Yuyu looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen with a stiff expression and asked with a grin. No, nothing, I mean, I must take care of those 2 brats, no, take care of Naruto and Sasuke. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the pile of IOUs shot in front of him, showing a smile that was uglier than crying, and said. Sarutobi Hiruzen has no doubt. If he dares to say no, let's not say that Yuyu's sword is fast. People all over the world will know about these IOUs the next day. Konoha's third Hokage has an extremely heavy debt. This will make him in the world fishing boat Uzumaki's situation even worse because of the big fight of the 2 bastards, Jiraiya and Orochimaru. As Konoha's longest reign, Hokage, and the clan chief of the famous Sarutobi clan, unexpectedly owed such a heavy debt. The space that people can imagine is too much. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't imagine how he would arrange this news if he was stabbed out. When he is his age and has undergone Konoha's big changes, what does Sarutobi Hiruzen care about most? Of course it's face and reputation. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen has no image in front of Yu, in front of outsiders, Sarutobi Hiruzen still pays attention to his image as third Hokage. He is also planning to retire. If he hadn't tried Yu a few times, Yu had no intention of becoming Naruto, or even Jonin. He had already given the position of Hokage to Yu. In the last days of his tenure, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't want to be the talker of the world. Think about his decades of Naruto career, although there are many flaws and mistakes, but it can be regarded as conscientious. After Konoha's great changes, although the main credit is Yu, he is also destined to leave a strong mark in Konoha's history. If something goes wrong in the final stage of retirement, I can't cry. So, in the face of such a threat, Sarutobi Hiruzen closed his eyes and went away. Isn't it a special kind of childcare? In his life, Sarutobi Hiruzen, what big storms and waves have he never seen? Are you afraid of just 2-month-old babies? Jiraiya and Orochimaru, seeing Sarutobi Hiruzen agree, glanced at each other, and showed a meaningful smile. The old man wouldn't think that Naruto and Sasuke are just like ordinary babies, right? Jiraiya and Orochimaru trembled at the thought of taking Naruto and Sasuke for a nightmare week with Yu. Although Naruto and Sasuke handed over to Sarutobi Hiruzen, Yu would not fill Naruto and Sasuke with wine from time to time like in his mansion. But Orochimaru and Jiraiya have long discovered that Naruto and Sasuke, the 2 little ghosts, brought by Yu, have become addicted to alcohol. Sometimes, Naruto and Sasuke cry, not to drink breast milk, but to drink. I thought that Sarutobi Hiruzen used his experience with ordinary children to bring Naruto and Sasuke. When breastfeeding Naruto and Sasuke will not stop crying, but will cry more fiercely. Jiraiya and Orochimaru have the urge to laugh. As for reminding Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya and Orochimaru are not so kind. The old man just took advantage of people's danger and beat them, but let them remember. They were still waiting to see how the old man was so burnt, how could he remind him? Well, very good, old man, then leave it to you, I will deal with the matter here first. Yu nodded in satisfaction and said to Sarutobi Hiruzen. While making eye contact, Orochimaru and Jiraiya, who were gloating for misfortune, suddenly froze. Deal with the matter here? Yes, what's the matter? Jiraiya and Orochimaru watched in horror at Yu, who slowly got up and took Chu Shui into their hands, with a grinning face on your face. Chong. Snake-playing bastard, toad idiot, are you 2 dare to be lazy, dare to steal to the hospital? Yuyu's face was grinning, Chu Shui's black and purple blade exuded an astonishing cold light. These 2 bastards don't think they are injured, this matter is over, right? Yes, Yu, listen to me explain, yes, Orochimaru attacked me. Yes, Yu, Don't listen to Jiraiya. Jiraiya and Orochimaru looked at the cold black knife Chusui. Their faces were pale, they came out in a cold sweat, and waved their hands again and again. You two, go to hell and confess me. Yu grinned and lifted Chusui under the horrified gaze of Jiraiya and Orochimaru. Wow. Bone, it's going to crack. Jiraiya and Orochimaru screamed again and again, even in their peak state, they couldn't hide from Yu's sword. Not to mention that at this moment, they are already lying on the hospital bed. Jiraiya and Orochimaru can only be tortured by Yu, screaming again and again. Bang. Master Jiraiya, Master Orochimaru, what's wrong? The screams of Jiraiya and Orochimaru shocked the medical ninja outside the door. Originally they didn't care too much. After all, Naruto-sama was inside, but as the ward became more and more dynamic, the medical team leader in charge could no longer bear it, and rushed in with a few medical ninjas. If Orochimaru and Jiraiya had two shortcomings in the hospital, he would not be able to bear the responsibility. Yes, Lord Yu. When did you come? After pushing the door of the ward and seeing the scene inside, the leader of the medical class froze immediately, watching Yu respectfully said. After a while, these two idiots were so noisy, they kept fighting in the hospital, and I would like to trouble you to bandage them up again. Yu said with a kind smile. This is what we should do. The leader of the medical squad heard this, somewhat flattered. Thanks for your hard work. By the way, you don't need to be too polite to the two of them. Be strict, or they will have to fight again. Yu patted the head of the medical team on the shoulder, encouragingly. Then he walked out of the ward with a stiff face of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Yes, Yu-sama is so kind. Yeah, who said Lord Yu is fierce? It's a rumor. These are all maliciously compiled by the group of Rock Shinobi, Sand Shinobi and Cloud Shinobi. After Yu left, the ninjas in the medical class were talking excitedly. I said, can you give us a bandage? Jiraiya and Orochimaru, lying on the hospital bed in pain, cold sweat. After waiting for a long time, I didn't see this group of medical ninjas finishing the discussion, and quickly spoke. If they don't speak, they are afraid of dying directly on the hospital bed. And listen to what these bastards have to say. Yu, kindness. Kind ass. Feeling the pain of tearing up and down all over, Jiraiya and Orochimaru roared in their hearts. Sorry, Lord Jiraiya, Lord Orochimaru. After Jiraiya and Orochimaru did not know how many times they called, the leader of the medical squad apologized and took the medical ninjas who were still immersed in excitement, and walked in front of Jiraiya and Orochimaru. The medical ninja who was about to treat Jiraiya and Orochimaru suddenly thought of what Yu-sama told him. Master Jiraiya, Master Orochimaru, since you are admitted to the hospital, you must abide by the hospital's rules. If you fight again, you may be dead. The leader of the medical class said with a serious face. Although Yu-sama made him tougher, facing Jiraiya and Orochimaru, this is the limit that the medical team leader can do. Then the leader of the medical team treated Jiraiya and Orochimaru. But these words still made Jiraiya and Orochimaru's mouth twisted. They fought by themselves? Are you so blind? Jiraiya and Orochimaru cursed in their hearts. At this moment, Jiraiya and Orochimaru really wanted to dig out the eyeballs of the leader of the medical team. Are you blind from the stab wound on their body? Can't even see? Huh. How come there are stab wounds? At this time, the leader of the medical class suddenly muttered in confusion. You have finally discovered it. Jiraiya and Orochimaru are about to burst into tears. Did they beat them themselves? It was clearly cut by Yu. Master Jiraiya, Master Orochimaru, ninja swords are not allowed in the hospital. Please take them out. The leader of the medical squad said with a solemn expression. When Jiraiya and Orochimaru heard this, their faces turned green. What's more, this guy, not only does his eyes work badly, but his head also doesn't work well. At this moment, Orochimaru and Jiraiya really want to roar out the truth. The kind Yu-sama that you think is so violent at all kun. But thinking of the consequences, Jiraiya and Orochimaru twitched their mouths and slumped. Yu, but cares about his image among the people. If they dare to talk nonsense, then it is not a matter of being slashed by Yu. It is estimated that they will not see the sun tomorrow. Knife. The knife cut off. After repeated inquiries by the medical team leader, Jiraiya and Orochimaru twitched their mouths and came up with a very awkward reason. It's chopped off. No wonder the bones of the two adults are broken. The two adults must take good care of their injuries. If they fight again, I can only change the ward for you. The leader of the medical team said, and while picking up the broken bones of Jiraiya and Orochimaru, the painful two broke out in cold sweat. Got it. Jiraiya and Orochimaru said weakly. What's more, these bastards would rather believe that the knife cut it off than Yu. Are the bones of the two of them so hard? After leaving the hospital, Sarutobi Hiruzen followed Yu to the place where Jiraiya and Orochimaru settled Naruto and Sasuke, and took Naruto and Sasuke. Yu, then I will go back. Sarutobi Hiruzen hugged Naruto and Sasuke, looked at Yu and said. Well, old man, do it well. If you do it this time, I will forgive you 2 years of debt. Yu patted Sarutobi Hiruzen on the shoulder and exhorted in Sarutobi Hiruzen's surprised eyes. Don't worry, leave it to me. Sarutobi Hiruzen was already ready to do part-time work, but when he heard Yu's words, he was a little surprised. Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly got a lot of energy and promised with his heartbeat. Well, good luck. A strange smile appeared on Yu's face, and he patted Sarutobi Hiruzen on the shoulder again, holding autumn water in one hand and wine in the other, drinking and wandering away. 2 years of debt, this forgiveness, I can be light. Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed halfway, his expression suddenly froze. Easy? Easy fart. The debt he owes Yu is more than 2 years? To be honest, Sarutobi Hiruzen doesn't know how much debt he owes Yu. Anyway, for the rest of his life, he will pay Yu all the debt, which may not be enough. Thinking of the thick pile of IOUs Yu smashed in front of him, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt the corners of his mouth twitch. Although he knew that those IOUs were more fun, Yu didn't force him to pay off the debt, except for threatening him sometimes. However, as third Hokage who is still planning to retire, Sarutobi Hiruzen still wants face. If you can pay it back, it's better to pay it back. After all, those IOUs are all justified. Forget it, it's better than nothing. Sarutobi Hiruzen comforted himself, then cast his eyes on Naruto and Sasuke in his arms. Coincidentally, Naruto and Sasuke happened to be asleep at this time, their little faces flushed, and they looked very well behaved. This debt is easy to pay. A smile appeared on Sarutobi Hiruzen's face. Compared with his 2 years of exhausting work for Yu 12 years, he only took a little child for a while. It's so easy. Anyway, waiting for Jiraiya and Orochimaru to recover from the injury, he will be able to step down. At this moment, Sasuke suddenly yawned in his sleep. Sarutobi Hiruzen moved his nose and frowned slightly. Why does it smell like alcohol? Sarutobi Hiruzen thought a little puzzled. Sarutobi Hiruzen knew about Yu who poured wine into Naruto in order to prove the special nature of Naruto. As for the rest of the matter, Sarutobi Hiruzen is not clear. After all, he is weighing a lot of things on his body now, and he can't wait for Tenten to live in the Hokage office, so there is no time to pay attention to the lives of the 2 babies. Maybe I stayed with Yu. After a while, Sarutobi Hiruzen lifted his brows and thought to himself. Naruto and Sasuke stayed in Yu's mansion for a week, and Sarutobi Hiruzen still knew what Jiraiya and Orochimaru taught. This is not surprising, after all, Yu drinks it from morning to night, and it is normal to get a little alcoholic. Go home with Grandpa. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were a little soft, and he walked home holding Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke, 1, are his direct descendants of the Naruto family, the children of Namikaze Minato. 1 is the newly born Uchiha clan, the son of the patriarch. In addition, even Yu has praised Naruto and Sasuke for being extraordinary. These 2 children are destined to have a bright future. This is Konoha's future, the transmission of the will of fire. With emotion, Sarutobi Hiruzen returned home with Naruto and Sasuke. Then, Sarutobi Hiruzen's nightmare began completely after Naruto and Sasuke woke up. A few days later, in Yu's mansion. Cultivation field. Here is the most luxurious training ground designed by countless architects who have been thinking hard for many days. After all, to undertake the training of Yu's current strength, the requirements for the training ground are extremely terrible. The entire body of the training ground is made up of extremely precious materials. Even the big names of the 5 major countries are not willing to use these precious materials so extravagantly. These materials can greatly weaken the power of the attack and are the best choice for creating a training ground. But because it is too expensive, even the top family in the ninja world is just mixing some of these materials in the family's training ground. And in the training ground at Yu Mansion, the whole body is made of these precious materials. On the surface of these precious materials, Konoha's top enchantment ninja and sealing technique ninja have performed seal technique and enchantment technique on it. These sealing techniques and enchantment techniques need to be replaced and reinforced regularly, and the manpower consumed is also terrifying. Although it is impossible to block Yu's ultimate move, it is enough for cultivation. What's more, Yu doesn't practice at all. At this time, in the center of the training ground of Yu Mansion. Drink. Accompanied by a sweet voice, a dazzling horse several meters high lighted up, and in an instant it turned into a violent slash, slashing fiercely on the barrier technique and seal technique on the walls of the training ground. Ohm. Boom. Accompanied by a piercing sound of swords, the spilled sword pressure was absorbed by the enchantment technique and the seal book. And the one who did all of this was a woman wearing a training suit, with a dazzling purple hair, and a beautiful face that looked a little cold. At this moment, the purple-haired woman who was able to slash a Jonin with one slash was looking at Yu beside her expectantly. Well done. A smile appeared on Yu's face, and he put his big hand on Azuki Shien's head and rubbed her purple hair fiercely. Master Yu. And Maoyue Shien, facing this somewhat rough movement, not only was not angry, but a smile appeared on her cold and pretty face, and she muttered with some enjoyment. Yu, Shien, have dinner. At this moment, a lively and joyous voice sounded, and Lin waved to Yu and Uzu Shien and said loudly, "Let's go to dinner. In order to celebrate your strength improvement, you have to accompany me to have a good drink." Yu pulled Yu Shien to his heart, and laughed. Well, Azuki Shien's pretty face turned red. She dared not look directly at Yu's eyes, and nodded insignificantly. Since this mansion was built, Uzu Shien has also moved in. Up to now, it has been several years. Coupled with Yu wine, the mansion at this time is full of rare wines from all over the world. It's common for Yu to get drunk, and what Yu likes to do most after getting drunk is to drag them to drink together. And the process is naturally not just as simple as pulling them to drink. When I think of some of the things Yu did when he was drunk, Azuki Yuyan felt a little limp all over. In a daze, Azuki Yuyan was taken to the restaurant by Yu. Shien. What do you think? Tsunade looked at Azuki Yuyan with her pretty face flushed and her eyes in a daze, smiled and poked her on the forehead, and smiled. Tsunade-sama, no, nothing. Maoyue Shien woke up in shock, almost buried her little head, and stammered. It seems that Shien will be called Chi Mu Shien in the future. Lin on the side said with a smile. Lin's words made Maoyue Shien's pretty blushing purple. But in the same way, Uzu Shien secretly looked forward to it. According to the tradition of this world, the man's surname should be given after marriage. You are looking forward to changing your name to Chi Mulin, right? The red on the side knocked Lin on the head and said angrily. Lin stuck out her tongue cutely and did not refute. Originally, this is the fact. The Tsunade on the side is also a bit touchy. Now Tsunade's name, Senju Tsunade, is actually wrong. The Senju clan has already made the decision to hide the world, abandon the Senju clan's surname and let the Senju clan completely integrate into Konoha. The remaining Senju people, naturally, only kept their first name, while Senju's surname disappeared in the long river of history. So Tsunade's full name at this time is just Tsunade. However, after the marriage, he was about to change his name to Chimu Tsunade. Tsunade blushed slightly and thought secretly. But you can really toss Naruto and Sasuke, the old man complained to me today. After looking forward to it for a while, Tsunade looked at Yu who was feasting, and said with a smile. Thinking of the old man's painful face today, Tsunade felt amused. It was the first time she saw her, the old man was so painful. Indeed, as Tsunade said, these days, Sarutobi Hiruzen has experienced the most miserable period of his life. At first, Naruto and Sasuke seemed very well behaved. But when it came time to feed Naruto and Sasuke to dinner, the nightmare began. No matter how Sarutobi Hiruzen or Sarutobi Lake Biwa coaxes, Naruto and Sasuke just don't eat it. The cry almost overturned the roof of Sarutobi Hiruzen's house. This immediately left Sarutobi Hiruzen and even Sarutobi Lake Biwa at a loss. Judging by the performance of Sasuke and Naruto, it's true that they are hungry, but how come they keep crying no matter how good the milk powder they feed? Is it to drink breast milk? Sarutobi Hiruzen thought so. But just when Sarutobi Hiruzen was preparing to cheekily and let Sarutobi Lake Biwa go out to find a female member of the Sarutobi clan, who had children, Sarutobi Hiruzen was stunned by the next scene. I saw Sasuke crying, and took a bottle of wine he had placed on the dining table in his arms, opened it and drank it for a while. After drinking, Sasuke stopped crying, and then drank the powdered milk, taking a sip of the wine in the powdered milk. Sarutobi Hiruzen's mouth was crooked. What a special thing. Such a few months old baby has an alcohol addiction. And after drinking so much wine, there is no such thing as nothing? At that time, Sarutobi Hiruzen almost didn't stare out his eyes. Isn't this a copy of Yu's childhood? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Naruto and Sasuke, who took a sip of wine and powdered milk, and they trembled violently as if they had a seizure in a sheep. He also said before that Naruto and Sasuke are Konoha's future in the continuation of the Will of Fire. Now it seems, continue a fart, continue. 1 UYU, almost tossing them to death, 2 more copies. Can Konoha stay? Sarutobi Hiruzen had an urge to die. But before Sarutobi Hiruzen took action, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt that he was really going to die. Naruto and Sasuke, who were full and drunk, started drinking crazy. What happens when a few months-old baby goes drunk and crazy? Sarutobi Hiruzen will tell you in tears that it will overturn the house. Sarutobi Hiruzen finally knows why Orochimaru would sneak attack on Jiraiya and kill Jiraiya. If Jiraiya was not slaughtered for such a thing, Orochimaru was relieved. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't want to do anything else at the time. He just wanted to rush to Konoha Hospital and beat the 2 unfilial apprentices to death. What's special, if it weren't for his 2 unfilial apprentices, would such a nightmare happen to him? But when he thought of beating Orochimaru and Jiraiya to death, Naruto and Sasuke would live in his home, Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly stopped his impulse. With tears, he took care of Naruto and Sasuke. But after a few days, Sarutobi Hiruzen only felt that Tenten was in a nightmare, and couldn't help it anymore today. He complained to Tsunade and hoped Uyu would get rid of Naruto and Sasuke. Is it okay if you don't want the debt of those 2 years? Huh? It's only a few days now, the old man is dying? It's really useless. Uyu snorted after hearing Tsunade's words. Tsunade was speechless when he heard the words. Jiraiya and Orochimaru brought Naruto and Sasuke's painful experience, but she witnessed the whole process. Both Jiraiya and Orochimaru have their energy at their peak, each of them takes 1, and they almost drive them crazy. Now the old man takes 2 alone, and to be honest, even Tsunade feels a little sympathetic to the old man. Well, let the guy Danzo live in the old man's house, and take it with him. That useless guy. I ran into the bastard walking around in the street yesterday, and I had nothing to do. Uyu thought for a while and said to Tsunade. If Danzo knew this, he would have to cry. Is he just wandering around? He was laying out a new plan for Konoha's interior. The land of Konoha is seriously inadequate, and the original land needs to be replanned. Danzo has been so busy these days as a spinning top, and as a result, Uyu has also been labeled as a free and nothing to do. Well, I got it. Tsunade nodded with a smile when he heard the words. Early in the morning, the sun shines on the streets of Konoha. Boom. Boom. A knock on the door broke the silence in the morning. But there was a knock on the door for a long time, and no one came to open the door. Huh? What's the matter? At this time, Sarutobi should have been up a long time ago? Did he go to the Hokage office? Danzo, who was leaning on crutches, looked extremely tired, looked at the time, and thought a little puzzled. Crack. Just when Danzo wanted to leave without hesitation, the door was suddenly opened. Sarutobi, you. Danzo's expression froze just as he was about to speak. Sarutobi, you. What's wrong with you? Danzo looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and asked in disbelief. I saw Sarutobi Hiruzen at this time, extremely haggard. The thick dark circles are almost comparable to one-tailed Jinchuriki. With dry skin, tarnished hair, and rickety back, it is unbelievable that this is the 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who is dubbed Ninjuo. Danzo. What's the matter with you? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Danzo weakly and said grimly. He finally fell asleep, only to be quarreled by Danzo's knock on the door. If it weren't for his powerlessness, and even chakra couldn't be refined, Sarutobi Hiruzen really wanted Danzo to see what it was called, Dr. Ninjutsu. Uyu asked me to come, live in your house, and help you bring 2 little ghosts. Danzo felt that Sarutobi Hiruzen was emotionally wrong, but didn't say much, and said the purpose of the trip. For Danzo, the purpose of completing this trip is the key. Why Sarutobi Hiruzen became like this has nothing to do with him. Danzo hasn't forgotten that Sarutobi Hiruzen, the bastard, when Uyu beat him violently, instead of speaking out righteously, he watched the show there, adding fire from time to time. It's because of Uyu's factor, otherwise Danzo would have smashed his arms and had a battle with Sarutobi Hiruzen. Huh. When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words, his eyes lit up suddenly, and he stared at Danzo as if returning to the light. What did you say? Sarutobi Hiruzen grabbed Danzo's shoulder and asked, breathing heavily. In the past few days, his spirit has reached ultimate, and he will be tossed and collapsed by Naruto and Sasuke. And his wife, Sarutobi Lake Biwa, was ordered by Uyu not to take Naruto and Sasuke a few days ago. Uyu's argument is that it will affect the correct way to nurture Naruto and Sasuke. This statement almost didn't make Sarutobi Hiruzen curse. Do you care about letting babies get drunk and crazy? Is it the right way to nurture them? Sarutobi Lake Biwa, after all, is Sarutobi Hiruzen's wife and mother of 2 children. As the third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen was a critical period for Konoha when the two children were born. There is no time to bring Shinosuke and Asuma, as he, Jiraiya and Orochimaru boasted. The work of raising children is basically done by Sarutobi Lake Biwa alone. For bringing children, Sarutobi Lake Biwa still has some of her own experiences. So after seeing the unusual performance of Naruto and Sasuke, Sarutobi Lake Biwa corrected them. Not to mention, after a few days of painful process, Naruto and Sasuke's alcohol addiction has been greatly relieved. But just when Sarutobi Hiruzen thought that he could finally breathe a sigh of relief, Yu found out. Is this okay? Yu is also looking forward to the old man of Sage of Six Paths, seeing his sons Indra and Ashura reincarnating as alcoholics. How could Sarutobi Lake Biwa be destroyed? So Sarutobi Lake Biwa was not allowed to participate in the process of cultivating Naruto and Sasuke. For this reason, Yu also used the power of Six Paths to show the reason why he cultivated Naruto and Sasuke in this way. With the power of Six Paths, let alone Sarutobi Lake Biwa, even Sarutobi Hiruzen was bluffed. I really thought that drinking could promote the growth of Naruto and Sasuke. For this reason, Sarutobi Lake Biwa moved back to her natal family a few days ago. And Asuma's unfilial son, he has long been thrown out of nowhere. In the past few days, Sarutobi Hiruzen has been alone with Naruto and Sasuke, almost driving Sarutobi Hiruzen crazy. It's all right now. The arrival of Danzo makes Sarutobi Hiruzen seem to see a life-saving straw. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen doesn't think Danzo's performance can be much better than him, at least, can he sleep in shifts? In the past few days, Sarutobi Hiruzen has added time to sleep together, counting with his fingers, and his spirit has reached its limit. Are you so excited? I said I was here to help you take the two little ghosts, so I happened to have a rest here. Danzo was so hurt by Sarutobi Hiruzen, he slapped Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand away, and said with a tired face. During this period of time, there are so many things in his hands that are scary, and the whole person is busy becoming a top. Now, the security work of the Tail Beast Coliseum, the supervision of gambling funds, Konoha's management and control of the powers of various countries, and the transformation of the old city, all fall on him. The huge workload makes Danzo wonder how long he hasn't had a good night's sleep. Is this still working for Yu? Obviously, he is about to become a slave. At that time, he only needed to sit in the base of the root with a gloomy face, thinking about how to regain the position of Hokage from Sarutobi. Which is like now. So thoroughly squeezed by Yu. Is this still working for Yu? Obviously, he is about to become a slave. Just so busy, he was called by Yu to scold him yesterday because he met him wandering in the street. Danzo's face turned green at the time, and he almost fainted. Is he just hanging out? That is to complete the task assigned to him by Yu, to plan the renovation project of the old city. If it weren't for Yu's strength is too terrifying, he wants to fight Yu desperately. But thinking of the consequences, Danzo gritted his teeth and swallowed in his stomach. Danzo can only comfort himself. Everything he does is for Konoha's better tomorrow. But when Yu said that he was asked to help Sarutobi Hiruzen bring two little ghosts together, Danzo was just happy. Bring a kid. Danzo roared in his heart at the time. How much energy can it take to bring two little ghosts? So much work is weighing on him. If it continues for a while, Danzo is afraid that he will be directly exhausted on the job. Right now, Yu didn't know why, so he asked him to take two little ghosts, just to take this opportunity to have a good rest. Compared with his arduous work, bringing two little ghosts with him, it couldn't be easier. So, Danzo came to Sarutobi Hiruzen's house with great interest early this morning. Rest? When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard Danzo's words, the corners of his mouth twitched. He looked at Danzo as if he saw the ignorant himself. He had just taken over the training of Naruto and Sasuke, and he thought it was a simple job. As a result, he almost went crazy without being tortured. Sarutobi Hiruzen knows that Danzo has been very busy recently, and that Yu has been squeezed by Yu. But compared to the torture of Naruto and Sasuke, Sarutobi Hiruzen would rather do 10 times as busy work. At least, there is no mental torture at work. What's your face? Danzo looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression and suddenly felt something was wrong. But what was wrong with the details, he didn't figure it out for a while, frowning and asked. It's okay, there are too many recent jobs, and my mood is a bit bad. Sarutobi Hiruzen saw Danzo's expression, coughed dryly, and said solemnly. As he spoke, he watched Danzo's expression carefully. Finally, a victim came. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't want to scare Danzo away. It's been very busy these days. Danzo nodded in approval, looking tired. The main reason is that Yu squeezed them too hard, and Yu didn't care about the matter at all, only asking for results. Yu's thoughts are not one a day, but one an hour. However, what Yu proposed is extremely suitable for Konoha. Danzo can be said to be watching how Konoha will prosper step by step under Yu's strategy. The current Konoha, the price of land alone is enough to buy the entire country of fire. The income in other areas is even more terrifying. It can be said that the wealth of the entire world is gathering in Konoha. Some time ago, Yu fulfilled its promise and let the name of the country of fire have a close encounter with 9 tails and took a group photo. This immediately detonated the world. The daimyo of the country of fire, wishing to go wherever he went, hung the photo with 9 tails around his neck, making the envious eyes of the daimyo of the other 4 big nations red. The enthusiasm of the tail beast Colosseum ushered in another climax. This is also one of the reasons why it is so busy recently. Okay, let me go in and rest for a while, and then go and see the 2 little ghosts. Then Sarutobi, you just need to give me a shot. When Danzo said this, his chin was slightly lifted, and he said proudly. Danzo dare not say anything else, but when it comes to raising children, Danzo thinks he wants to dump Sarutobi Hiruzen. At the root, where did the original members come from? Except for the children of some large families, the most is Danzo personally go to various orphanages to select orphans, and then focus on training. There are no 1,000 children raised by Danzo, but 800. 2 little ghosts, Danzo really didn't take it seriously. Danzo also made up his mind to let Sarutobi Hiruzen see what a profession is. Diaresis okay. I'll lay hands on you, cough. It just so happens that I still have some work to deal with. Sarutobi Hiruzen was overjoyed when he heard the words, but halfway through the conversation, he suddenly realized that Danzo's expression was a little suspicious, so he gave a dry cough and changed his words. Well, let's go. Danzo nodded, and he said how easily Sarutobi Hiruzen agreed to lay hands on him. It turned out that he had a job. He and Sarutobi Hiruzen, although known as Konoha's light and dark combination, have also competed for most of their lives. After Yu's complete rise, this kind of competition has almost disappeared. After all, they all work for Yu, and they compete for a fart. Are you at a higher level than someone who works part-time? However, the habit of comparing high and low with Sarutobi Hiruzen has long been carved into Danzo's bones. When encountering things, it is natural to want to compare with Sarutobi Hiruzen. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen is a workaholic, and Danzo can also understand that he chooses to lay hands on the trivial things for his work. But Danzo was not discouraged at all. He had already settled to pay attention, and after letting Sarutobi this bastard see what a profession is, he would take a good look at Sarutobi. Thinking of the scene, Danzo's mouth turned up uncontrollably, and he walked into Sarutobi Hiruzen's house first, without seeing the strange expression of Sarutobi Hiruzen behind him at all. After half a day. What's wrong with this? Danzo's face collapsed. Naruto and Sasuke hung on him tightly, their faces flushed. With shouts, Naruto and Sasuke's hands, one clasped Danzo's eyes tightly, and the other clasped Danzo's mouth tightly. Ape, Sarutobi, come and help me. Danzo stretched out his hand and looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen as if for help. Danzo at this time had an urge to kill him. As soon as he entered Sarutobi Hiruzen's house, he was completely dumbfounded. Because he actually saw 2 little ghosts who were several months old, holding wine bottles almost as big as them, drinking there. According to Sarutobi, this is a dessert for Naruto and Sasuke. This immediately made Danzo stunned. He has cultivated so many root ninjas. From their childhood, until they became an excellent killing machine, he has never seen this posture. Then came Danzo's collapse. The 2 little ghosts started to have a drunken madness? This directly touched Danzo's knowledge blind zone. His professional knowledge had no effect in the face of 2 drunken brats. The most important thing is that the extremely terrifying chakra stretches hidden in the bodies of these 2 drunken little ghosts. If you don't want to hurt them, you can only let them do anything wrong. And Danzo knows with his feet, if he hurts these 2 little ghosts, Yu can slash him to death. As a result, Danzo, who was proud of his expertise, was completely tragic. I still have things to deal with, I'll leave it to you here. Where would Sarutobi Hiruzen pick up this job? He said casually and ran away in a hurry. Only Danzo, desperate, was crushed by Naruto and Sasuke. In the following days, Danzo and Sarutobi Hiruzen plunged into a dire life. And Yu, when he remembered, went to Sarutobi Hiruzen's house and teased Naruto and Sasuke, the 2 protagonists of the original world. Yu is very satisfied with the results of his plan. Naruto and Sasuke have reached a level of love for wine, and they have to take a few sips if they have nothing to do. For this, Yu looked forward very much. When the old Six Paths man appeared and saw the reincarnation of his two sons, he should have beaten you to death. He prepared a lot of words to persuade him and saw Naruto and Sasuke at the wine table. Nice wonderful expression. Although Minato and Uchiha Fugaku have expressed concern about this, under the magical performance of Yu's Six Paths power, the two are convinced by Yu's statement that Naruto and Sasuke have special physiques, and drinking can make them grow up healthily, no doubt. It's not that Minato and Uchiha Fugaku are fooling around. Mainly due to the power of Yu's Six Paths, Minato and Uchiha Fugaku both notice the horrible chakra that is gradually awakening in Naruto and Sasuke. Chakra of this level is not like what can be produced in two babies, it is simply unheard of. I'm afraid, even Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, known as the God of Ninja, and Ninja Shura, didn't have such a terrifying chakra at such a young age, right? Combined with Yu's growth experience, Minato and Uchiha Fugaku can't believe it. Yu, I have never seen Yu practice since he was a child and he has been drinking and drinking. Apart from drinking, he just went to the battlefield to chop people. Then Yu became the strongest in the ninja world, bringing the ninja world into a new era, the era of Chimu Yu. As parents, which parent does not want their children to become talents? Minato and Uchiha Fugaku, both elite ninjas who have experienced the cruelty of war, naturally understand what strength means for ninjas. Although Yu is now suppressing the entire ninja world and established an era called Kimu Yu. But the situation in the ninja world is unpredictable. In this land, war has never gone far. If war breaks out again, only one's own strength can be relied on. During the war, the average lifespan of a ninja was less than 30 years old. Because of Yu's invincible force in the Third Ninja War, to be honest, Konoha was not very cruel. In the Second Ninja World War, Konoha was sent to the battlefield even for children who had not graduated from ninja school. The once heir to the Senju clan, Senju Nawaki, died in battle. Nawaki, the heir of the Senju clan and a disciple of Orochimaru, was even better than Naruto and Sasuke in terms of identity. But in the cruel war, he lost his life. Needless to say, more civilians were born as young ninjas. It can be said that they died on the battlefield in batches, many of them were only about 10 years old. In this context, let alone Minato and Uchiha Fugaku, even Kushina and Uchiha Makoto, who love their children, have not raised any objections to Yu's education of Naruto and Sasuke. Compared with life, what is drinking? And it's also possible to get Yu's personal teaching. May I ask Konoha, which ninja family is not eager for this qualification? Azuki Yuyan, who was born in the ordinary ninja family, has only average talent. According to a normal growth trajectory, it is unknown whether he can reach Chunin. But now, Azuki Shion has already become a veritable Jonin, and has inherited Yu's terrible slash. The example of Azuki Shion proves that Yu's unique terrifying slash can be inherited and learned. This immediately made the entire ninja world boil. For the major ninja families of Konoha, who doesn't want their new generation to learn the invincible swordsmanship of Yu-sama that can cross the ninja world? For other shinobu villages, it was a little frightening. One Chimu Yu had already crushed them out of breath, making them almost bowed their heads to Konoha and Chen. How many more do you have? Konoha is known as the cradle of genius. Although the major shinobu villages don't believe it, Konoha can still produce a peerless figure like Chimu Yu who can suppress an era. But even if Chimu Yu's swordsmanship is 3 or 4 in 10, it is enough to become a terrifying figure in the world of shinobi. The destructive power of Chimu Yu's swordsmanship is too terrifying, even the shadows of the big hidden villages such as Onoki and Luosha are unwilling to face it again. If such a strong swordsman can be manufactured on a large scale, it will definitely be a disaster for other ninja villages in the ninja world. But what made Konoha's major families regret, and the rest of the hidden villages rejoice that Yu had no interest in teaching at all. Except for teaching Uzu Shion, no one has been taught. Even Hitaki Kakashi, who had been a classmate with Yu Saiga, only got simple guidance from Yu Saiga several times. In this case, Naruto and Sasuke were favored by Yu because of their special physique, and both Minato and Uchiha Fugaku were very surprised. Although Naruto and Sasuke do not necessarily have talents in kendo, Minato knows that Yu is not only terribly scary, but also physique, it is the ninja world. Minato had seen it with his own eyes. It was extremely destructive and even more terrifying than Tsunade-sama. The Rasengan that Yu taught him proves that Yu is a genius in ninjutsu. It's not that Yu's physical skills and ninjutsu are not strong, but Yu's swordsmanship is too terrifying. The rise of Uzu Shion also proves Yu's teaching ability. Therefore, both Minato and Uchiha Fugaku cherish the opportunity to be taught by Uyu. And it's just drinking. According to Uyu, the facts they see can also activate the special physiques of Naruto and Sasuke, allowing them to grow healthier. The big deal, when the two grow up, some restrictions will be imposed. During the critical period of Naruto and Sasuke's growth, Minato and Uchiha Fugaku, Kushina and Uchiha Makoto will not set any obstacles to this. And even if you can't get Uyu's teachings, according to the current situation, Jiraiya and Orochimaru accept Naruto and Sasuke as disciples, and it's a dead end. Minato is okay, he was originally a disciple of Jiraiya, a direct descendant of the Naruto family. For Uchiha Fugaku, Orochimaru accepts Sasuke as a disciple. This is not only his family, but also the Uchiha clan as a sign of entering the Konoha core circle. And now, Sasuke has been raised in the home of 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. This was simply unimaginable before. With this level of relationship, the help for the Uchiha clan to fully integrate into Konoha will be immense. It is good for Sasuke, and it can also benefit the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Fugaku is happy to drink 2 cups from time to time at home. In this matter, everyone is happy. The only one who is unhappy may be Uchiha Itachi. He has not seen his beloved brother for a long time since he was thrown from the mansion by Uyu. Sasuke is now at Sarutobi Hiruzen's home. Although the Uchiha clan is slowly integrating into Konoha, the Sarutobi clan is not the son of the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. He can enter if he wants to. But on this day, Uchiha Itachi, who could not help but miss his younger brother, decided to venture into the Sarutobi clan and see his beloved younger brother. Woo! Wearing a black costume, Uchiha Itachi cautiously entered the Sarutobi clan and touched the house of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Since the last stimulus, Uchiha Itachi's Sharingan has evolved into a 2-Go Jade, and his strength has improved by leaps and bounds through hard training. Coupled with the entire Konoha, who has eaten the bear heart and leopard guts and dares to go deep into the Sarutobi clan? The Sarutobi family not only has the 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, but also one of the families with the best relationship with Uyu. Naturally, the defensive power of the Sarutobi clan does not pay much attention. As a result, Uchiha Itachi smoothly touched Sarutobi Hiruzen's home. Crack. The 2-Go Jade in Uchiha Itachi's Sharingan slowly rotated at this moment, and the pupil power had reached the ultimate level, and a tile on the roof of Sarutobi Hiruzen was carefully set aside. Noticing that no one had spotted the unusual Uchiha Itachi, he breathed a sigh of relief and cautiously lay on the roof, looking for his dear brother. After searching for a long time, Sharingan of Uchiha Itachi shrank suddenly, and he saw the figure of his dearest brother. Sasuke, it's still so healthy. Uchiha Itachi looked at Sasuke's ruddy and smiling little face with a happy smile on his face. So rosy, it can be seen that Sasuke's body is very healthy. With a smile on his face, it can be seen that Sasuke is still very happy here. Come on, kid, take 2 sips. Just when Uchiha Itachi relaxed and was about to sneak back to the Uchiha clan, a voice rang. This sound made Uchiha Itachi's hairs stand up. For Uchiha Itachi, the owner of this voice is definitely a shadowy existence. Uchiha Itachi turned his neck stiffly and saw Uyu's figure appear, and his face suddenly turned green. I saw Uyu playing with Sasuke with his feet like a dog, with wine in his hand. With Uchiha Itachi Sharingan's eyesight, he naturally saw that it was a bottle of strong alcohol. Then Sasuke, with a smile from his heart, drank with tons of wine bottles in his arms. At this time, Uchiha Itachi realized that the ruddy on his brother's face, where is healthy? Obviously drinking too much. And that smile, how Uchiha Itachi looks like a silly smile after getting drunk. And everything that happened next made Uchiha Itachi collapse. His dearest, most well-behaved brother, is actually drunk crazy? Uchiha Itachi stared blankly at Sasuke making some unthinkable actions, and then suddenly regretted in his eyes. Return his lovely brother back. The 2-Go Jade in Sharingan kept spinning, and the pupil power kept increasing, and finally, a new Go Jade appeared. 3 Tomo Sharingan. Little devil, have you watched for so long? Have you seen enough? I really don't have a long memory. At this time, a voice sounded, making Uchiha Itachi's expression suddenly stiff, and then there was a panic in his eyes.